We here? I had to plug in my mic. Hold on. Hold on.
The winner of today will be receiving 3 championship points, which is going to be
We
huge
good?
for the rest of the year.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't know what we're talking about, I think Pansy did an amazing format explainer. But this year, things are going to be different. Those points are going to matter a lot. And not only because you in the regional league, you get 1 per win, right? But getting 3 off the bat, knowing that the points today matter the same as the points that you can get throughout the year. Many things are going to change. Teams are going to get stronger. But getting a win today, you know, it gives you some leverage if you want to go to champions.
Yeah, I can't wait to see who's going to be making it as well. But before that, we have a very special segment. It is the return of Are You Smarter Than? Now, for those of you that don't know, I've been putting Kukuka and Lothar through the work over the last couple of years. You've gone up against Yumpy and Durka. You've gone up against against Pipson and Ryan, which you won. So it's currently 1-1 between you and the players. And today you're going up against Neil Zinho and Benji Fishy. Are you ready for the quiz?
We're ready.
Okay, you're working together. They're going to be working together. We're going to see who's going to be the smarter ones out of you two and them two. Question number 1. If you add the ACS of Benji Fishy so far of this event and Mini Boo's ACS so far of this event, the average ACS, of course, what is the number you're going to get? I'll give it to you to like the nearest 10.
It's above 500.
Whoa!
Do you think? I think, yeah.
Wait, the average of both of them combined?
Combined, yes.
Oh, okay. So it's gonna be, I would say around 538.
What do you think?
I'm gonna go
538?
10.
It was 505. So you were close, but a little bit
Going
too
back
far.
to 505.
Yeah, it's a little bit
Arctic
too far.
monkeys.
I like that reference. Now, Heretics, they haven't lost the map yet. Flawless so far here. But how many maps did they win last year in VCT?
I actually
I
know
bet
the answer
the
to this
mainstream
'cause I
won't
did it on
get
my
10K
prep.
views, no
They played
Fnitsino
28,
Navi
they
lol.
lost 8.
They won. How many did they win?
Sorry, they won 8.
Lothar, are you good with this?
Yeah, I believe her.
Always believe Kukuka.
always
Ding,
got the
ding,
numbers.
ding.
Not the
Right on the
ACS,
money. Actually, right on the money. Here's a little bit of a harder one, and I think they might have the edge over you. What was the first team that both of these player and coach debuted on, and which year? So their first teams, respectively, in Valorant.
Oh. Well, Benji Fisher was
Enterprise.
in Polaris.
If you can do the,
Madre mía.
if you give me the
maybe
month, I'll
senior?
give you like a bonus point. But
Enterprise.
That's a hard one. That's really a hard one.
2020.
2020.
2023?
Three.
No.
Or 22?
Debuted in professional scene, no? So 2023.
But do we count like
Yeah,
challenges?
23.
we're counting
Enterprise.
as their first team.
The first team
in
ever.
Valorant.
Oh my. All right,
Alright,
well
I'm
then.
gonna
Niels,
I'm
fuck
gonna have to
no.
hurry
I'm
you
gonna
up.
say 2020.
Which team?
2020.
G2.
Carry on. Benji?
Benji.
2021. Yeah.
Okay,
But
and which team?
no idea. No idea.
All right, well, I'm going to have to
I
say
didn't go
you
that
guys,
far into the prep.
you were wrong, but 2020, yes, Rick's GG. I know, right, I know.
Oh.
And 2022, and it was, I think, Dragon Slayers? It's a team. All right, last question.
Dragon
They
Slayers.
got that one wrong.
Yeah, well,
Arctic
last
Boy,
question
thanks for the
is,
100
there's 4
bits.
players
I bet the
currently in
mainstream won't get
VCT
10K
where their
views, no
in-game
Fnatic, no
names are
Navi.
full capitalized.
I think it.
Uppercase.
Well, I mean, if you add up all the
co
co-streams, it
Do
should.
you count when there's a number?
What the
in it?
fuck is that?
Yes. We can count the number, but
N3MR.
the entire team.
3GE.
These, no? No,
Member
actually, no.
age.
So you get 2,
Angel.
100%.
Okay, one, there's 4.
Thanks for the
So
2
1 out of
months.
4, I'm going to have to give you about 20 seconds for this.
When was the last time I ate fruit? Yesterday, I had a bit
I'm
hot.
old. I'm literally thinking of the...
Oh,
narrate.
yesterday.
Narrate is
Yeah.
full caps.
Okay, one
When was the
more.
last time I ate a fruit?
Completely wrong.
I think that was last year.
Is that your final answer? There's 4.
Angel
I
is
said
full
Angel
caps.
before.
All right, give me the 4 now. I need
Well,
the 4.
let's
I
go.
need the 4.
Angel,
Angel,
narrate.
Narrate.
Who did you
Sui.
say?
Sui is 100%.
Suigetsu and...
One more.
Narrate, Magnum.
One more now.
No, we had 4.
Magnum, Narrate, Angel, Suigetsu.
Correct, all 4 out of 4. But let's see if Benji and Neil did any better than Kukuka and Lothar. All right, I'm now joined by the challengers of Are You Smart? And this time we have Benji Fishy and Neil Zinho from Team Heretics. I'm going to get into and ask you guys a set of questions. It is about you mostly, so I'm hoping you can get this right. Right off the bat, what
fruit
is
or
the
banana?
combined ACS of this event so far of Benji and Miniboo? Give me a number. I'll give it to you to like the nearest 10.
Oh.
Wait, combined ACS. Wait.
Yeah.
Like,
Hold your mic a little bit
Okay,
closer.
sorry.
yeah.
Wait, of like every map like combined.
Yeah,
or-
just the average combined ACS of you
You
and
must know
Mini.
yours, bro. You've definitely
No,
looked at
I
yours.
don't. I have no idea.
Well, what do you think yours is? Ballpark?
I think my average is like
220.
223 maybe.
Yeah.
So how many maps is that? How many? We played 6 maps.
Oh no, that number is fine. I just need
oh,
the
you see the
yeah.
average.
Yeah.
20,
Add that up with mini
the
boost.
Add it
combined
up with
one.
mini boost. Okay,
Yeah.
mini boost is like 280. No.
278, I'm saying.
278.
It's
No,
very
I think it's like
specific.
280. I think it's between 280 or
All right,
290.
add those numbers together. What do we get?
What is that?
Like 500? No?
Wait, no,
I'm not
just,
rolling.
wait, 290 plus 220 is 510. Okay, I'm gonna go.
They ended up with the
510.
same exact number as me.
Right,
Bro,
the
I'm
answer is
goated.
505.
Wait, were we close enough?
That's very close. I'll
Yeah.
give that to you because
Nice, that's good.
you were 225.
225.
You're better than you think, Benji.
Nice.
And Mini B was 282.5.
28, oh,
so
okay.
it's 505. You know, we'll give you that.
Nice.
Nice start.
Cheers,
Second
Nick.
question. You guys have been flawless so far in this tournament, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe this is more towards you, Neil. How many maps did you win last year?
Maps.
Go on, mate.
Is that including with the assistant coach?
Yeah, the whole year.
How many maps did you win the whole year in VCT?
Man, this is like a
4.
insult.
Wow.
I actually think it might be, mate, to be honest.
Okay, but you beat
wait,
you
okay.
beat Giants to
2-0. Then we took a map off Navi, which is 3. I think it was
we took a map off Koi and LCQ when I was there.
4.
'cause- Yeah, 4.
Sin 6, maybe 7. Because did we not beat someone else? We beat someone else, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
you won two games last year, no?
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, we beat Karma in 2, 4, 6.
Final answer? No, final
Bro, you should know it's better than me.
You were there.
I have literally scrapped that season from my memory.
Okay, 6. I mean, it's close. It was 8. Again, you're better
8.
than you think you are.
Damn.
8. Matt, next question. You can't get this one wrong. Which org, both of you, and which year? I'll give you the. If you can give me the month, I'll give you a bonus point. Did you make your Valorant debut?
Valorant debut. Is that
which
including?
org?
Is that in VCT or challenges?
Just Valorant, full stop in general. So which
Valorant.
year and which org?
For me,
Both of
both of you.
You get shot, you lose the round, you lose the
Oh no, I
game.
didn't
It's
play
an
when it came out,
FPS
bro.
game.
Yeah.
Okay,
so-
Why
I
do
made
they
my
sound
okay,
so
for me, I
nervous?
made my debut.
Sky the Panda, thanks for the
2022.
performance, 'cause they're
Wait,
gamers.
Yeah, 2022. Okay, I joined when did I join Heretics?
You should know yours, Neil.
No.
You were there for a hot minute. You should know this one. No idea?
Rick's GG.
Year?
2020. When was
Months?
Valorant out?
2022, I think.
No.
Do you want to do months on
It's
top
20,
of that?
Okay, just chill. Let me do mine. Okay, my one.
I will say you're right.
I'm pretty
I am
sure.
right.
You are
mine
correct,
is-
but I want
2020.
the month. Sorry, Benji, go on.
I think mine is 2022. Wait, or is it 20? No, 2022.
I'm going to give you 5 seconds. We've gotta push you.
October Enterprise.
It was actually September 2022 with Dragon Slayers.
Oh, Dragon. Okay, yeah, Dragon
Bro.
Slayers, bro.
But
Okay,
you
I mean,
were 2020 with Rick's GG month for a bonus point?
I want to say August.
July. Both
July.
very, very close. Last question. This is not about you, so I won't judge you for this. There are 4 players currently in VCT EMEA that have an in-game name that is all capitalized. Full uppercase in-game name. Can you name those 4 players?
At a captain.
is his name all
His is
capital?
full.
Okay.
Because it annoys me every time I see it.
Okay. That's a tough one,
Magnum?
you know. No, Magnum is not all
No?
capital. You're crazy.
Swear he's had. Okay,
No,
okay,
he's
I'll take
not.
away the Magnum. At a captain. That's definitely.
Bro,
one.
actually, I can't think of anyone in VCT.
Yeah,
3
wait.
more. Well,
Wait,
it's
in
4
EMEA
altogether. Yes,
only?
VCT EMEA.
Okay,
There's
at
4
a
of them.
captain.
Bro, I could not tell you.
Angel.
Wait,
Yeah.
I think Angel might be one, yeah.
Yeah, Angel.
Big brain shout.
Nice,
Yeah, he is
Angel.
one. I'm going to give you
Angel.
that.
'Cause
2
there's
more?
one there, right? So
But you're gonna have to carry this.
See,
I
this
have
is the
no- I
problem.
have no idea.
I feel like you got to riff through some players. You
Come on,
might
man.
land
This is the
on.
problem with this format.
I
We
think
already
what
know
teams?
the answer.
Carmen.
Giant. Okay, Carmen. Okay. None of them in Carmine.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no chance. Okay, we've got
No
Giant.
chance as one of them does.
R2?
I will say that they're
there's
both
not.
on the. There's 2 and 2. They're on the same team. So
Okay,
there's
so it
2
must be
players on
FUT
one
then.
team, 2
At
players
a
on the
captain.
other.
Who else is in FUT?
You're 2J. You've got.
All right, I'm gonna give you
What?
10 more
Who's-
seconds.
Who's on a fit roster?
I don't know. They beat
I'll give you a point for everyone you name. All right.
I don't
Am I doing Matt Vito? Yeah, I will. Should I do it
I
now
think we
rather than
just
watching
take
this?
the 2 points. I'm
All right.
not-
It's drivel. God, hire me, EMEA, for production. I've got some great ideas. Where the fuck is it? Heretics have banned Ascent. Calming Core. We'll ban. Breeze? They banned Ascent against them. Let's say they banned Breeze, because you don't want to show it, I think, in this game. If you have got something prepared, I think you don't want to show it in this game necessarily. So let's go for that. Why mute the stream? Because I need to think. Fine, I'll put the fucking
Tells you
stream
this
back.
could be the anime final boss.
Yeah, exactly. It has
And
to
then
be
Heretics
because
will
if we think of
pick
what happened the first time the
probably-
teams went up against each other. You know, it wasn't the best for the
Lotus?
side of K-Corp. But now
They
look
pick
at the
Sunset.
list. All the names crossed
You
out
pick-
on the side of Martin. But if you take a look at Miniboo, you know, he's been winning some matches fewer, but Martin has already been crossed out.
You could
I
pick
feel like though,
Split.
even though he has less names, there might be a little bit more
Icebox?
important. This specific.
Durka?
Okay.
I agree with the bind
Yeah,
decider.
but this is the thing. They're going to have to go up against each other
Split.
again. And Lothar, last time, Miniboo
Bind.
did
Oh, no,
come
they'll
out
pick
top.
bind.
He
We'll get
keeps
Icebox
that
decider.
again today.
Well, in general, the previous match that they played against each other was a blowout. So I would expect for Miniboo to be a little bit above.
Let's go with
but
that.
I don't know. It feels like might be a different type of story today.
Yeah, and especially the way that we've seen K-Corp grow, the way that Eng was talking yesterday about the team, about how they change everything regarding.
Yes,
you know, the different teams
I
that they're
hope
playing.
the
I
mods
feel
will
like
bring
if
back
there
the
is
bingo.
someone that could take the best out of that outrageous loss, as I said, 13-4 to 13-4, it has to be Eng. We've talked about his method so much, and today, you know, we're not in the situation where the final doesn't matter as much. This one is really important, and for the teams, it could be a before and after.
Look, I'm just gonna look at the fundamentals of both teams. I was so impressed yesterday by both of them. I cannot wait for this match.
No 7 out of 7 in kickoff so
I love
far?
how
No.
you're just
But it's
backing
tough.
Heretics,
It's tough
right,
because this is the
because
first time
it's
we've seen these teams,
Heretics,
right?
Even
So
if the fundamentals
it kind of gets
are not
easier
on
as the
point,
year
it is
goes on
Heretics.
because we
I've
get
already
more
won,
information
you know,
about,
they're
you know,
both
what
going to
maps
leave.
teams
Yeah,
like, what
well,
maps they
today
don't
it's
like.
not just about the
It becomes a bit
teams,
more
but
predictable.
also the Spanish and French communities that have been behind them this whole time. Let's send it down to Uli and Lou and bring out Team Heretics and Carmichael.
Let's do it.
Welcome to the BCT EMEA Kickoff Grand Final!
And with both teams already qualified, today they will fight for their first tournament win and 3 championship points.
The newcomers already climbed into the international stage, and now it's time to remember all of them. But as we already won the first match, should I go first?
Oh, but don't live in the past. We already beaten
God, this is some,
every
like,
other
FIFA
Spanish
World
team,
Cup
and
type
now it's time to get
scripted
the third.
stuff.
We are the Spanish nightmare.
You're so funny. Actually, I'm gonna teach you how we do it in Spain. Do not worry, but I think it's gonna be much better if we're using a mobile song. So, nadie daba un duro por ellos. Eran los últimos en las predicciones. Y ahora han callado la boca de todo el mundo. Invictos en EMEA, no hay nadie que los pueda parar. Dadle la bienvenida a Team Heretics. El último en incorporarse, un suplente de lujo que ha llevado a los herejes a la victoria, la bestia polaca, Patita. ¡Cuidado! ¡Escóndanse! ¡Se ha visto un autobús sobrevolando el Royal Torino! ¡Ahí viene!
I like how they've still got the buy Team Heretics skin thing.
¡Ridículo! ¡Ten cuidado en cada esquina! ¡No sabes cuándo te llevarás un susto! ¡Don Ricardo Lucas Servicios! Conquistando la Beer League en su primer
King
año.
Boo, that is good.
En el segundo y en el tercero es internacional. Reigns. El menor de los Lucas Servicios de la Racing para el mundo. Mr. Dominicas.
This is Manuel. Heritage. Benny Sharks, thanks for the 14 months.
Ha formado el equipo desde las raíces y ahora lo lidera hacia la victoria. La mente, Ney Señor.
Et la couleur, vous la connaissez. Bientôt le monde entier verra la vie en bleu. Ils sont venus chercher leur premier trophée. Mesdames et messieurs, souhaitez avec moi la bienvenue à la grande la prestigieuse
The songs. It's the songs. These two have the best songs in the NBA. This is why they made it so far. You've got to have a good fucking song. You know what I mean?
On ne vous le présente plus. C'est
Look at that song, man.
Le Portugal a deux fiertés, Cristiano Ronaldo et surtout Thomas Machado. Thomas Le magicien tchèque n'a pas fini de jeter des sorts et il compte bien renvoyer l'Espagne à l'aéroport. Notre IGL, Pas content, triplé de Valorets, il est le Mbappé, le cauchemar des Espagnols.
Say Mbappe.
Il sait tout faire mieux que personne, quel que soit le rôle, il cartonne. La frappe d'Atlanta Coach 5 étoiles sur le tablier, le laisser-cook est devenu une simple formalité. Pour clore le bal, l'amiral Eng. Amigos de ayer,
Me arrivo d'aujourd'hui.
Carmine is ready.
And so are the heretics.
Let the battle begin!
Here we go. Heretics. Comical. Now again,
Well,
a lot of you
this is
will
the
think like, oh, this game doesn't
grand
really matter.
final
They're gonna troll, right?
kickoff. The
I
two
actually think
teams
that
that
team, like,
nobody
here's the thing.
expected
Champs
to be here today.
matters.
One of them will walk away with
Champs
the title
matters.
of being the best
You know, when we
team
get
in
to
the
stage
NBA.
2,
So
and you know, we're trying to qualify for
three
champs,
championship points
and it's like,
as well.
oh,
Now they are
Team
here.
Heretics are on
Define
fucking
all the
9
odds
points.
to make it here.
And,
Doesn't seem
you
like a
know,
lot to just close it
Navi
out.
have only
They will
got
play potentially
7
for
points.
that, which
And
neither
that
of
means
these
that
rosters have
Team
the
Heretics get a bye in the playoffs. Because they've got 9 points. Like, that's what's gonna happen. And everyone's gonna be like, oh, fuck. They did ban Breeze. They did ban Ascent.
We see no surprises in the first 2 bans. And remember, this is very different.
They did pick
You only get
Sunset.
one ban. You have to be very selective. No surprises, and the first map is going to be Sunset. Look.
Yeah, I'm just looking at
They
the
did pick
assets,
Lotus. Hold on.
because
Hold,
this is
hold,
one time when I
hold,
was like,
hold.
Actually would like to see KC
Hold.
play in that
Innocent, you
composition.
think it's too
Yeah,
boring.
but
Oh, they picked Icebox. If as long as they pick Bind.
Let's go.
They picked Split, bro! Bro! Spammy, bro! Spammy, bro!
banger,
You throw me a
So
bone!
much Sunset, and I think that for the teams, I think that for K-Corp, they're really comfortable, and probably after Heretics played it for the first time yesterday against Navi, maybe they've seen the weaknesses in
Bruh.
their playstyle.
Well, when it comes to
Bruh.
Sunset, what we have seen from Team Heretics.
Right, let's
is
do this. Let's
correctly
do this
understanding
thing.
what the
Common
Navi
Core,
team wanted to do
Heretics,
against
let's
them and
go.
what they were lacking,
Best region
right?
in the
Because
world.
we see, Navi didn't have any mobility, so Heretics was just practically standing in the defense unless one round when they pushed mid. But in general, they didn't showcase much when it comes to their own game plan. When it comes to
So they
defense, because
keep
it was so efficient
Patek
against
going
that very
forwards.
restricted lineup from Navi.
Yeah,
I don't know how
exactly.
good
Talking
Woot
about K-Corp,
is,
that
but
played
apparently he's
a
very
lot
good, so
of time in
I
the
would
server
say
here in Berlin. Of
probably
course, they've
not, but
practiced
who
a lot,
knows?
but actually the first 2 maps, Sunset and Lotus, are the ones that they've played the
Hello,
most.
Carlos.
We're talking about the anti-strat and the tape that is out there, and how the
Are
teams
you a
going to
Common
react
Core
to each
fan
other.
now?
Maybe I would have liked for them to
Carlos,
go to
because of
something,
your,
different. I think that they need to find the balance
because of
between what they
Tomasi?
want to hide and they're already comfortable in, and what they need to test before going into Madrid.
Yeah, what you heard from N yesterday as well in that post show, he said that they will change.
Who do I
their
have?
playstyle, they will
I've
change
got
their
Heretics.
protocols based
I'm
off
a
of the
mini
teams that they
boo
play against. They
believer.
played against Heretics already, as you will see in the agent select.
Right,
here.
we've seen this
What do they
before.
got
We've seen this
for,
game
Heretics
before.
today because N, he has to
I
have
mean,
a game
Common
plan
Core
to
have played a
change it up.
million games on
This is
Sunset.
actually a very
Heretics.
interesting lineup when it comes to like how do you have to play against it, because Heretics
With
now
the
gonna
Neon?
have to face Narrate on Gecko.
Let's see.
Gecko is one of those characters that is like so proactive in here that by getting on defense the information from A through the wall, right? That's something that they're gonna have to pay attention to. But also in the prospects we have seen.
Oh no, Benji's
Carmichael
choking.
plays so
He's already
efficiently
choking. The
with
game hasn't even
with
started.
the wingman always diffusing, having more plays for the retake, and the one-ways, the mollies, just cutting all the angles while doing that. This
the
is not something they
movement-
played against before.
The movement from K-Corp has been too on point. Everything that they do is so choreographed and so effective. I think that Heretics might struggle in this first map. My eyes are on Shin. I think that he's one of the unsung heroes because we have so many things to talk about when we think about K-Corp.
coming home?
He's been having a great performance. And
where?
knowing,
Spain?
they're deciding to play this double controller
France?
with the Gecko. I think that he's going to be one of the pivotal.
What's his coming
Yeah,
home
we'll
in
talk about
French?
how much N does, but what is
Say-
Neil going to do up against this strategy of N always changing things up, always
I will
being,
run ads.
prepared?
Maybe
He
I
at
should
least
run ads now.
knows, what it is that N is trying to execute, and I would not be surprised if Neil also has some kind of answer.
Well, he definitely needs to
You
swap.
can imagine my surprise when I booked a
Cypher
ticket to see
position for
Navi
that.
versus
Yeah, we'll
Fnatic
see,
and
what
end
we're
up
gonna
watching
get here.
Benji
It's time
Fishy
to
versus
get
Magnum
into
instead.
Game and throw this over to your casters. Give a warm welcome to Mitchman and Tombiz.
Thank you so much, Yinsu, and our wonderful analyst desk, Tom Biz. It's time to kick off this BO5. Heretics and KC. KC killed the Kings, but they still have to fight for the throne.
I
And
hope the
expect one
Spanish
hell
crowd
of a fight here
fucking
today.
pops
Well, that's
off
the thing. This is
for
almost
Heretics.
like their final
I'm hoping
boss.
they
It's
just
like
go
in a
fucking
video
mental
game,
for
you
this
come
team.
in
I
with
know they got
that
no Spanish
friend that you
players,
go
but it'll be
along the way
fucking
with.
sick.
You're kind of both going along the same road, and then you beat who you think is the final
Where's
boss.
this Fnatic
That
player?
one extra little
Yeah.
fight at the end. That's exactly what KC are going for here. The team they lost to along the way. And the Heretics, well,
Right, our grand final. Here we go.
I knew he wasn't a Jedi all along. For Team
These two
Heretics,
teams,
5v5
young
on
teams,
the
interesting
defensive
teams.
side. This is going to be a big test. KC, we know that they're going to be pretty comfortable when it comes to Sunset, not least because they picked it, but
Ooh,
with some
Rien's got
results
a-
that are already in. And we're starting it off with
Well,
some trades, but Team Heretics standing
weird
ahead,
start.
4
Mini Boo
versus
already gets
3.
a kill.
The attempt to push through mid from KC has not worked.
And now they
but
go for a
they
mid
managed
crunch.
to thread the needle with Magnum and potentially
So
we'll
they
have a
cleared
timing
that
later
out.
on in the round. I mean, it's all about his
No, they shut the
pathing
door.
on that site. And his teammates making some noise potentially around middle to distract, but they've not. They've gone back to main. They've crept into site, looking just to take advantage of the space. The man disadvantage.
Yeah,
is
get
still
rid of that
lingering over
Carmichael
their heads.
classic.
look for a second.
So
like
shy.
Magnum
Yeah,
might be given a
so,
little bit of an opportunity,
show,
but
side show.
isn't going to be
God,
able
that's
to
not
find
easy.
those shots. Spike will be planted. A couple of players rotating in as well. I'm more looking at.
Okay, what we
Minibu.
got?
He's always the one
We
to
got
take
one
the space
stun,
for the
we
team,
got a
little bit of
dart, we got
support.
actually
They
quite a
also have
bit.
fragment to try and clear this close angle up, but they got to be
They
careful of
just
the
gotta
trip,
not
and they're
get
not.
hit by the trip.
Even blinded, he's made it work.
Nice double
Nice
swing.
stuff for Patatech. They've still got a little bit more work to do because Magnum is putting up a fight on backside down to 21.
Patty gets both.
Ball bang to eliminate him. But
Stuff for
Tomasi
Heretics.
taking the brunt of the damage. That's
And
a
you see
defuse
just
for
straight
Team
away,
Heretics
like, they're
at first
swinging
round
together,
in
their
the back.
coordination is
Yeah,
just
and a
good.
big
It's
round, another one
fucking
coming out of
mental how
Patatech.
much better
I
they
thought
are
we
than
was
some of these
bringing
teams.
this
What the
conversation
fuck
up
have they
earlier,
been
but where does he
smoking?
rank for you in terms of the standings that we've seen? Because we've had a lot of insane standings throughout the
Over the
entirety
years?
of the VCT.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
And then
I
you
mean-
could talk about CGRS. I feel like that's a big boy. You got Cider, Batty
Cider
G,
is
like-
obviously going to be a highlight for me. The man came into an international event, delivered on a level we couldn't imagine. But for Team Heretics, I think that squad is looking as if they don't have a stand-in. They're playing
Yes.
so well, and I think it speaks to the system that they've built.
I promise
as
you
a roster.
Heretics
I
will
don't
lose
know.
round
Like,
2.
Patatech, in my mind, wouldn't
How do
come
you
in
know
and
such a
deliver a
thing?
top-level performance. He'd be good, but he's been great in this roster.
I think also he'd be good individually, but he has
Yes,
been
yes,
a
yes.
huge piece of the puzzle in terms of setting up and interplay between the team. I've been really impressed with him overall. A very aggressive
that's
move
how
from
you
Marquis.
lose it.
He's
Wow.
actually going to come up with a double. The shorty combining with the Spectre he found has somehow made this round look competitive. And again, it's looking like they've got a good opportunity to get in onto the site.
Well, it looks like you're getting
Dizzy
banned.
is going to make it so that they have to fall back and all play from the same position. They got to be careful of that trip again, but it hasn't gone up just yet.
No, it doesn't look like it will go up. Great stun in the corner. 2 players unable to fight, or at least you'd think. Now, 8 still gets away with one, but the trades come in, leaving a 20 HP. Shin with a classic to do it all, and somehow he's done it. KC will not let this
Ban.
one slip. They're back in 1-1.
So one of the things I wanted to highlight in this map is that both of these teams.
I mean, I
in
don't
their
know what they're
victories
fucking
have
doing in
had
production
really
either.
strong defensive side. And I think that's away
Ban.
from the north
Why are you
when
saying
look at,
ban him,
like, for
kid? It's
example,
your
teams
job.
Like Vitality, who were playing this map to a high level, they were normally pretty good on the attack. The
Is that how
victory
long
we
the
saw
delay is?
Against Na'Vi was an 8-4 defensive half coming out from the side.
I knew
of
the delay was
Heretics, and on the other side,
pretty big, but I didn't know it was a
every
full-
single
I mean, I
win
guess
that
maybe it
KC
makes
have
sense.
had has been 8+ rounds on the defense. So both proving that for these two teams, it should lean in that direction.
Okay,
A lot of that
they
for
did win
KC,
the
though,
second.
is very different to what we see from Heretics. I think Benji did a fantastic job of holding down one side of the map, whereas for KC, it's actually their retakes, which are really, really difficult to play against, especially with the utility and just raw ability of Narrate.
And there's some players to fall back on there. It's been really impressive seeing the depth that KC can bring to the table. For Team Heretics as well, though, it's that combination. Your Mini Boo absolutely popping off. Benji is an insane, as you said, both his lurking and his just solo side holds were nuts. On this map in particular,
Okay, they're taking quite a bit of space here, so it looked like we might go towards B, but now with this much space,
very easy. Get out of there with
come
mostly
back
full
to A, you
HP
see they
as well.
don't really know what's going on.
Definitely going to be a threat
Might see a
for this
dot
squad
in here.
as time ticks on. For now, 50 seconds on the clock. And as we can see, the defensive side doesn't have a lot, mostly Sheriffs. And that's when you group up. They decided to group up on B, put the numbers there. But the push hasn't come through, and their rotate is a little late. They might be stuck looking for a retake.
Calming Call
on the A
win, I'm
side
buying the
here.
Calming
There's
Call
not very
bundle.
many favorable fights they can take.
Yeah, a lot of teams in this sort of position might.
I kind of want to make a
just
wager with
try and
Sideshow,
play
to be
some
honest.
exits, do some damage,
About
but
if
it doesn't seem like
if
that's
Calming
the
Call
case.
win,
Miniboo already finding an opener.
I'll buy the
Makes
Calming
this
Call
round at
bundle.
least a little bit more interesting.
If Heretics win,
set up and destroyed
he has to
immediately.
use the
Paranoia
Heretics
blinded
bundle.
basically the entirety of the team, and they just swing out together. But it's mostly going the way of Carmine Corp. Benji finding the rifle, but the re-swing from Shin leaves just Benji standing, and through the orb he will go down. 2-1. A little bit costly for KC, but bear in mind a lot
Tell
of
him
what
if
they
Carmine
had
no, he
was
doesn't
saved
want to
from the
root
previous
against
round
Carmine
anyway,
Call.
or at least what Shin had, so they still have the finances to play.
Sideshow's games on Alpha was
Yeah,
so
there's only
bad.
gonna be one or
I
two
didn't see
players
the
who
first
start
one
to
when he was
reach the
1 and
lower end of the
15.
credit spectrum.
But that is
I think
funny.
all in all, they can be pretty
I will
happy,
upload
especially with
today's
the
video
power
after
we've seen on the
after
other
this
side.
game. I haven't edited
Heretics
it, just I couldn't
certainly putting
upload
up
it.
a fight, but they've
in
lost that
time.
lead now. It's in the hands of
But I have it all
KC. 2 in a
done.
row. Rifles out. Thrash online for this KC squad.
How
So
Her-
a big
there is no
danger
first seed though.
if you're on the
Bookie
defensive
man,
side, putting all
Jesus.
your credits on the line across the board. You don't expect
These were
this
just
kind of
single
play, this
limb.
kind of
Oh
aggression out
wow.
of Miniboo. The stakes were so high for Heretics here.
Wow.
Risking
So again, I said that this is
flying out of their
always risky,
control,
right?
And their solution
And you've
is
got
to send
the
Miniboo
Omen
on a
smoke here, the
suicide mission.
slider.
We saw him do this the last time they played the map, and it was a disaster. Not so much this time.
Yeah, it was very
Yeah, it's just a
hit and miss.
50-50. I
Either
think
he
they
did
would have
that
just
or he
flipped the
died
coin, to be
immediately.
honest.
And, at the
And he's
moment,
got another
all he's
kill
doing is
again.
taking over the round. Again, worth noting, a fantastic supportive flash out Paditech. Again, these are the sort of plays that I'm talking about. Putting that utility in place. Normally you see those assists coming through because he's throwing a KO knife, not because he's got the flashes on the board. Now for the remaining players of KC, it's trying to almost just recover something here. Dropping a few guns, not allowing those orbs up, maybe getting a plant for a few extra credits. It's not a pretty scenario, and in fact, with 45 seconds left on the clock, they might actually just save. We'll see if they're going to go rotating around. It seems like they put a smoke
Just
down onto B, maybe
if anyone
just to
does
self-prove,
have
but
spoilers,
I don't
whether
think
that's
they're playing
because
this
you know
round
they're
anymore.
there at the venue or whatever,
No, this is a
they have some kind of
30-second
way of
save,
seeing the score, whatever
Devastating
the score
blow
is.
from the side of
30
Heretics.
seconds
Just
And like you
fucking
said,
ban
Tom,
them,
right? You have that flash coming out
or
of
at least
Paditech.
time them out for a day.
It's left the whole squad blind. I mean, their heads were like candles on a birthday cake. They didn't stand a chance. I thought Ryan was back in the studio. But for KC,
Waiting for Megaboo, their
they're not
father,
left
to
in the
join the
best
team.
position. Their economy, like we said, there's 2 players who don't have credit, so those 2
2-2.
carry
Okay,
over
I'll
rifles
give you
will give them
2-2.
a
I
lot
could
to
too
work with. And I
predict
think they can
2-2.
thank their lucky stars that Heretics didn't get antsy, didn't go for any aggressive plays, because Heretics could easily take these weapons out of their hands. But as that time goes all the way over, you can see 2-2. 2 weapons recovered. A full buy possible for KC. They're not letting
You're
it
going
slip just
3-2?
yet. And like we said, they have got some ultis. And look at that. The pop is absolutely perfect. The slide around,
So
and it's
blind.
clean.
They are so blind.
Actually, you don't know
That's
that
the
it's
thing,
going to be
if we
3-2.
can start
Maybe they
talking about
tech
some of the
pause it
numbers
and
we
roll
have
the
in this
round
server at
back.
the moment. A
Who
lot of them
knows?
are going to be Miniboo, I'll be honest with you. I think he's #1 on like ACS, ADR. He's even #1 on clutch percentage, which considering his entry fragging is ridiculous. He's #1 on first kills, and actually has a really good ratio with his first
Okay, we got
games,
Gecko
which is
ult, we
absurd.
got quite a few ults, KO ult as well.
But
Let's
one
see
of the
what
more
Heretics
interesting
do. They
ones is
stack
Narrate's
B.
up there in a lot of them.
They
He
got,
was
I think
playing
they're
the
going for
initiator,
camera,
he's
flash,
1-3 on
swing
ADR,
with
same for
Miniboo.
ACS. And talking of assists, #3, Paditech. He's been fantastic, consistent.
You go
all the
for it
way
now,
through. I think
though?
#1
That
is
cage kinda
Chronicle, so
destroyed that
tough man to
idea.
beat. And also, it only counted 2 games. Whereas, well, Heretics have played 1 more. KC have played a lot more games.
Yeah, they had a tougher run through the tournament, thanks to these boys. Oh, that stun is pretty rough for Magnum, but they don't know he's there. They haven't cleared it. He's unstunned, but Benji's getting the better
Get the
of
kill,
him.
and they
The
see
ult
this.
immediately
That's
used,
pretty big.
and that's a lurker kill.
That's
they know that. They've
quite a lot of
seen
info
all
you got
these
right
bodies
there.
towards the A site. You can see the reveals popping up as Rian's fires through
They
some
try and
shock
just go as
darts.
fast as they can,
Just
but
an
they're not
attempt to
fast
slow
enough,
them
I don't
down.
think.
As we can see, the rotates have taken place. Patatek now in position, as well as Boo helping him out, and helping him out he is. 2 quick kills, Paranoia
Wow.
through Rien's.
Again,
Picks
just look
up
at
one
how
of the
they
chaos,
look at
and
how
they're
they
set up
destroyed that
perfectly
round.
to close the round.
I mean, obviously the
Really
Cypher ult
good
helps a
stall
lot,
from
and
Heretics,
they just
great
weren't far
execution
enough in
when it
to
came down to
really.
it.
Yeah, I think
To
again,
really
you see
get
the
there.
interplay. Like even when
I mean, that's
get,
a
like,
crazy
Karma
good
Core
round
able
as
to
well.
Isolate one of these players on the other side. Firstly, this initial duel, there's a trade immediately. Secondly, this initial fight, there's Boo as well, just to support. Like, there's never an easy battle, and I think that's a lot of what you need on this attack inside, is you see teams trying to isolate the duel. You're going to watch it from Miniboo just sliding into angles in the next half. Like,
Okay, they do
those
have a
early
lot of
fights are
ults.
so important for the attack side.
It's crazy
And when
how
you
they
fall
fucking
into
use
that
this
sort of
Neon,
stack-up of
an
players,
agent that
well,
no one fucking
can't
thinks
really
is good.
expect KC to come out on top.
Again, they
Now,
go
this
for
round's
their
a little bit more
aggressive
interesting
play,
because,
even a
Mitch,
deep,
although the
deep dart
finances
here as
suck,
well.
there's still
That looks like it
opportunities
could be a
in
solo
KC 'cause
play,
of
to
the
be honest.
ults.
This very
that's
deep
the
dart
main
with an
thing,
ult
right?
down here.
If Thrash finding its mark here, Martine's going to be on you immediately. And obviously, the showstopper, it's a little bit devastating on its own. There's certainly potential.
So they hear the
for this squad on
rotates,
the attack.
they come
They've
back
made
to
noise
A.
B, they've made noise mid, and the ultimate plan is to catch this player pushing up, but it has no
But
heart
Boo
down.
is
Boo
quite
putting
good.
a stop to this here and now. No potential.
And
has
he gets
been
out.
realized, but still some remains. Martine and Narrate.
Look at the way he's played this. He's played it perfectly. Okay,
They have
maybe
gone
he's
right.
slightly
They
overswung
picked
there,
up
but
the
his
first
brother's
at
here to
least.
help.
Miniboo, though, avenges his brother and leaves Narrate with 45 HP and 4 opponents to take down. 3 opponents to take down.
He's still someone you have to be careful of. 45 HP though,
They're all
and
grouped
they are
up.
all lining up ready, like a firing squad to take him out. Great
Yeah,
round.
don't
And
jingle
that's the
that.
thing.
Don't
I
jiggle
think there
that
are a
angle.
lot
It
of
just
boos
doesn't work.
around at
It's
the moment.
not
I've seen
a good.
Mama
It's
Boo hanging
too.
out, and
It's
she
like
must be
too
incredibly
thick.
proud. Both of her
Especially when you
sons.
don't. I mean,
Both players
really,
are
in
normal
reality, if
mum
he was
things. Look at
playing
me going,
perfect
"Yeah,
balance,
I've got
you
one,
probably
I
just
think you can do
retreat, to be
that."
honest.
But they've been so impressive throughout this tournament. Like, they've been leading the charts for the majority of the event, and the fact that Boo has gone from a player last year, where you're talking about someone that we weren't even sure if he'd be around. Like,
Yeah,
with
this
how
is
poorly
crazy that
Heretics
Boo's
did,
this good.
they
I mean, he's
invested
just
in him
told. I know
again.
they're only on an eco,
People's
and I know
worth
that
it.
he's
He's
taken
been
them by
incredible.
surprise,
His
but
brother
still, to
said
get
it in one of the
3,
interviews.
a 3 and live.
He had it all along. Maybe the support wasn't there.
Oh, here we go. Thrash right off rip. Narrate's looking for someone. And he has been caught. Thrash not going to get
Okay,
as
we're gonna
much
flood
ground as
in.
you'd hope. The trap wire saving them, but now they've got another space taken.
Wow.
Or at least they thought they had. Quick kill.
Look
by
at them
Benji.
go! Look at them go! Oh my God, this team's so good! They're so good! Get that bet with. Get that bet with. Get inside your chat and tell him. Tell him I want to bet. I'm betting on Heretics. Tell him to. Tell him I'll buy the Kami bundle if they win. He has to buy the Heretics one. I want his agreement.
And they've done it again. This is looking devastating for KC.
This team's insane.
A pause as well, because of all the maps that we've got sort of coming up, this is the one where you look at them to be most favored in this series. Like, it is, obviously, they had a troublesome time last time out when they played versus Heretics in general. They got absolutely destroyed. But on this map, at least, you're looking at a 13-4 versus Koi, a 13-8 versus Vitality, and a 13-7 versus Phil. At least 2 of those you consider to be big
Surely
names.
they won't win Madrid.
Well, they got a new team. We'll give them a little bit of a break. But
Remember when we all
the
thought
fact is,
EG wouldn't do anything
the
either in
expectations
Tokyo?
coming in here are high. As said, they're very good on that defensive side, but you've got to leave yourself some wiggle room. You know that if you let Miniboo run away like this and he goes onto the attack, he's shredding you on the attack as well. Like, he goes, well, I've already got 20 kills. I might as well go for 30 while I'm there.
Elevate,
So
you
I
think
this is
Paper
already a
Rex
pretty
are winning
dangerous
Madrid?
round. I will say, though, I haven't looked into
Fucking
this
hell.
at all, but it
What are
always
you
feels
smoking?
Like whenever Eng takes a pause,
You're
the
watching
next
this
round,
team play.
Maybe the next buy round normally goes pretty well for the side of KC.
Pretty valuable being able to lean on that coaching staff. And you know, it's not just the vibe of the players down on the stage. We saw this coaching cam, and it's rare to see Weber and Neilzinho giving it like this. In fact, I'll make a request. Can we get a replay package of just those? Because I've seen at least 3
How many
rounds where
subs to
they've just been
pre-order
laughing their
Heretics?
asses
All
off.
I'm going to say
As much as it
is
costs, I guess.
you better make sure you win
Red
this
Sea
map, guys,
Turtle, thanks for the tier 1.
KC fans do not forget. they will be coming for you. They will be coming for you.
Oh, well. Let them come.
You tried?
As Prime said.
What, did he say no?
KC,
Look at him being scared.
like you said,
Tell
they're
him to stop
dangerous
being
here.
scared.
It is a round
Tell
where
him
they've got
to
a lot
believe
of
in his boys.
SMGs to work with. 3 Stingers, a Spectre, and a
He's
Sheriff
rooting
on
for
the side of
Heretics
Carmine
too?
Court.
What?
And they're spread out in their defaults, taking control of the map, possibly looking for some orbs as well to farm up. Look, Tamazi is only 1 away from having his Viper's Pit to play with. Plant could get that online. And
How does
well, those
Heretics
Stingers
comp
and
work
Spectres
against
will look
Cypher on
a
attack?
lot more
You
dangerous
shock
if they're
dart the
playing inside
trips,
the pit.
or common position for trips,
There's an orb right there.
and you suppress the Cypher.
Like, for the most part.
That's the main
Right now,
crux
Heretics
of
are
it all.
somewhat guessing. It seems like they've guessed correctly because they've already cleared out.
Bro,
B
where are
main.
you going?
Paranoia,
That's a
though,
bad
is already
decision.
going to find them that opener. Martin with the first kill. And with these Stingers up close, you do have to be a little bit more careful if you're on the Heretic side. Boo from above. This is an angle we've seen quite a few players try and sit in. And well, there you go. There is that
there's
Viper's
no way.
Pit after the plant. Instead, Boo actually goes up above. And if he drops down, he's actually going to Goomba stomp someone instead.
It's a tough decision here. I mean, he is really playing blind in this, but that reveal certainly helped him out. It's only Martin down. Those weapons
This
still
pit has
so
landed in
dangerous.
such a way.
They can catch a close fight inside a Viper's Pit. Flash is good. It's kept them back. Heretics slowing on the way through. They've already lost Patatek. The drop is good, though. That's the pit down.
Oh.
He gives his life for it, but a chance now for Benji. Never
Okay,
mind.
weird round. I mean,
Quickly
Miniboo
shut
kind
down
of
by
gave
Shin,
his
and
life
Magnum
here.
had
That
the
was a
trade either
very
way.
weird one.
Like you said, Tom, KC, after the pauses, their win rate seems to go up, and, well, they've found a win.
I also said be careful with the laughing.
I mean, he also
It's
like
true.
perfectly
Lesson
timed it to
learned.
where like
Look at the speed.
if he
of
goes to
Martin
like a
there. You
moment
see Miniboo
earlier and does this,
immediately
he
turns.
probably just
He popped his
dies 'cause they
abilities,
see
trying
him.
to speed his way out of there, but there was no fast lane for him, unfortunately.
Let's go,
It's on the highway to hell.
Nice.
5 to 3.
boys.
As you can see, Anger's ecstatic.
okay, double trips here on B.
As he's ever been.
That's the happiest he's
Deep
ever
camera
been.
in here.
Him
That's
and
kinda
Nats
interesting.
were a match made in heaven,
Doesn't
obviously.
look like it's for any kind of trap, but just actually, I'm not even. This is probably on this side of it, isn't it?
KC back on the
An
map,
interesting
but
cam.
now they go back to this slower style of play. Like, you have to bear in mind, a lot of that was around an explosive start to the round, where normally you'd had quite aggressive positions from Heretics, as they do
Again,
now.
looks like
but
they've got
that
the
round
right
they were
read.
playing
The
passive
quick
because they were
check of
up
the
against an
cam
eco,
just to check that
and
no
then the
one's
Viper's
coming on
Pit,
in here. You
which
see him
of course
just
is not online anymore.
swiveling
the only thing
on it.
available is that from the shadows,
Batty can feel a
which
bit safe.
for most people other than Mystic doesn't have high impact.
Yeah, rotational ultimate a lot of the time. A
Banging
very slow
something.
approach from KC. You see a rotation in from Nares.
Okay, drone
Not
again. The
having a
thing is,
trap
they don't know
inside
which
B
side they're
main,
on.
they've
So
gotta
what?
be
They're gonna
worried
try and
about
take B main,
anybody having
fake
pushed
this,
up,
and then
but
come
with
back
the
to
spike
A.
being on A, it's a weird one. I think they're faking.
Or they're gonna try and
A.
do the opposite.
Paranoia used. Martin creeps up, makes some noise, and then they start to step back. We can see the rotate. Just take a look up towards the spawn. You already have players on their way.
30 seconds left.
Patatek moved across middle. He's caught Magnum. But then
Oh
comes the
my
play
God.
from
Oh!
Martin, and it's not done well. That flash was perfect.
Yeah,
Another ult for
the
Benji.
race utility is on point. Unfortunately, too many fish, not able to hit the target. And also, other than Benji, the players, at least most of them are healthy.
They have a
Trying to
silver
get this
ult. I
back
mean,
into a
you're at
winnable
the point
position.
in the
It's
round where you're
gonna
probably
be
not going
easy.
to get another
Now
one.
the stun's going through. Counter flash is excellent, but the paranoia has left them so blind. And now, well,
Winnable.
it's going to be the leading of the charge from Miniboo. So much damage being done, leaving just Tomazi to try and fight back.
Still a nice
But he
retake
will
by
not be
Heretics. Not a
able
bad
to.
try in a
The
3v5.
blip
I
on
mean,
the
it was
radar is
somewhat
quickly
winnable, but
fixed. And Heretics are going to double up once again.
Well, I think Uli's happy with
Oh,
how things
dear.
are going so
That's a bit
far.
obvious.
Patatek was looking
Again,
very
and they
sharp
had
in
that
his
camera. I'm not sure if they
rotation.
checked it
Actually
and
filled
saw
in
him
the
or
gap that they were looking to exploit,
Patrick
so
happened to be holding
it's
in that moment.
backfired a little bit on the side of KC. Immediate answer back. It was.
I wonder what he
so-
said there.
What do you think, Tom? Any ideas?
Let's flip and go.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Or maybe it was fudging. I don't know.
It
One
could be.
of them.
It could be. I think. Yeah, we'll have to start a Twitch poll.
50-50. There's no other
No,
options.
no third option needed.
And we don't want your suggestions.
Yeah, user submitted suggestions. Not happening for this one.
Banned, in fact.
Unfortunately. Oh, round number 10 kicking
Again, I
off.
mean,
and
just
Team
look at his
Heretics,
confidence.
Slow and steady start, but they're
This time they do
chipping
destroy
away
that
at this.
cam.
The defense is looking decent. 9 rounds still possible at the half, and KC have weaker weapons. This round win looking likely for the defense, but this is where KC have been able to pull out. some of those wins. One of them, most recently, on the attack. They have been
Happened to
very
Rienz, he
patient.
just couldn't
They've
get a
tried to push
visa.
and pull this map and bait
So they've had
Heretics
to play
into
online.
rotations, but
Now, luckily, I don't think
Heretics
anyone
have
has
been
said,
decently
like,
patient. I wonder how
oh,
much
they're
of that
playing
is Mini
online,
Blue
so they
being
have an
able to
advantage.
speedily cover those gaps.
I mean, I think that's a stupid argument
They're
anyway,
really
to be honest.
confident in Benji. Like, they are more than happy to go, okay, we
All
can
the
gamble a
teams
third
fucking
player over
scrim
today
online.
because he's going to do a good job to delay. And especially if he has some supportive utility
Oh,
through they
the
go.
dart.
There he is with Rienz, the support, and then ready for the split to come in from behind. He's so aware of all of the positions. And it's actually Rienz to snap back.
Oh.
In fact, he's cleaning up,
How have they not got a kill?
leaving just Shin remaining. And look how aware they are of this last man's position. It doesn't matter, he still lands the shot, but it's Rienz again. Another round on the board, and well, it's nice when you can talk about something and it almost immediately comes up, just a perfect
Online diff? I mean, the
little
only
combination
person it
between
really
two players
affects
in
is
market.
Rienz.
And
Because
right now,
everyone
these
else is
explosive
playing on the same
takes
ping. I don't know what
on
Rienz's
towards
ping is
that
on this. It'll
B
probably
side have just
be,
not been working out for them.
you know, in the 50s, 60s,
couple of
probably, I
things
would
not
guess.
working out for
Maybe
them right
70s.
now, but I actually really like that approach to the round. I think they did a good job, again, running that clock down, spreading it, spreading the cover. Once they move in towards market, that timing is near perfect. The eyes are on B main, the execute's coming in, and both
Gotta be
Benji
30s
and
from
Rienz
Turkey to
turn
Berlin.
to watch that angle. They're ready for the fight.
I don't know. I would have thought
But the
Turkey to Berlin
timing,
was more, but maybe
they're so
maybe
aware.
not.
It's like a clock starts ticking in their head the second they look away from an angle. Okay, we have 5 seconds, and someone could be coming through there. They turn, and it's damn right.
New
every
Agent
time.
25 teaser
I
on
gotta
Twitter.
give it to Benji Sentinel because
I mean,
this is
you can
exactly what we came into this map
link it
highlighting
and someone else will
about
link
this
it.
man. His B holds have been very difficult to deal with. Getting past him is tough. We've seen several attempts
It's
at
more on
it,
public
destroying
service,
the
but then not on
deeper
public
traps
service.
using nades and everything like this, but it's just not
I mean, I've
working.
been on
When they
the
come down to
yeah,
taking
I've
those
been on
fights,
that when
he always
I
has
get the
backup,
early access
and he's
as well.
getting
But
ahead 10 and 5 right now as a Sentinel. And with 7 rounds on the board on defense,
I don't think
you
mine
can
to
definitely give a
Frankfurt was
lot of
much
credit
less, but
towards
maybe
him.
it is.
Obviously, Mini Boo's aggression as well has just been out of
Not
this world.
worth
Patrick's
being
got
linked,
10
says Amy
assists.
too.
Some of that is the knife, but we've seen a lot of good flashes too.
Well,
What is it, just a picture?
Force win. Well, not force, just
oh,
investment
it looks
win.
like fucking. Is that just Omen?
A third round win, and then the round after the pause. That is all that's currently on the board for KC. As said, expectations for their defense have been high, but right now it does look like they're getting shut down by Team Heretics. Having that Thrash available might be able to help them out a bit.
I mean, have they had this
Fact
for
is,
ages?
it's
Am I
mostly
trolling?
been those more explosive
Have they not
plays
had
that
this
have
all for a
actually worked
while?
out for them.
Or has he
Look
got
at
a second?
the 4-man stack initially over onto this
He might
A
have a
side.
second.
Early aggression being taken, a dart thrown over, maybe
Again,
even a
aggression
flash as well. I'm
towards
not sure
A.
if it was thrown out. No, the knife was
Oh no, I
thrown
think he
out
did use
instead.
the one before. He's
But
just
now
got a
they are
second.
picking up that pace once
Let's
again.
do the same thing.
Towards one player.
Benji wins
but
that
one
fight.
player delivers once more.
Yeah, a retake setup from Heretics where they're very ready for KC to come in, dumping those ults, your Thrash right off rip, and some utility as well, but it gets them nothing. They've
Again,
lost
here
health,
comes the
nade is
flood.
through. That might even stop the plan. It might do damage on the back of it if it wasn't in the corner.
Look at
Bounce
them
was a little
flood.
off, but Rien's shots weren't. Tomasi though, stepping
They
up
know
to
where they
find
are,
some
though.
damage, already thrown out his snake bite. It will slow them slightly.
Who
We're
has
not
a
gonna
smoke?
See it used for the later round. The block off this control, of course, not having the orb, but not having any life left, gets even more in the way. Magnum, the last man standing, 1v3. And we saw Heretics win from this position many times, but they had a smoke.
And this,
to
I think,
spam
is the
through and a
better
slightly
smoke
better
to use.
plant
We've seen
position
some
for the
use the
spams.
one way on the
Another
box, but
round
I think that
found
that
for
one is
Team
better.
Heretics, this defense just cannot
And that
be
flood
stopped.
out of B
Yeah, and
is
they're so
it's looking
prepared.
clean.
Again, I've been
It's
singing
looking
his praises
clean, this
throughout,
flood out of B.
But Benji set up, just getting that one kill, and then the rest just comes down to retaking as a team, which they've been excellent as well, especially when they have that man advantage in favor. 7 of the last 8
Why is it
now
better than
going
one way?
in that
I just think that
advantage,
it
looking like
means that,
a potential for a 9-3 half.
like, when you do the one way, yeah, people
See
behind the
what sort of
box are
response
kind of
there can
fucked,
be.
right? So people
Obviously,
behind the
pause is
box,
already being utilized
they're in a
by
tough
the side
spot.
of KC,
But if there's
so
someone out here, which
gonna
there
be
often
seeing
is,
much more from Eng.
they're not that fucked.
I guess
Right?
at this
Someone who's
stage,
just
Ubers
sitting
had
here
to try and have
isn't
a
impacted
chat
by this at
with the
all.
team. Now
You're
they're
just
setting
more
up on
likely
the
to
other side.
impact more people.
It's so different, and again, within seconds.
And it just
I didn't
means
even
that you
think
can
was
just
the
hold this
5-second
one
mark,
line.
and already, Martin is gone.
And you're good.
Barriers up, 5v4. It's like playing an attack
Right, 'cause
side
when you
up
put it
against
here,
Artis. He was so annoying on the side
like,
of Navi.
no one back here can
constantly
see, no
posted
one
up
from here can
with that
see, like,
operator,
and you can
yet
just
they
hold
do
this
it with
one line.
Mini Boo sliding into
And also,
angles,
if depending
taking
on where
quick
they've planted,
duels,
like if
not
they've
having
planted
the
on the
escape.
front side here,
Not need, well, I
right,
guess he
you even
does.
have to
He just
swing
did
out
it
even
there.
more from the
It's
box. You have to actually swing out even
dodgeball
further.
being played out. He's just so
No,
hard
I think
to
on that
hit,
instance they did
and he
plan on
hits
this side,
hard.
but you know,
8-3,
sometimes they
one
might
round round left and a man
Sees the
advantage
feet.
towards the defensive side of Heretics. Pressure is on, but
They've seen
again, they're pushing in towards Benji Fishy.
They did this before. Similar setup. They have cages to protect. Trips put in place to allow him to just sit within this corner. Look, they've actually doubled them up. So even if they
Was there a
shoot one,
gap
the other
there
one
or
will
something?
catch him. Miniboo dropping another, and they
Oh,
have
there
their
is a small
fragments to try
gap.
and hold them back. This is a masterclass from the side of Heretics, but Riente's been caught.
4v2.
Thomasy giving them at least a little bit of an opportunity. 30 seconds left on the clock. Is he really going to try through the smoke? You assume there has to be something else to this Shin having to make a move, otherwise he's going to have to just push straight into the blender, and with the stun leaving him just in a position where I don't even know what they can hope to find. It needs to be a miracle shot, and it isn't going to happen. Shin now with seconds left to spare.
And look at how aware Miniboo is. He's so aware.
From the side of Heretics and KC, they need to wake up.
Probably what they had to try there was Shin had to probably fake TP just to as if he like. I guess maybe he didn't even know the trip was there though, to be honest, because he didn't even go over to it.
These early battles from Miniboo, and when the clock runs down, they're pushing into Benji. There's no safe route for this squad. The upside, their attacking half is over. Maybe that's the tougher half out of the way. As they move over to the defense, we're expecting numbers to go up in their favor, and we've seen these comebacks into maps. It's not over.
Is that an actual quote, Elevated?
Definitely in the danger zone.
Y'all are some mischievous risk takers. You know how to play the map whilst always pursuing favorable fights, but when you jump into a we fray, it's inevitable you lose the fight sometimes, and having the team's controller be the first or second one out and around is normally a daft play, and we can greatly limit your team's options. We look forward to seeing what you think of Agent 25 during their release later this month, when Dropping Smokes takes on a new life. What, so when you die it creates smokes?
He's probably run riot versus half of those teams.
I think we've seen that a number of
Angel is fucking popping off. Navi are winning champs.
Over the last year. Nothing.
He's been cooking. My goodness. And it smells good. 9-3. Defensive side for KC. About to be tested. And we talked a lot about the holds from Benji Fishing, Magnum. The Sentinel on the other side. Good snake bite. That should slow them down. Certainly do some damage on the way through. Benji.
Now they did trade it.
He ran in to make sure he could trade out his teammate at the very worst.
Again, they got the Patty late look.
That health ends up playing into it later, as some of it was the decay, so he's 74 after that fades away. It's not too bad. It's workable, but he's being chipped away, and that final fight for him seems to be coming pretty soon. He's going to have to scrap on the site, and Martin's quick to take it.
Wow. So Patty actually comes back, doesn't go for the look. I guess they probably shut the door. Big win for Carmine, needed that.
Yeah, a start that they desperately needed into this second half. And as said, this is where they've done most of their work so far. I think 8.
There should be a smokes agent where you can see the whole map from above to IGL your team instead of dying. Angel would be good on an agent. What if I told you that such an agent already exists?
9-4. Still a long way to go to get themselves back into this game. And with, as said, how fearsome Miniboo has been. You expect him to at least steal a round away. Maybe not this one. He's only going to be left with a classic.
Yeah, I got that it was a joke. I got it. I got the joke. Don't worry. I got it. I got it. I think really though the problem is you're missing why Angel does what he does, which is really the thrill of the death.
Paranoia's caught him. He's out of there at least. Body blocked a little, but it's okay. They're safe. The mosh pit's bought them a little bit of extra time. They try to isolate Magnum, perhaps. The flash is good. He's got some support.
Oh,
he doesn't need
that's
it.
the spike.
He was about to have a teammate come around the corner, but Tomazi late to the party, and Magnum's already shut off the music.
Ooh.
Nice and easy for KC. Cleaned up in an Andalucia. Flawless. 9-5. They're on the road to recovery for sure, but here come the guns for Heretics.
Yeah, this is definitely where things get a little bit more
Have I bought my EMEA Classic yet? I haven't.
I'm always happy to see teams putting a little bit more stock in buying a piece of utility.
I really kind of, I was thinking of the, I mean, I might have to get the Koi one just for the purple, I think.
Use a couple of extra flashes on Padatek and use Boo's Paranoia for the same. There was a world where they catch a couple of players there. They even get them with the Paranoia, they're just unable to actually convert. But
I might get the BB, I don't know.
KC Weather, the Storm, managed to win those fights.
I'm waiting to see who wins. Yeah, I might have to get the Heretics one.
Their weaponry's a bit weaker, so they're going to try and go aggressive. The flash is good, but...
Yeah, I've got Leviathan. I've got Leviathan, DFM. I'll obviously get the Wolves one.
I think it's an awkward enough angle as well when you're trying to quickly pace your way through. The Gecko flash moves quite slow. think mainly focused on mid there as well.
Yeah, I might get the
for
foot
KC,
one though. I think you're right. I think the foot one's quite nice, and I quite
still
like foot,
workable,
and I quite like the
but
car.
The weaponry weaknesses. 3 Bulldogs alongside a Stinger. They need to keep numbers in favor when fighting, and close range makes it even better.
5v4
a little ambitious
against
from
the bad
Minibu.
guy.
Perhaps the idea being he's got the information to play
Hello?
off. Now,
Hello?
it's a little bit awkward. Thought we were gonna have a free kill.
Oh, I think we might. Brian stuck in a corner. Turning this back into a 3v3. They've only just managed to find Magnum's cam as well, so he's revealed another. I think it's though Benji and Boo still standing. Martin is going to try and get this one to half of Benji there on the
Okay,
peak.
Benji eventually gets it. That was a bit messy from kind of both sides, you know, not knowing where the camera was. I don't know what Narrate was doing, to be honest. That's a bit of a question mark.
The door to cause problems further down the line for the Heretic squad. KC full buy up and in prime position, but they're at 10-5 down. Needs to be a flawless couple of rounds. Yeah, like you see, that player fighting inside, right? The flash catches him. If he's a step forward, it doesn't. It's unlucky, really. Just that Shin doesn't win the fight. He's been decent so far. But Heretics, as you said, they have a slightly shorter route, but without dropping a
This is a
map,
big
they've
round.
made
If
it
they
here.
lose this
By the
calming
looks of it,
sword,
they want
it's
to
probably
continue
a
that
wrap.
trend. This is KC's map pick. They're on double the rounds. And KC are putting all their credits into this one. Sure, there was damage done
Gonna be a
previously,
fast B
but this
split.
is Heretic's chance to put their foot down.
Any wall across? Any neon
KC out of
walls?
the
There you go.
series.
Oh, no! Just a little bit of spam. And Thomas, he's already
And
gone.
the ult as well.
The main defense on the site. A couple of teammates jumping
So
to
they
the
know
aid
they're
of
all
Minibu.
CT.
Make sure he doesn't get caught out by spams, but the rest of the players are all sectioned out.
They
on the
do
site,
come and
just trying to
retake market.
reclaim some control into market, clearing into mid. But
It's
Magnum's
interesting.
gone
It
down
feels
as
like a
well.
lot of the Americas
Again, these
teams do
spam shots
use
just
this
seem
corner
be
to
doing
punish
so
this.
much damage finally.
But it feels like in the MEA not as
Make
much.
things look at least a little bit more competitive. And Minibu with an uncharacteristic whiff is going to give this back to a possible
Again, here
round
we
for
go. We're
KC.
all in CT. Again, Shin has a smoke. See where he uses it.
flash is
See, yeah,
good,
he's
though.
gone for the one on the box, and you'll
That's
see what I
Martin
mean
down.
here,
Who's
right?
going to defuse? Well, there's still a little guy to work with, but they're looking to scrap instead. Narrate finding one,
Now,
then
that
sending
could be
the
a
man out
problem,
to
though.
defuse. He's going to hold it close inside the smoke. He's got the first. That's a third kill in the round, and a chance to take it all the way. But Panatek
Gets him with the
interrupts it
last bullet.
at the worst possible moment. 11-5. It comes close, but again.
But you see what I mean about the one
it's hit
on the
balance in
box,
favor
like
of
how it
Heretics.
doesn't affect
2
the other
more
players,
rounds
whereas the
to close
smoke
this out
that
and start
Heretics
the
use
series
does.
off 1-0 on their opponent's map pick.
Yeah, I think that comes down to just the last bullet. A little bit unlucky. I also think Boo maybe got baited a little bit by the just forgetting that he has a wingman because he goes running through like, he's defusing when he's still holding on to it. 11-5 though. Heretics.
Okay, they do
firmly in
force
the
it,
lead,
but we got
sending
two
Minibu
stingers, a
out
bulldog.
as a
It's not
one-man
great. They
tank,
do have a gecko.
leading that charge. Now, the fact
they can
is,
get the
although
first
weapons are
kill,
weak, the
they also have a
read from
Cypher.
KC is
Now-
spot on. 4 players on
Yeah,
this
they
side of
got
the map.
4
They're
players
hearing the
here.
drone. They're hearing the noise. They're going to know that they've got this one right.
Don't go full elbow. I beg.
Everybody's waiting.
See, like, you can almost see, like, look what the defense side wants you to do, right? We've got the wall over here, we got the one-way over here, we're, like, triple stacking this. They don't want you to do this. They're happy for you to do this.
Eggs in one basket.
Right, if you want to do that, they're happy.
Now it's time. The utility's coming. They know they've made the right gamble. They still need to see the reward for it. Martin, the first to find
time
a
they
kill,
actually pushed up.
clean onto Benji Fishy. Damage done onto Boo. The kill only one before the trade comes through. This is looking nasty. Boo even contemplating bailing out of here with the ultimate, and indeed he will. Sending it to their spawn. They've heard him. They're close enough.
actually
Shin
sticks
has
it.
that information to play with. The players
What?
also moving into spawn. The cross here, dangerous. It's being watched by so many of KC's players. You still have Martin
they
and
just
Magnum
thought, let's just play
holding
chaos-
strong and
chaos
keeping
game?
Panatek back. And the crossover for Boo, he might think he's got the sight, but actually, there's someone here waiting for him. The rotate's already come in from Shin. The angle's a little off. Couple seconds left, and he's got him. Surely now he can just defuse it. So far away, Panatek doesn't stand a chance. Knife out. He's running, but he'll never get there in time. And the nade, well, it comes in.
Well, that was
after
a weird
the
round.
is
Why didn't he
already
TP
over.
just
A
across?
disaster for Team Heretics.
Don't really
KC
understand
back
that
on
from
the
Boo,
board.
to be honest. I mean, maybe he thought that there was someone still on the side, but you're getting Cypher ulted. Like,
it just becomes a little bit panicky. I don't mind the initial TP spot. I was thinking that'll be a position where they could sort of pincer the players if they try and rotate. The only problem is the time. Like, eventually it got to a point where Boo had to try and move, and Shin was just waiting for a player to go for the plant. Heretics, even though it's only, what, the first buy round that we've actually seen go in their opponent's favor, they're going to take an early pause. Finance is definitely a little bit on the brink for them, and if they're going to try and risk it and do some damage here, they're going to want to have a talk with the coach.
Well, the smile's no longer on the faces of the Heretics coaching staff, but
posture
they
check.
don't need to feel too tense just yet.
Who do I root for?
Lead.
Whoever you want. I don't think anyone will care.
A couple mistakes.
I think both of these teams are likable.
But for Heretics on this attack
new kids
side,
on the block.
You have to think that round
That's
is
the thing.
coming.
Everyone's likable
Mini
until they
Boo's
start
been a little
winning.
bit quiet. They've shut him down a couple of times in the last
And then they start
few
winning,
rounds.
and everyone's like,
And eventually,
I'm bored of
he
this
will
team
find
now.
find his mark.
Give me the next
He'll show
team.
up. I have to say, Rian's as well. I feel like when he's put back against the wall into a corner, he's able to punch out and at least take 2 down with him
Highlighted
a lot of the
message.
time.
Wow, please
He's been having
read.
some really good rounds, I think, especially with Benji on B on the defensive side. It's been very impressive to watch. So much more needed from this
How will the
squad.
road to
Couple
Masters
seconds
look
left before
like
we get
after
into the
this?
thick of it.
So after this, we get
KC's
Masters
defense,
Madrid.
Thrash
Then after
is
that, we
online.
get into
Some
normal
sort of a
league
safety
play.
net to
So this
fall
is the
back
same
on.
as it was last year.
Said
From
a lot
memory,
there.
last year, and I don't know if
On
it's
the
the same
defensive
this year,
side,
but
they've
last
come down
year,
to their
Americas
retakes.
is on the weekend on Monday. Pacific is on the Friday and the weekend.
If this lands outside the map, I'm going to laugh so hard. We just follow it the whole way.
It's good. It's good. Great. Well, the camera's not there, I'll tell you that.
If it was, that would have looked really cool. Unfortunately, it's not.
Yeah.
So,
Actually, Magnum just
And
watched that live.
EMEA, I think, was on what?
They've
Tuesday,
missed
Wednesday,
their shotgun. How'd you know?
Thursday, I think,
I
last
saw
year.
it.
Big stuns on the back of sight, but
I think
Shin
it'll be
again,
the
he's going
same.
to have his head screwed on properly. And able to
Oh,
timing, no one's
no.
watching. That's such a big gap. They've left it wide open
Now
for
this time they
KC,
just
and
smoked the
it's
choke point.
capitalized on. Now spraying
They got
through
a
smoke.
spam kill.
Rian's is down. And this Heretics hold. Plant in that same position, spam through the smokes. Well, it needs to be damn good to get out of this one. Miniboo hits a few
Was it on
shots,
Monday?
but not enough.
Was it?
11 to 7,
Monday,
the
Tuesday,
gap
Wednesday?
down to 4.
Either way, they'll be. I don't know when they're
Weaponry
doing the
weak,
China
but that
games,
was
to be
still a
honest.
scenario where you
Don't
felt
know
like
the
there was an
answer to that one,
opportunity once
but
they got into the post plant.
Yeah, we'll be back into
Until a
normal league
second
play
later,
for
Shin
5
takes it for the
weeks,
entire team facing the wrong way.
and
so
then I assume
maybe
there's
a
no
few
super week.
slip-ups here and there. But ultimately, everybody wants
And
him
then
to
there'll be
try
playoffs,
retreat.
and then
it's
there'll
unfortunate
be-
as well because coming into the round, Padatek was the one with the rifle. So although it drops into somebody else's hands, if he's facing the right way,
Let's go. Come back.
they actually could have taken that one. Starting to believe.
Comeback?
rounds the
I still don't
difference,
truly believe,
straight
but if they
for
win
4
this one,
rounds
they
for
got a
KC
chance
and
because
then
Heretics will
defense.
be on a low buy again.
Series versus other team.
We do have a
been
Sovereign.
nothing.
We got a Gecko up for narrate.
For now, though, I am looking at the ults that are available. Overdrive for Miniboo.
And Heretics against Na'Vi
Importantly,
were better on their
I think Null Command
defensive
now
side as well.
online with that orb taken and the Hunter's Fury. That's where you can easily see a little bit of ult spam taking over
Just
the
trying to
round. It
break
looks
that
like
camera
they
again.
might be opting to try and challenge into middle. That's where the majority are going at the moment.
Yeah, slow bleed into this control. We saw the smoke put up top mid, blocking them off, but KC have got some wide coverage with their traps on this round. Understandable, considering the stack. And I mean, it's rare to see so many players on that A side off of next to nothing. I mean, a full retake attempt. They must have their ideas. on
time's
the back
ticking
of it. I
down.
think somehow
Looks like they're
with
coming
this
back to A.
Padatek, he can break down their
I
utility.
think because they
blitz
haven't
it.
broken this camera.
And he
I
better
mean, this is
do
the
a
thing.
damn
They
good
heard
job,
this
or
camera, so you
someone on
got to
Heretics
break it.
better because they are shifting to the wrong side of the map, straight into A. Ult pop. Now this is on C. He's running it through. The cam is above him. It's not being blocked out, and it's actually seen him.
So
Okay,
they're gonna stay.
it's destroyed, but only one player there. No more noise
Yeah,
heard.
they're not
They're
falling for
sticking
this.
on A. They haven't fallen for it at all. In fact, they're primed and ready to duel. Heretics are the ones caught off guard, you would think. The spike is down in the open. 2 players protecting. 10 seconds to get that spike
TP
planted.
though from
They
Shin.
need to go for it now with a cross from Shin. He's down. Only a couple seconds to plant. The coverage needs to be there, and it's not. The pistol out for Boo, and it's too late. The time already gone.
Wow.
Another.
So
for
Cyphercam
KC.
wins the round. And again,
Not
they went for
down
that
and out
shock
of it
dart
yet.
to go
The
and
gap
destroy
is
it, but
now
it's in the
3.
wrong place.
Yeah, I do feel like they're a little bit unlucky because in most cases you are going to have your Cypher in that position, unable to check that cam, but it's the round where
But it's good from calming,
KC
Cole.
just put all their eggs in one basket, look to play the retake, and because of that, they have everybody sat there waiting. And obviously Patatek's just a little bit too far behind to really have much impact in the round.
Let's go, boys!
The concept good, but unfortunately for Heretics.
So now they're on an
Looks like a
eco.
blunder
Now
from
again,
far.
they did this against Navi as well. To
That
me,
streak of
buy
rounds really
fucking
starting to
stingers
build
with
up
this
for
comp.
KC. Financially a good spot. Ultimate points in a great spot. One off
Also,
of
Minibu
Viper's
popped
Pit.
his ult that round.
Showstopper,
I was gonna say
Thrash
like, oh, at
online
least they'll
already.
have the ult for the next round, but they don't.
And unfortunately for Heretics,
popped
they're
it
back
for
down
some
to the
reason.
pistols.
Bit of a Zuma,
weaknesses
gotta
in
be
this
doing
round.
something type move.
Really nice to see KC playing the big brain version of Valorant.
the fuck
Cypher
is
other
this?
side, bait out that ultimate from Patatek. Round falls to pieces. Now that's a good adaptation, a good read.
Again, he's
But there's
missed it.
plenty more to be seen. Again,
keep
that
thinking
shock
they're
dart
breaking
thrown
this
through,
cam,
and
but they're
again,
not.
The camera stays alive. Repositioned a couple times
Yeah,
directly
he just
above the
moved
door.
it
I think we've seen it here
slightly
before for
across.
sure. Maybe a little bit left in the last round, but
Gonna go for mid
for
aggression.
Heretics, it means that while they think they're robbing KC of information, they're absolutely not. KC are a step ahead. They know what control they've given up, and now they know this player's in market. Now the alarm bells start to ring. It's pretty clearly a B hit, but they're trading out the numbers. Magnum on 5 HP definitely does get worrying.
Now,
but
if they
we
use the
just saw
Gecko, that's kind of a win.
Thrash pulled into the arm of Narrate. He's going to use this to clear out market completely. Going to the side, in fact, fully committing, and he's caught Benji. They need to be quick if they want to capitalize on that space, and the problem is, if they're quick, they might just run into Minibu. Plant's still not found. A couple of seconds left to get this done. Mosh pit burned out of them. Good kill for Minibu.
Hello?
He doesn't know there's a player up top, and that is awkward. But it gets there in the end. Showstopper for the spike. The round secured now. The question, how much damage can Benji Fishy get away with? And it's almost all of them. The time is the only thing that saves KC from a possible blunder of a round. In the end, they'll even get Benji.
Henry gets a kill, but they used a
That's
Raze
all
ult
right for
and a
his
Gecko ult.
finances, probably the better thing in the end, but a nice amount of damage. It's one of those things where I'm looking at this round, and all in all, it isn't bad for Heretics. Like, they go in with pistols and one rifle.
But still,
one player
it
survives
is a
on the other
round.
side, and they burned up 2 pretty high impact ults. So I feel like
Look at
KC
like
maybe
looks like
feeling the
Asuna there,
pressure a little bit
Martin,
in
with
that
the
one, but even
shaky.
still, they keep the 4-round
shaky
streak
aim.
going.
Okay.
Both teams now having both
Calming
of their
goal.
boards is used to the attacker side. It's clear where they feel the confidence.
Again, Heretics attack on this map, they
Looking like we
definitely
could
need
be
to
seeing
revisit.
back-to-back
They definitely need to think about this.
defensive halves.
Bigger, transit faster, bigger, transit faster, bigger, transit faster.
Thank you, Sid, for the 2 months.
True
Yes,
Minibu
bigger
round.
transit
It's coming
faster.
eventually. I don't know when,
Did I watch the 100 Thieves comms video?
but he always seems to have at least one.
He's on short, you gotta go, hey, you rotate me, I'll say, hey, you just go, hey, rotate. Seize now.
Being able to farm
What, you
up
mean
those
that?
ultimates, play a super high impact. You've got your Viper's Pit, you've got your Showstopper.
Boom, up.
If dumped into
Gotta go live.
Heretics, it's
You mean
not
that?
as easy to find that value. We saw Patatek's ultimate, it relies on them not being ready. For example, having Magnum repositioned, it was a retake on B, but that ultimate will get you onto site in the best of scenarios. But they used it to try and play the mind games, which didn't work out. It's not an ult that can punch through a site reliably, like some of the other ones in play for KC. But that's where Heretics should be making up for it in the round to round. The utility they've got in their belt hasn't been landing as much as we'd like to see. 2-round gap now. Viper's Pit used up, and this
They
is a
just run
big
past the
headache for the
elbow?
attacking side. The control taken. I mean, even look at the fallback for this squad now. If they want to leave elbow straight through a pit, and that is a dangerous
You
thing
got
to
the
do,
trip
especially
to
with
tell them
Magnum
that they
working.
essentially
I like where
can
they
leave.
place the trip though, because it at least allows them a chance to go back. Because
What
they'll
if it
know
gets
if
destroyed,
somebody's
though?
pushed that far forward. The thing is the other utility that's in play, and now they are in that exact predicament. They either have to go forward or they have to go back past players. Magnum may be aware of the
Well, you have to
potential
go
of them
forward.
being in this position, but
Thing is, they don't know that everyone's here, so they can't like
just
rotate
pausing here
completely.
might actually start to put a few doubts in the minds of their opponent.
Well, you speak about that, yeah. You see
They're
the
gonna
rotation
dart, they're
no
gonna try and
longer
push
got
D.
Magnum in the pit covering the back. Instead, he's falling back, checking his cam, seeing
They
there's
missed
no one on
the-
B, but they're now out of position a little bit on A. Narrate gives up the control. The post plant will be played for the retake attempt. By the looks of it, is where KC
All
wanna
elbow,
rely
though?
on this round. It hasn't gone according to plan to start with, but they're not going to throw themselves at this and let it slip away.
Oh,
Hunter's
that's a
Fury
nice
used,
Hunter
massive
Fury, though.
damage. He
Holy.
could get a kill. He
Wow,
could get
I mean,
two.
that's an insane
KC
Sova
didn't
roll,
need
though.
this now. A hero has to step it up Shin at 11-9. And Carmine Corp have their back against the wall. Great flash, that might have brought them back in. The ult used, the hat off the head to reveal these players. Rians and Benji, both known quantities now. It's Casey's choice on how they want to approach this. Recon gone through, it's revealing them both. It's causing problems that Benji's capitalizing on.
Just
and
living.
with 70 HP and a lot of time left against him. Magnum's out of here. 3 kills.
Okay, Heretics, what an ult by Rians, wins the round.
Put it 12-9, now 1 away from stealing a map.
I don't think you normally see a soul roll from there, but it's just...
It almost jumped back out.
New Rian's picture coming up. A little bit less. I feel like he was better dressed yesterday, I'll be honest.
You think so?
Yeah.
Didn't put a suit on for the finals?
No. Unlucky. This was an unbelievable ult, though. The amount of damage on the initial hit. Like, there's no assists there. That's all Rian's doing the damage. And although there was a nice attempt, solid paranoia through from Shin. It isn't quite going to be enough for them to take this round back. OT
Okay,
guaranteed.
12-9, 3 chances to win.
It has been a bit of a break from the scoreboard for Heretics. And even now, you look at the finances, Boo's had to go down to a Guardian, reserve cash only on Mini Boo.
Destroy the
Looking
trip
like they
and
might
they
pick up
come.
the pace here, Mitch, as they've headed right into the
So
B
it has
side.
been retake B a lot.
The pace is
There you
being
go,
picked
here's
all the
Patek
way
in
up,
this
and
angle I
the
talked
idea
about.
here that the lurking support player can hopefully pick up a couple. He might just get some
Does he
value for
destroy
money.
the
'Cause
door? I think
remember,
you do.
Heretics have been
I think
so
you
good
destroy
at
the door, you
running
make this
clock
guy
down.
worry.
Mini Boo's going to try to take that opening duel, slide back. I don't even know how Benji's picked that one up. He's caught
Now that
Magnum
Cypher's
through a
dead, he
cage.
might even come
And
all
a
the
big
way
problem
through.
now because they're going to be so focused on pushing forward, on dealing with these players, on recovering that rifle from Mini Boo and putting pressure onto the spike because time is low. All the while, this slow rotation comes through from Patatech. It could have massive impact. If they can just
They
run
need
it
to get the
down,
wingman.
it's halfway, stuck to half, the sprays need to land, and okay, the player's being pulled off it. Now the flank from Patatech should secure the round. Rian's with another, a 2 versus 2, but time is of the essence for this squad, and they're down to the 1v1. Rian's with the reveal, he doesn't need a peek, he goes out. The time is low, but it's halved already, but never mind. Not enough on the clock to get it done. Team Heretics 13-9. They haven't lost a map yet. And they won't.
Everything's looking good.
2 more to close out the grand final.
GG.
Yeah, it seems like Casey might have just
I think the
made
Heretics,
kryptonite.
I mean, yeah, the first
Still
half was
struggling to
so
get even
good.
close to this team, but
And
we'll
their
see
attack
if
side
they can
definitely
get
does
in
need
that
some
two
work.
after the break.
I think they need more rounds like that last one there where they just fucking send it. I think they could do more of that. I'm thinking they could do more, to be honest, of the of like neon wall on you know, something like this, like through here. I'm guessing you can do this, right? Like a neon wall kind of through here, or like a stun off this, kind of like that. Can you not do that? I was kind of thinking they might do more stuff like this. You know, like your neon stands here. Fuck, I don't want that. Your neon stands here. Does this kind of relay bolt, maybe does the wall up, sends it. KO knife this side, or Silver Dart this side, whatever. New State of the Agents page I could read? Oh, I'm definitely interested in State of the Agents. Does someone have a link? Or is it just on like Valorant News? We'll take an ad. Play Valorant. State of the Agents. Should I wait for the people with the ad? I'll call Sideshow a fraud. See what he says.
Oh, I see it. You want the link?
Yeah. I'm not a fucking fraud, TMV. I'm not taking your goddamn bet. Heretics have not lost a map so far in this entire series, in this entire tournament. I'm not going to do that.
Everyone go in and call him a fraud. Everyone call him a fraud.
I'm Coleman, one of the members of the Live Balance team.
Right, no, I'm reading this, you stupid egg. Okay. I'll read this. In fact, let's see. I want to see people call him a fraud. Hold on.
get the dubs. Heretics are looking too good right now. They're looking too good. And also, yeah, Heretics are just playing online. That's the big problem. Once they get to LAN, then I'll pred against them.
Broad.
Improving a.
Anyway, let's read this. Let's read this without that stupid egg. Hey, all. Hey, howdy, y'all. Is that better if I do it like this? Nah, maybe a little less. Do you want me to move myself up to the top? Let's do this. Hey all, I'm Coleman, one of the members of the Life Balance team. We wanted to check in and talk to you about the state of Valorant in terms of agent balance and shed some light on the changes we shipped to the last few months. Historically, our balance philosophy on Valorant has been to take a measured approach. Valorant is a complicated game with a lot of moving parts, so when we update the game, it can take a while for players to experiment and figure out what's strong, what's weak, and how they should play around the changes. Because of this, it's important to give content time to breathe and grow to help us build confidence in our understanding of what's working and what isn't, and help avoid making short-sighted changes that we might regret later. However, it's been a few years since launch and we've learned a lot in that span of time. Although we still hold the same philosophy, we want to try to be a bit more proactive going into 2024 to see how pushing more changes feels. The recent sets of changes, updates to Cypher, Deadlock, Gecko, Sky, and ISO to name a few, have been a result of this approach. However, this is always a balancing act. We want to help the game stay healthy and feel fresh, but we also want to make sure that it doesn't feel like the game is constantly shifting beneath your feet and you can't get your bearings. We also need to be cognizant of the esports scene and make sure we're giving teams enough time to respond to and play on the new sets of changes. We've already gotten a lot of helpful feedback from the start of this year, but I just want to encourage you to please keep sharing how you feel about our approach to balance, both historically as well as more recently, so that we can keep learning and improving how we do things here. To give you all a bit more of a peek behind the curtain, our primary focus right now as a balance team is improving the diversity of play within each of our 4 roles. For initiators, we're primarily focused on bringing Sky more in line with the rest of the initiator cast, as she was overly dominant in coordinated play, as well as giving Gecko some extra help to make him a more competitive pick overall. I would say that this is a tick. For Sentinels, we buffed both Deadlock and Cypher over the last several months, as well as Sharp and Killjoy's bit to create more space for competition. A tick. And most recently, we made some minor chain buffs to help him sharpen his value proposition. These, good. However, this doesn't mean that we're done with these roles and moving on to the next. We're keeping working across the roles over the course of the year. And to set expectations here, you're going to see us slow down changes over the next few patches, but to learn how a recent set of changes are impacting the game, as well as give our VCT competitors a chance to get their bearings in the new ecosystem. We're interested in getting your feedback around this approach, as well as you'd like to see us tackle next. Thank you. This to me is a bit odd. This feels like something that should have come out about a month ago for this. Our next agent. You've heard from Coleman about the current state of balance, but here's how we're thinking through things throughout the remainder of the year. But I'm here to give you some hints into our first agent of 2024. First means there will be more. Of course, there'll be more. Harbor, our last controller, debuted in 2022. That's how we wanted to double down on large area map control, given the size of our newer maps like Lotus. Even with Harbor's get in there playstyle, the controller roster consists of agents that encourage you to sit on the back line, providing utility for the rest of the team to make plays off of. Never a great. Avoid this if possible. Many of you love that, and these type of playstyles work really well in coordinated play. But with that said, many of you get into the game as solo or a duo. Maybe some of you have amazing aim like Tens, but understand the strategic needs of the broader comp, which lead you to picking a controller. You're the people we thought about when creating Agent 25. Y'all are some mischievous risk takers. You know how to play the map whilst always pursuing favorable fights, but when you jump into a wee fray, it's inevitable you'll lose the fight sometimes, and having a team's controller be the first or second one out and around is normally a daft play and greatly limit your team's options, but we think it will lead to some beautiful moments. We look forward to seeing what you think of Agent 25 during their release this month when Dropping Smokes takes on a new life. So that's just a picture of Omen in a library, it looks like. Okay. So it is kind of what I said, right? That this is going to compete with Omen. It's going to be more in that kind of duelist kind of, controller duelist type hybrid. The agent is behind Omen. Oh, so they are. So it's just a regular white dude. Cool. So yeah, it's going to be more of a challenge for Omen. So this could be good in two kind of ways. One is Omen pick rate might come down, which is good. Two, it might mean in ranked, as they're kind of saying. You have smokes. Now it's about rebirth. Rebirth. Butterflies. Chrysalis. Chrysalis card.
This is Valorant.
Zorwek, thanks for the 17 months. Using smoke. I mean, it could be a martyrdom smoke, but I'm not sure how useful that would be, to be honest. It will this probably only relates to like one ability, to be fair. This is probably like one ability. I doubt it's like the whole kit is this kind of thing. But it's certainly an interesting idea. I'm not surprised that it... Oh, I'm still on fucking Sideshow stream. Fuck that egg.
So they need to do it now.
Well, let's put the banana curse to the test and see, Mitch and Tom, if Carmichael can indeed overcome another huge opponent.
Okay, we're on to Lotus. Don't you think these teams at Madrid are going to struggle against Paper X since they never played that style?
I've just eaten a banana.
Oh,
Our team's going to struggle against Paper X because they never played that style.
Player performance, Tom, then you're...
Oh, I was always rubbish, so that's not going to affect anything.
I think team... I don't know why it's in such low quality. I think teams have gotten better.
For Team Heretics and what we saw before.
And honestly, some of these teams do play in Paper X's kind of speed in general.
This time, although there were struggles towards the end, the signs of life.
Lower. I think what happens is when you put Twitch on a background tab in my browser, it just makes it 360. So it's not using a lot of...
Heretics chose this map.
Tap the spike, they wait, they aren't baited by it.
On the attack side, some hope as we see them mount.
They let them get it. And now they go out.
Well, last time out.
Well, it doesn't really work.
They play versus Fnatic. Thomasy was the man to watch. He's definitely my highlight here. 26 and 13 against the team that many coming into this tournament were considering the best team in the world. If he can have that same sort of performance again, maybe.
They have to nerf Viper sometime soon. There's no way they don't. I could understand not nerfing Omen until, like, particularly if the new agent is going to compete with Omen. I get not nerfing that, but there's no fucking way that this has to... There's no fucking way. You're looking at, like, peak chamber pick rates and thinking, let's not fucking do
anything. Look at the angle for Rians. Beautiful stuff as Narrate falls.
And he saw him go in.
They've also lost a lot of health on Shin. Space taking on Martine. He's closing the distance. Starting to push towards their spawn. That is a gap right now. There's no
okay, they played very passive here on A, so they don't know if anyone is here.
He's going to have 3 opponents around this corner. A tough battle, but some support as well. There's the swing, and it's actually gone KC's way.
And they all lose the fight.
Down on the kills. Miniboo falling alongside his teammates. Well, this has made it very difficult indeed. Boo is miles away, and he's the last one standing with 10 health.
I mean, it's a nice idea. It's an unexpected idea, although Miniboo was somewhat ready for it. Definitely Benji wasn't.
Just being able to re-aggress, that's the main thing. I always like it when, especially if you have a man down.
Why is a replay system necessary? Well, it's not necessary, is it? Because the game is going on. But it's a very nice tool to have for a lot of reasons, right? In terms of helping you improve, in terms of sharing clips, whether it's actual content creators like myself, or whether it's, you know, just you sharing your clips with your ranked friends or whatever.
Some of these youngsters, Martine definitely is.
You know, how many crazy things will happen in Valorant that no one's ever seen because,
again, in the majority of the statistics, especially the ones that matter. Well, if he wasn't already one of your favorite players, Mitch, Thomasy's got an outlaw.
Yes, he has.
And on a Viper as well.
With the wall. I love it. I need it.
Well, you're in trouble now, Benji.
More of it. Benji fishing. Well, he's being
they actually ran into the Viper snake bite. That was so risky. They could have easily died.
Mazzy has got an operator essentially up against any of these players. It's one shot to the body. And they need a couple shots to fire back in return before any damage is done. I mean, Patatek's been hit by 6 pieces of damage dealing Util. Just leave him alone. He was 10 HP before he saw anyone.
New agent ult shows instant round replay.
2-0 for KC. And a good start for this squad, Tom. I'm happy to see it. Magnum already doing a lot better than last time he faced Heretics here. He's got a kill.
That is just rude. You could have been nice and been, oh, look, they got an Andaluthia flawless. You could have gone with the positive.
I could have. I didn't.
And
Well, it is a positive. It is a positive.
Well,
He's not
it's
got
not,
0 kills.
It's not positive bringing up the last game.
I'll say, because of the fact that he played
Okay, here
against
we go.
Heretics, got 0 kills in this map, bombed out, and everybody was starting to play the violins for this squad. And then they found themselves
I mean, the
here.
elbow here,
Yeah, the
hold on, they're
resurgence. He
cooking.
was top fragging on a lot of maps with this roster. You know, I'm happy to bring up his lows because he's had good highs too. Oh no, Martine. He had a real
There you
chance,
go.
but it's
Ooh.
been torn away. Good damage in return though. Weaker weapons, some at least for KC.
Winnable,
They're not
Kami.
making it look like it with even 1-to-1 trades, giving them access to the A site.
This is the thing, the three-man aggression, especially with KC pushing all in that direction again.
Well, on defense, this con should really struggle, right? Like
Scenarios they could have kind of hoped
the
for.
Neon, the Gecko,
And now they've managed to retrieve
maybe not
guns.
as good
This
as
has
their
gone from
counterparts in this kind
what
of
was looking
area.
like a bonus round with an attempt to do damage
Party will be for nothing.
to an
if they
opportunity
see
to
us.
actually steal things away.
Ooh.
While Benji, the only one with any real utility.
Well, Greg didn't want to say that one, I guess, because it's got a bad word in it. Thoughts on Sideshow saying he would fuck a
Interesting
fish? What is he doing?
They're clearing their own positions. That we've seen the
nice
util
run.
catch out though. The Horde maybe was just bait because instead the Caesars caught both.
Thanks for the 100 bits, though. I think
Get that triple overall, and KC they've got themselves a third
I
round
think-
already. Did you see the visible
I
confusion?
think it
where looks
reminds
at
me of a
Hunger?
funny question to any of you who
Why
listen
is
to
our Horde
Painkiller
there?
already.
You know, everybody has a blunder. Every
Reminds
now
me
and
of
then.
their infamous question.
All right, certainly not a blunder of a round.
If
Gorgeous
you
play.
had to,
And it's even 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. on the
if you
kills
had to
of
be
KC.
with a
They're
mermaid,
making it look very clean. Incremental
what
damage.
side
Yeah,
would you want?
0,
Which
3,
half
0,
would you want to
3,
be the
3
fish?
on assists?
Wow. I'm really glad you pointed that one out. Well, for the side of Heretics, an attempted bit of aggression around
Oh, that's not
Don't
where
answer
it's
it.
TP.
No, it hasn't gone according
Don't
to plan
answer
to
it.
start. They've got weaker weapons to try and recover with. And
Well, both, of
players
course.
aren't
That's the good
rotated in
answer.
either. Mini Boo's pretty much alone here. Maybe Rian's will be able to help out, but that ult is not going to be used up. We're relying on the Sheriff and the Spectre doing a lot of damage. Maybe a Dizzy to help.
The left side.
They need to find quite a bit more before they throw out the Thrash. Yeah, with everything being so weak, the passive position's already being held. The Poison Orb from Thomasy as well. There's not really an
Comical
avenue
sticking
back
to
in.
their old
They're
plan
gonna
of
have to
go
just try and
away.
clear this utility out, and that might just do it. He's going to have to go aggressive. And well, that's not gone well at all for the young Viper. Dizzy is perfect. They're left so blind.
Hold on.
Somehow this actually
Hold on,
started to
what?
be viable for Heretics, leaving just Magnum standing to try and turn this back. And he's been caught by the ultimate. I said they need to do a lot for them to throw out the Thrash. They did a lot.
They did a lot. Absolutely. You know, you see those
Yeah, this is the best of
signs
five.
start to come back on the board, and you just
I mean,
say,
that
hey,
should not have been
whatever,
a round
we'll
that
throw
they
it all
won.
out there. One on the board for Heretics.
Oh, the sad
Battle
Fnatic
back that,
fan.
To be honest, you know, I sort of
Imagine.
came into this round expecting a decent bit of damage for Heretics.
Flash
They've
was
been
so
good
good.
with weaker weapons. I didn't expect them to just dominate like this. Floating back into the site, it's scary if you're KC, because you just need a little bit of a snowball. They brought their own.
Can the drummer come to the
What agent class is elite spots? I mean, you'd
Maybe
probably
he'll be
have to
there
say
in Madrid.
duelists
That would
because there's a
probably
bunch of
upset
them that
every
don't
single
do
sound
anything.
guy in the building, but I'm not
I guess
sound.
if you include Sage and
deal with
Deadlock,
that
then
problem.
Sentinel is kind of as well.
KC are going quickly towards C. It seems like
Go
they've
for the
seen a lot of
fast
presence on A.
CXA. Now, this did
Got
not work
this
against
weaker
Alfie.
side,
Let's
or
see if it works
maybe
against
just want to
Benji.
limit test it straight in, showstopper in hand, and well, it looks like Team Heretics have done a good job. For the most part, they've fallen way back, giving up this control.
With the
And-
Raze ult,
but,
they do
you
get
know,
in.
He doesn't get a kill with the rocket launcher. It doesn't mean it's not a
They have
success.
the Fade ult
At
as
the end
well.
of
Let's
the
see
day,
how they play the
they've taken
post plant. So
site,
this,
they've got a post plant,
again,
but
it's
the
something
clock
that I kind
is now
of
very much
criticized
in their
Fnatic
favor
for. I think this
on
is
the
a
side of
thing a
KC.
lot of teams have struggled with.
Again,
At least
looking at that
here they
game,
have Martin somewhat
so
an
useful
aggressive
when it
angle,
comes
but
back into these retakes. A lot that they can use to try and clear the backlines. He doesn't even need it. He's just spammed Magnum through.
now that obviously might help
Snakebite
them.
thrown in, Nightfall on the other side. Just try and hold them back a little bit more. Martin
Shot by
in a
Martin.
proactive position has managed to keep things in their favor, and Narrate will confirm
Okay,
it.
I think the Fade ult
Just
really
Rian's left to try and
won this
fight.
round.
1 versus 4. He got the first kills. It would have to be an ace. And this time the Horde put in a perfect position to reveal him.
Okay.
Narrate
It's Karmic
carrying
Orb,
them a new one.
Raze ult.
4-1.
Fatal.
starting to
Pretty good. I still think that, again, yeah, this deep post plant here is, like, this is just tough. This is a tough post plant to play when you're all back here. And I do wonder if we'll start to see, like, teams come up with some nice plans. Like, I'm thinking, like, breach stuns from B. I'm interested to see like what some teams could cook up, right? Like imagine you got your breach here, stunning across this way. Like would that not just fucking destroy everyone playing this kind of post plant?
They don't want to let this one
Pin
get out
is
of
Fnatic in the
too early.
super finals.
Well, that is the thing I think that's excited me most with this season is these are the two rosters that I think took the most risks. Like you've gone for very
happened to just
young
planting
players,
from out?
ones that you don't know. Will they thrive on the stage?
Honestly, good
Or will
question.
they
I
even
don't
be up
know.
to the potential
Especially
once they
like when
start
you've
facing
used a
against
Razor.
better
I honestly
opposition?
think that teams are just
But
like.
even with again bringing players
You say
back
it's too dangerous,
who
but teams
have
used to
gone
do it
tier
last
2,
year.
Are they going to still
So
be
what
at the
changed?
same level that you need them
Like
to
has
be?
anything actually changed in
Both
terms
these
of that?
teams, that has paid off in dividends. It's been the static
really.
non-changes,
Like when you've
the
got a Razor
non-risk
going super
takers
deep, I don't know why you
that
don't
have
plant
fallen
from
flat
that.
in this kickoff event. Now maybe that's a blip. Maybe they'll come back stronger.
Like I can understand like if you
Yeah,
Who
maybe
knows?
teams are
you know,
starting
if
to look
you
at that tier
don't
2
feel like
scene
you can
right
actually
now
push
and
them
thinking,
back and take the whole
who
site,
else
but when
can we
you've
bring
ran
to it?
through to the
League
back of the
is
site with a
already
Razor and you know you've got it, like
It's coming.
like what?
Now, as we get back into
Like
the
how
game,
deep did he go? He got to
barriers
about
haven't gone
here.
up, but we've got
Like
a
you'll
big
be
boy
fine.
in hand.
They can't even spam
Magnum
you from like they
wants
can't
to
even get
use
you.
the big gun,
here.
the Odin, to
Right,
smash
this
out
is the danger
Or
part.
is the gun?
But you've already cleared that out.
Big Tom.
Okay.
Dealer's choice. For KC, their attempt to wallbang right away, deny his control, stop any aggression that Team Heretics have gone for in the last couple rounds up towards
Why am I in the
mid.
dark?
But
Because
we
it just
can
got
see it's a
very
much more
dark all of a
passive
sudden. It
setup.
wasn't
They've
that
actually
dark
got
like
Benji
10
Fishy
minutes
here,
ago.
who's been a stellar anchor, and 3 players
think
have
the sun
rotated in
went
position
away
to
and
back
now
him
it's
up.
setting.
Lots of rifles here for Team Heretics, and a much tougher take than I think KC are ready for.
util. Friends is just tagged down. They've got the players there, but they've been tagged up all the way in this battle. Yes, there's a lot of personnel, but they're both blind, stuck in the corner. Nice work from Miniboo. Able to
What is
isolate the
this
angle.
round?
The trades
Again,
come
they're just
back
the
thick
old
and fast,
classic
leading
calming
again.
call go away.
2 remaining. Nice work from Riens, but there shouldn't be too much more. Padatek, though, has brought this back into a winnable position. Gonna try and make his way down. That will have been hard, and they're gonna peek him together. KC, they walk into
I'll
the
go turn my
Lions
light
den,
on in the
and they
background.
come out victorious.
Very well handled. With so many players there, I wasn't too confident. And, well, I'll tell you who was, Magnum, because he came swinging around here with the Odin and then went up the rope to take another fight. I mean, it's rare that you see a player steam up the rope with an Odin in hand and take a CQB fight, but...
Has we been watching your matchmaking games?
Problem is, you know, in my matchmaking games, I don't have Miniboo, Padatek, Riens, all these guys on the other
I
side.
feel like the drum was signed by so many different bits. That's awesome.
That's really cool.
I'm gonna start bringing a drum everywhere.
This could get a little dangerous.
We need a
Miniboo's
Wolves
already
drum for when
tagged
they
up
play.
A little bit. And on the fallback, he's jumped over the bullets. So mostly the decay that's taken his health away. That'll heal back up. Pistols, for the most part. Riens has pulled out a Marshall. Again, it's going to be very difficult to get the value out of this because Viper's Wall and, as we just saw, that smoke has bloomed up. So you don't get that long-range vision to try
So
to
you see
fight
how
with.
we got this
Maybe
3
because
stack
they're
on A? This
pistols,
is something
KC would
Fnatic
have
never
knocked
really
out, but
did
haven't. And
yesterday.
they made the read. Lots of
But
players A because
they
we
read
went
it
there
this
last
time.
round. We
They
saw
go
a
to
much
B.
different setup. Let's go test
This is the thing
out
with the
B. What's
Neon. I
happening
think
over
what you
there?
probably got to do if I
Lido.
was Team Heretics, probably have the Neon like be able to rotate fast between this.
Actually wallbangs Martin, and a reswing from
Wow.
Shin. That's risky. Wanted to try and even
Now
things
the
up.
ult.
He's actually cost them. Giving
Now
that
you're in trouble.
lockdown over to Benji is going
Now
to
you
force
gotta
the
go out
players out
there.
almost completely. And look where
Now there
it's
is this
forcing
little
them
corner.
to. There are a couple of players waiting on the other side. The poison orb will help them, but the stun leaves them completely in the dark.
Bro,
Somehow,
hello? Come on, boo.
it's actually going to be Miniboo to go down first, leaving this back into a 2v4. Narrate does well. And he's actually got so much information. He's halved them in terms of the HP, but so is the spike. Both now low. Dude, the smoke he goes.
They lost that 5v3 with a lockdown. You can't lose that.
6-1 now in the lead for KC.
Boo just needs to live. I
without
mean, if
the
he can, he
Odin,
just
no
needs to
telling
live
if
and
that
not
would've
take
went
the fight
Magnum's
and wait for his
way.
teammates to get here.
Entirely down to the hardware brought to bear. Really nice stuff, and I think Benji Fishy grabbing that kill. I can't even fault the player on the other side. He just wall bangs you with a Guardian. That one, though, again, I feel like Magnum is playing the Odin in such an unhinged way. He's going to go running through a Viper's Wall to take fights, up ropes to take CQB battles. I just love watching this guy play. He's entertaining, to say the least. the damage as well to start this one off. Martine, he's got a player below, not for long.
Now, this is another thing I noticed yesterday against Fnatic. Timing core really come into this corner quite a lot.
By Carmine Core.
This fight has not been going well for Heretics. They keep trying it again and again because they don't want to allow that control, but we haven't really seen that same pressure going on the other side of the map. Like, they've mostly just been
Again, they are just fucking doing what they did against Fnatic. Just everyone go A. It's working.
Pretty much every single time. Boo needed a miracle. The double peak plus the TP, the chance of him connecting all those shots were slim to none. And
oh my god.
What?
This guy's insane! You know what I mean? Like,
it's just why?
It's been unhinged so far, but the jump peek into crouch spray? He's doing this for me, isn't he? This is all about me. I love it. I'm going to give Magnum the biggest hug after this game, regardless of how it goes. So
Heretics
far,
taking a
this looks like
timeout
it's
yet?
gonna be
I mean,
for
again, the Fade
commiserations.
Horn is good.
7-1 in the lead. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous.
Oh, give me the last.
Oh, yes!
I will say the paranoia timing was perfect. So the other player was blind, but I don't think it mattered. I don't think you'd be able to react.
You don't think you predict that movement?
So they're back on an eco. They do have a Neon ult. They can't win this fight on A though. So this time they don't go for the fight on A. Again, Comico literally just saying, fuck it, let's go A.
As they would say in French.
I love how they just simplified this map to like its most basic like ranked
They've got
form.
something to work with. Lockdown and Viper's Pit.
I'm sure we've all been in games where like people in ranked have just ran at A like most rounds.
He's won the fight. How did Tamazi win that fight? I don't know. We can study it.
Stinger.
And they go on it.
Why is it just Magnum in every position? Miniboot trying to go through. Well, it's finally been taken out. It took a Rien's headshot, but at this stage, Round looking over. And Odin to be picked up. Maybe they can try and go jump peeking into some angles, but I don't know how much they can truly.
But if they just go A while playing this slow style of comp, well, it's still good on the defense. If it works on attack and it's good on defense, why not?
Because right now, any sort of aggression that they've had has been a failure. They're going to try this retake anyway.
They really are committed. It's not looking too good. It's not looking probable, and it's now getting to the possible point. Oh no! The raid almost had him. He was tagged.
Megaju, thanks for the 11 months.
And of course,
was EDG and Trace worth watching? Oh no, not really.
It's going to be in the next round.
It was predictable. EDG, honestly, EDG I think do not look that good.
Now, I know
they were again relying on solo plays quite a lot.
Against the Sheriff, but I'll give him the little bit of a break because he did have the Odin.
You know, their aim is decent.
It's heavy. You got to sit down.
Absolutely, you got to brace yourself. And as you can see,
but it was just,
Ult Economy, it's in a pretty decent spot. Both teams have got their upsides to it, but for Team Heretics, the downside is they ain't been winning rounds for quite a while. They're gonna have to pull something out of the bag or the barrel.
But again, it's the same thing. Oh, but Benji dies, what, through the
Once again, just through, probably aiming at Panatek and find Benji instead. Shin, you could just see the confidence. He just walked all the way around. Panatek is completely unaware, maybe expecting the cover to be there from his teammates. Just gets caught out. Everything we sort of wrote home about in the last map seems to have just disappeared. Heretics really, really struggling right now, but Miniboom, maybe he can turn things. As you said, Spike on the ground.
So you do now,
Spike on the ground, lockdown and Pit to recover. The flank, though, might be something. That smoke has blocked off the alarm bot. Creeping by here, a nice play by Boo. The timing is going to be tough for him though because that door is closed.
See, the thing is, but where they are, like, it doesn't matter, right? Like, this is the problem with flanking. Is it doesn't really matter if you come from B or if you come this way. If everyone's here, what's the difference? You still come this way.
It's a nice attempt by Boo, but
and if you open the door, you reveal where you are.
They look for Mini Boo and get him. One kill onto Magnum, the jumping Odin not working this time. They have a lot to fall back on and taking out the brother Boo. The showstopper, the first thing fired. Well, it looks like Boo's going to avoid that successfully. Again, though, this is more so being used for KC to control the site, to see where this player can be pretty much for free, because if they see him, just fire the rocket rounds done anyways. And now they've got a good after plan to sit in, to run this clock down and make it next to impossible.
Both the China games
he has
are both
to find
boring,
both players, kill both players, or just defuse. The nade will force him off to start, but now, not a bad idea.
Okay, I mean, they literally are just doing the same thing over and over again, and it keeps working.
pretty perfectly in the 2vx.
This is literally
And
what we
go
saw yesterday against
9 to
Fnatic,
1.
but
This is disgusting.
with a different
That's
flavor.
absolutely filthy. Your Sentinel goes down because of a spam, and Shin grabs the second kill by just TPing into sight. That's a disaster.
Another Heretics pause, but at this point, it's so far gone in this first half. You're just hoping that you can potentially turn things around. Bear in mind, last time they played, it was a 4-1 attack side start.
No, this is a good, maybe a good experience for Heretics. They haven't lost a map yet. So let's see what happens when they get destroyed on a map, when their ideas aren't working, where they're not in a game.
We didn't see much of it because of how clean that first half was. So looking like a completely different ball game, looking like the changes that have been made by KC, and that's the thing.
How can they get away with the same strat every time? Because the truth of the matter is, if you can't defend A,
into that first map,
you're fucked on this map.
Kind of getting battered.
You are just
for the
fucked.
majority of it.
And the thing is, of course, you like it feels like for Heretics' sake, right? As soon as they 4-stack on A, they're just gonna run C.
Felt comfortable to choose against them, even though they played it once already. And right now, we're looking to see if
the teams are playing for 3 championship points, which will matter at the end of the season.
Pull something out of the bag.
Like they keep going for this fight here, and they're trying to win it, but this is why they commit 5 people to it, right? This is why you commit 5.
If not, we'll just
it's so that you can
resetting this into
always,
the
like,
BO3
you should
that could
always
be
win this
that it
fight,
was
right?
once long ago.
5v3.
KC on the attack, no signs of slowing, but ults on the other
You know,
side.
you've got your
Crash and
Killjoy
Viper's pit to
spamming
work
to help
with,
you
and
out
immediate
here.
aggression.
Everyone
They're
else
running
is
it
in there.
down, and Miniboo has surprised Shin, to say the least. Good stun, good spam,
Wow.
and another for Rienz. An absolute showstopper of a round from this man, as it's now 3v2. Heretics have the advantage, but Miniboo's trapped. He's alone, he's isolated, snakebite on his feet, no way out.
I mean, he knows they're both there. What the fuck are these two doing?
A Viper's pit on each side. In fact, the same agents in play on both sides. A mirror matchup for our 2v2.
Yeah, the problem is, where does a defensive side Viper's pit come into play here? You'd almost just expect the attackers to avoid it. They'll know that there's one player locked in, maybe in a retake, if it's in the right place. They are. Both players heading in the right direction now. I feel like for obvious reasons, KC have had so much success on A. They're continuing in this direction. Both players about to meet. The weapons on one side, and it will be the trade out from Tamazi again.
I mean, still win.
A chance to
Tough.
hope for Heretics in a round that really shouldn't have had that much expectations. Doesn't matter though.
Well, it's snatched from their hands again. You have to command that early aggression by Miniboo. This from Rienz.
So this time it
Absolutely
kind of worked
gorgeous.
for him,
good
but we still
spam,
ended up in a
good follow-up
2v2.
onto a player, blast packing. But again, you just don't see that escapability.
KC
You're on the
ever go
defensive
B?
Side. They had their whole
Thing
squad
is,
there. You didn't. Right? If you
In this
did,
game where you
it's
don't want to
wrong. It's a
reveal
big
too
map.
much, why would
Have
you,
coverage.
if one thing's working, why wouldn't you
10-1.
just do the same
One round
thing?
left
I
to
mean, again,
compete,
here they
4
go.
and a half. Heretics,
Guess what?
as we said, have
It's
been
5 people going A.
flawless so far. They haven't dropped a map.
See you later.
But it's looking like that streak is about to come to an end. As another kill goes to KC. Now they've got Rienz trapped behind the wall. But they're not even quick to go for it. This is not a team that's in a rush, in a hurry.
Oh,
They
look at
found
the
it.
util. Hey, that is just gorgeous. They make sure that
I
a
mean,
Paranoia and a Prowler go through at the same
What do you
time.
do?
He can't
What
even
do
see
you
the
do
thing
when
that's
someone
about
is
to
just
make him even more
deathballing you
polite.
on A?
Perfect stuff from KC.
And yeah, they are somewhat
I love the way
abusing
that
the
their
no
players
raise,
reacted
right? Like
when
raise
I think
is decent
somebody
at
at least
stopping
got
it.
caught by the thrash. Their response,
But
two
even
players
Raze, I
swing
think, against
immediately.
this
Make sure there's no
is still
easy
tough.
fight for the side of Heretics. Benji now. It's been a different look for him.
I think probably the best way to
Quiet
do it is
again,
the
a
round that
1v4.
Fnatic won, where they fought this.
It seems it, and he's not
They
even gonna
fought
make
in
it
this
past the
area.
one. It's
Like you
gonna
put
be
your
11
Viper here
for
to
one.
delay
One of the
in
most
tree,
dominant paths we've seen,
and
it's
like
in
you
our
try and
grand
kind of
final.
like
Heretics are gonna
pinch
have to
on
have
them
one
here.
hell of an attack.
Yeah. What a time
Or you go
this
for
to
a
happen
really
as well.
fast flank.
After a very good look on the first map, Heretics have slowed down to a point that, well, they haven't even gotten started here. A quick shutdown from KC in half one. A single round acquired by Team Heretics.
Thing is, someone
the
will figure it
chance
out
to
eventually, right? Like again,
Close this out.
if
and
you are
swiftly
playing a
move
bit of
on
a
to
different comp,
Icebox.
like
KC's
with
next
a
map
breach,
up,
for
their
instance, right? Like a
They'll be
breach
going
might
in
help
there
you in
with
that fight.
a lot of confidence if Heretics can't at least start that comeback arc.
It's scary for either side though, because that
Yeah,
map
because
in
Kamiko
particular,
do like
you're
to
going
like
in
stay on
blind.
this side. So if you
Neither
do
of them have
breach
played it
on
yet
this,
this tournament, which again, considering how many matches KC have played, that's actually quite impressive.
you know, you definitely can There definitely will be
But as you mentioned,
better
they're the
ways of
ones
doing it. Like
bringing
I've got the stack on the right
to
place.
the table. The first half
I actually
was
don't
pretty
love
much
revealing that haunt there
all
before
A. I
they've
think
come
we had
past.
at least one, maybe two plants on C and B, but it was mostly A. And we're not too surprised that after an initial fight towards the C site, Heretics going back to A.
KC, we're certainly
He's
ready.
hit mini boot.
Oh, 34.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Straight through.
People forget
You know, for
Comical,
Heretics,
but Lotus
the read
versus
is
Fnatic. But the
correct,
thing
at least in
is,
the
right?
early
Like
round.
you're
KC
thinking,
had
oh,
some
we'll
crashing
win
up
this
on
fight.
CB.
I feel like that's the thing that a lot of people
Flashes
would
is
think
how it's stuck in the corner of the map.
is, oh, but we'll be different because we'll win the fight on A. But the thing is, you're probably not going to,
I think
unless you
KC
have like
did
a
great
comp
job
that is,
with the early stack on C,
you know, like
rotate
very
after the
directly
information.
there to
They're
stop it.
primed for a retake on A. I don't think they can get there on time to stop this. Certainly doesn't look like it. Wingman just being used to clear out the angles. The nade, it's going to be late, but the C's... Oh, it's not a C's. In fact, it's just a haunt. The reveal thrown through.
Oh, come on,
Doesn't get
Comical,
them
just
anything.
end this.
Martin
We
goes
don't
down
need
for his
this, man.
trouble, and Heretics
Just
might
win
have
this
a way
one.
in.
Don't give me a fake comeback now.
One of the better looking rounds, but Narrate just so quick to it. Already removed.
Slightly missed the flash.
Shin has found another, but then
They run through a snake bite.
Frags come through on the other side,
Bruh,
leaving
just
Shin
win.
remaining. He'd have to pull off a miracle, and they already have an orb on it. For him to even try and survive this would be difficult. He's hoping that maybe someone gets overzealous, makes a mistake, but you can see how patient it is. And Ben
Kexeval with 100 bits.
Around finally onto the
Icebox
board for
got a
Heretics,
cup.
but
We haven't seen anything from both teams on the map yet. Hashtag Quinn, hashtag ain't clear.
No, I think that's a...
Yeah, I think Icebox is a map I'm definitely... I don't normally say I'm excited for Icebox, but I do want to see kind of what both teams play. I think that'll be interesting.
Wonder why.
Let's see if he can pull out some of his French to close this one, because he might need it. It's only 2 rounds left for KC to put it across the line, and Eco here. And I expect him to play a pretty weak Eco. Get this round over with, and then fight in for the next. But when I look at the map, very spread out. Some utility in play. Early presence on A, util there, and rotations. This seems like they want to bait Heretics into a play. Because they're going to stack up one side of the map and hope their early presence is enough
and now,
to
of
deter
course, we're playing
any sort of
super
aggression
slow.
from that attacking side. It might be right, it might not. Right now, Heretics
Watch,
have
we'll
just
play
sat
super
there,
slow just to come to
boots in the
see
mud,
anyway.
waiting for a push, waiting for a sign. That sign won't come through by the looks of it.
Party will be for nothing if
So they're going to have to make their own destiny.
Where's
that going to be?
A quarter maybe to ask, so I don't even think I need to. So we'll ask, how are you today?
Dizzy gets them a little bit of information, but
Jesus,
not
Nocco.
too much. Shin just goes walking out.
I'm
Gone
busy.
wandering.
I'm
Maybe we'll
busy.
take
How about
all
that?
Day long. And this actually leaves them with a lot more doubt of where this push might actually be coming from. Again, it's a double back on towards that A site hold. Well, with the door being opened, they at least know somebody's there. But you can see 2 players still haven't moved from the C site. I think that 1 kill has just delayed this rotation
Not good enough?
by so much. And
What happens when I do one?
Weapons, all you can really hope for is a stack.
I like their Viper Wall this round just to keep those battles a little bit more close quarters. Hello, hello! Barry's just ran around the side. He got a weapon. Almost got it ready into fighting state. Could be very scary.
That's funny.
Yeah, it looks like impact will be negligible. Just a couple
What did you
players
miss?
left.
You missed.
Weaker weapons in hand.
Heretics
and
have a
no
good
potential
defense on Sunset.
to cause that damage. Heretics
They just got
in a
run
pretty
over here by
comfortable position
Comicore
all in
and
all
Lotus.
in this round. In this half.
Comicore have
But not
figured
in
out the
game.
map. Just go
11
A.
to 3, a
It's
long
the
road to
simplest
recover.
strat,
Yeah, we're gonna
but it
need a
works very
board
well.
wall of red. If Heretics are going to turn this back. And you'd almost
This
have
new
to
Go B
assume
Pearl
that some of the
meta?
players on the other side would have to
No,
go missing.
because
Now,
the
there are
Go B
rifles for
Pearl
the majority
meta
of
was
Heretics,
somewhat
so
impossible. I
it's
mean,
not
this
like
is
this
hard
is
to
too
stop.
bad
Don't
a
get me
bonus,
wrong,
so you
but
can't really
the
afford
problem with
to
Go B on Pearl
keep
was,
SMGs and other stuff in play. It's not going to work out for you here.
apart from Yoru, there really wasn't
are
a good
gonna
way
go
of stopping it.
Heavy.
Like, you
Buy
couldn't
up
be
some of those extra
aggressive.
weapons. Shin, again,
No one was playing
trying to
Yoru
get a
anyway.
little bit cheeky around this C site, but I'm liking the
But
utility
you
that's
basically
being
just,
thrown
if
out
if
early.
your
Just
up
force him
player
back on
wasn't
that angle.
hitting, there wasn't a
Meantime,
good way
though,
of stopping it. There just wasn't. That's it. At this, at least there's more ways.
Right into him. Do you even check this corner? By the looks of it, they were hoping to. It's cost them a lot. Magnum down. And the rotates
Okay,
from Team
1 for 1.
Heretics. It seemed like there was a quick movement from Miniboo, but the call was a little delayed. Eventually, they decide that, yeah, it's the right play. Back towards the part of the map where that battle occurred. Back towards what we can see is just one defender. Tamazi falling back. Good information. Wall up to... wall up from that defensive side, indeed, causing problems. It's a little deeper than before, but this is a more normal position for B walkout. And to slow them down on the A approach.
Heretics copying a little here from Carmine Core, copying their homework.
There's a lot of presence still around B. It looks like KC are expecting them to double back through the door, having seen all this utility, but the stopping power isn't enough. They're already through the stun, not good because Tamazi
just
steps
go away.
through it, but Miniboo's waiting on the other side. 4 versus 3.
You know, the meta last year was do a B split. Maybe this year's meta is just go away.
Ability of Tamazi. But this time he's isolated. This time he's taken out, and all 4 players back towards tree, needing a bit of a reposition, wary that there could still be players coming in from behind. Boo is actually going to be trapped out here, and because of that, he's isolated. Left on his own. Instead, they're at least going to catch one detained, and it will be killed off. That rotation is still coming in, though, from behind. It's left all onto Miniboo. A chance still to save them. He might be able to kill the planter before he defuses. Not expected to be there so fast. And now Martin is trying exactly the same. Still hasn't managed to get it far enough, and he's going to swing out all the way, knowing that there's not enough time left on the clock. It will be 3 for Martin for the round to Heretics.
I'm sorry, I don't know if the English stream can hear. I just hear Uli screaming, Quattro, Quattro. They got 4 rounds. I'll tell you, the Spanish fans are excited to hear that as well. But yeah, quite a road back. I think I'm leaning more towards the French side on this one. But for Miniboo, he did well. He danced around it, handled that situation well. And in this kind of series, it isn't even about this map. The more rounds Heretics can put up, the more they can feel like they just weren't activated in the first half, but that this series is still theirs. And going back into a reset, 1-1 scoreline, 3 maps to play for, it could be worth its weight in gold. Get warmed up here.
It's looking a bit more pacey. They only just scraped through with a Red Bull clutch.
Okay, I mean, they are copying their homework. Just go away.
We're looking at them really looking to steamroll their way into the side. Now, he has been caught by the vulnerability. It doesn't seem to matter for Miniboo. Just running forward, and that might be the doom of them. The death of them even, as now Narrate has managed to find a couple. He's still there with the Nightfall. He's going to make things a little bit more awkward. Finds a 3rd kill in the round and leaves it on to Benji. He has an idea of where both players are, but left blind by the paranoia. Falling back to the site. Now, he still has a lot of time to play with. He doesn't actually need to commit in this direction, and it seems like he's realized it. Now, the problem here is, although he'll get himself an afterplant, Mitch, he is going to get Shin a gun.
But hold on. He's not looking for the afterplan. He faked the door open. They think he's on B, but then he swings through.
No
7
way.
HP. Shin's got the rifle now, though. 1 bullet, 1 spray, and it will land.
30 seconds left.
But he can't get out. He can't cross the B. That angle's being held by Shin.
Wow.
Benji Fishy. Red Bull clutch. Heretics
Winnable?
aren't down and out yet.
Winnable?
I can't believe he's managed to pull that one off.
He's a genius.
The breaking of the door, I thought they were screwed. And the thing is, to sprint into a site up against a team with weak weapons and through a snake bite, it was really risky for the side of Heretics. The heroes on Heretics rising to the occasion with 4 rounds in a row. They've definitely been up there when it comes to the clutches.
Here we go.
3 players within the top 8 in terms of clutches. Miniboo, Benji, and Paddy are the ones that we're talking about. But that was truly absurd.
Absolutely.
Take a
Down to
timeout.
7 health as well. That recovered rifle on Shin did not matter. And I love how he mechanically chops that up as well. Realizing, okay, let him make a move. He doesn't. So Benji realizes, I'll take it 1 pixel at a time.
How's he ever going to come over from that other game? I just don't think he's going to be able to do it, you know?
Yeah, no, can't quite match the level. And that's something that, honestly, I love Benji Fishy from the second I met this guy and asked him, when are you coming? When are you coming to tier 1? And he told us, I'm not interested in jumping straight in and using my socials or anything like that. I want to play tier 2. I want to get good at the game, and I'll play VCT when I'm ready. Well,
he's 19 now, by the way.
He's pretty ready
So 19 years
and
old now.
Also, very worth saying, that was coming from, what was he, 18? Maybe still 17 at the time?
Maybe, yeah.
And had come off the back of a huge huge career in Fortnite. Like, for that guy to have that kind of mentality alone, that's a winner's mentality.
Is Fortnite a competitor?
And he's got the wins
I
now
don't
to
know.
back it up already. Locked into an
Can you say
international
Fortnite?
event, big
Can
clutch in
anyone
the
win a
previous
defensive round? Can
As we
anyone
said,
stop
so
the
much
scourge
more
that is
to
just
be
go
done.
A?
Still a 6-round gap in KC. They only need 1 round to go their way, and they're guaranteed at least the OT.
That's the thing. This is a huge confidence booster. It's definitely something that has shaken KC. You see the pause called by Eng just to maybe try and settle things a little bit, because they could have closed this game by now. We've had a couple of clutches that have gone the way of Heretics over the last couple of rounds. And the fact is, the more that they start to build into this game, the scarier they are. I will say for Heretics, though, if they are going to bring this back, they need some cleaner rounds. Like, just winning everything in clutches,
7
I feel
HP
like that
clutches?
yeah, it can only go so far.
Dude, that's 6
Not
times
if they
in a
do
row,
it.
no worries.
Yeah, not if they do it 8 times in a row.
They still wouldn't have won.
6 more times in a row. Tie it up. Well, this attack side, you can take a look at the ultis available, and, well, I don't know about Boo, but Mini Boo is damn dangerous when he pops his.
Dangerous when he doesn't.
He's just dangerous. Man is just
30
dangerous.
seconds left.
Now, I don't know if... I think they're aware of the turret.
I mean, but again, we're going to get in here with...
Their eyes are firmly set on this A side. Heretics want to take control. Utility to clear the first corner, Mini Boo to clear the second. He's gone deep to take these fights. The smokes blocking them off for now, but the plan secured. He doesn't
Here
need
we go,
to stay
another A
aggressive.
post plant.
I'm surprised nothing has gone into this corner. One of the spots you almost always clear. Narrate has started things off well.
Okay,
The
here we
double
go.
peek, Sublime, and finally a snakebite goes into the corner of Tamazi, but it seems like the damage has already been done. Needing to try and find something in this post plant. Panitek is low on HP. The paranoia is good, but he
Oh,
manages
no.
to get one. And Boo's found another. The spam across isn't quite connecting. Even still, the Tamazi now low. They peeked in onto him. Boo looking for the battle, trying to find something back into this one, trying to buy a little bit of extra time for Benji. And this time, I don't think it's going to be enough. Time ticking away. I don't know if they're actually going to have this. It's going to be
Close.
desperately close. Looking like just
Ooh.
about half a second is all that's in it for KC. And well, the one time the clutch doesn't go Heretics' way.
Okay.
And they're on the back
Let's
foot.
just end this thing. This thing should have ended a while back.
KC just needed the 1 round, and now with that
And
secured,
I think Heretics,
7
because they
chances
do
to
keep
close
winning
out this
clutches,
map to
they
put us
should be on a
1-1.
pretty low buy.
To ruin anyone's 3-0 predictions. Sorry, Uli. And I think with how things have gone, it seems almost impossible that they don't find that. Narrate is playing a fade. He has 10 assists.
Yeah, he's
He has
insane.
10 deaths, and he has 25 kills. That is an outrageously
25,
good
10, and
performance. And we
10.
complimented his
That's
last
crazy.
Map, but this is just next level.
Okay,
Our
and they
team,
finally
the
win
first
this
to
battle
open,
on
and
A
the smoker,
with the 4
the
stack.
controller, the
Playing a
side
bit of their
Heretics is
stuff
down.
from
Panitek's
yesterday.
wall
4
is now
stack
the only
here.
thing they've really got.
Spoiler
Orb
alert,
as well, I
Heretics
suppose,
is
but
winning the series
we'll see
3
how
to
much they
0.
can cover off with that.
Narrate is one of the players top 3 in damage. Average damage per round. He's up
Oh,
there.
stinky
And
butt.
the rest of the players, the duelists. Either way. With the man advantage, still some weaker weapons for either side. Showstopper is going to go in.
Good night.
Oh, no, it doesn't actually do too much, and the plant is going to go down. Now the lockdown will buy that extra
Goes the
little bit of
lockdown?
time for them to try and play with. We know
5v4
that KC have
still.
been solid in these retake scenarios, and that's what they're going to build up for.
Go, go, go.
I'm going to need a KC jersey if they keep using the Odin like this. Great spams by Tamazi have done so much damage. We know Magnum's capable with it, but he's got the Stinger in this round. Round goes Martine for his first Magnum on the Stinger. In comes the snake bites, but it might be too little too late. A whole squad to take down, and they're coming. Blitzing into the
What?
angle, losing every fight. HP is low, Magnum's decayed. He's only got 1 health. The snake bite was on the site.
No
It's
time.
only Benji Fishy left, and he'll get 1
Yeah, they don't
with
have
the
time.
time,
The time's
getting
gone.
the rest. KC
Oh
will not
my
close it out here despite
god,
that.
bro, win
Duel.
this game,
But they got
man.
6 more chances after that Red Bull clutch.
Yeah, it's the second time the spike has Red Bull clutch for the team. It is getting, as I said, the last round was down to 0.5.
Plan
They
for
could have had
cringe.
another
I mean,
one
it did.
if they just
I
planned
don't
a
even
little
think
bit
they
extra
fully
off the
planned for
clock.
cringe, though. I
Problem
think
is,
it's more the
the
snake
Heretics
bite.
are winning all of
When
these
did they
rounds
plan?
with
Oh no, they did plan for
0,
cringe,
1,
didn't they?
and
Yeah,
a
with
maximum
Wingman.
of 2 players surviving in all of them. It means that they never really have any finances to play with. Luckily, neither do their opponents after a 1 and done, and all of the ults really are stacked up for the side of Heretics to play with. Miniboo, he's not going to have a rifle, but he is going to have the overdrive. Or lightning fingers, as many of you may know it.
Finger guns.
Finger guns.
The one. A laser.
A few other names that I'm not going to say.
Nope. No, we'll keep it at that. Magnum.
Okay,
well
Magnum,
done.
the one with the gun.
They have.
Patatek's own wall as well that he had to cross through. Clearly didn't expect him to be that aggressive. As the one rifle turns to two, Narrate's picked one up, and KC are ready for the retake. Avoiding Thrash, but only for now.
And again, this is what
Luckily,
Fnatic
they've
did
got
not
their
do yesterday.
Fifth man to plant the spike. It's not Patatek. Already locked down.
That
It's
is a
actually going to be used to try and
fucking
clear them
weirdo.
out of mound. The goal is not to try and get them anywhere near the spike.
Can
They'll
you
be
trying
able
to
stick
fight
onto
them
him,
in
and he was
here?
just spammed. Almost gets caught out by the It doesn't matter though. His brother's there to defend him. Thrash being utilized for the second time, and Array is stuck in the mud, instantly dead. And Shin, well, they invested quite a bit into this round. They managed to get themselves a kill, use a lockdown even. All he's hoping for is to maybe put a second body on the pile.
Well, he's done that at least. The first is found.
Look at these time wasters, bro.
The gun and run. That's the play. He's out. I have to say, very good read from Team Heretics on this round. I feel like they perfectly read how that was going to be played. You're avoiding a lot of the utility, not just the lockdown, but also the nightmare that was thrown towards them to try to take them. That nightfall caught a couple of them up close, but the main idea was the sight squeeze that they were pushing
Oh,
on.
that's funny.
And, well, Team Heretics were way ahead of it, able to fight into the spawn, able to cause a lot of headaches for the retaking defender side. And they didn't burn up all their
Shot with
ultimates
Sorrow
either. Still have
77.
Vipers to
It's
work
just
with,
how
and
the
Minibu's got those finger guns. So
it's
all
just
in
how
all,
the
not a
observers just
terrible
cut to it for
round.
just a
5 in row
second,
lead.
like just
It's to the point now
just
where
a second, and
it
then
is
they were off.
possible. It's unlikely still.
Oh, that's
Sorry,
funny.
Heretics.
Possible.
Mitchman started to believe. Maybe a little bit too early. Instant Viper's Pit.
Hold on, though. Do they know?
Locking down that C
Are they aware?
Aggression as well from Shin to take control over A. Maybe hoping to funnel them back. No, they're actually trying to go through this. Minibu's already got rid of Tomasi. That shouldn't have been so easy. Magnum waiting, needs
Trade.
more than one, and he isn't going to get it. This round is not going the way it was supposed to with the Viper's Pit, but the trades come back thick and fast, leaving
2v2.
Martin still
Don't have
to
the
do
spike
damage.
down.
The nade onto the site is going to make things awkward as well. The plant still not coming through. Not even a minute gone on the clock just yet. Shin's actually wary that they're going to try and push and reposition and plant somewhere else. Instead, they're actually looking to fight back towards the mound.
It's the right call with the player that was there not long ago. But I love the idea from Martin to go back to Shin, group up, and approach this round in a 2v2 no matter where they go. Maybe they can even catch someone from Heretics off guard, or just in a 1v2.
Which way did they go?
Trade
They
at
go this way or
worst.
this way?
Quick rotations in play. Minibu's speeding his way towards A. Finger guns in play.
Guess wrong.
And it doesn't look like they'll have any impact. They'll be faded away before any of these players are close enough to use it on. With the door open and seen and heard, KC at least know where it's going down. But taking this fight will be something else.
Careful here.
With a little bit of low HP, I think he'll want the instant headshot anyway. Now they are playing this one separately. It means Rians needs an insta-kill, and he's not going to get it. For KC now a chance. Another clutch needed. Minibu's position might not be expected. Smoke going down, but the drop will be heard. They're already onto the defuse, sticking it pretty much all of the way, halfway done. That's all they really needed, and
GG.
Shin will be there to close it.
Thank
It is
God,
gonna be
about
a
time.
13 round on the board. It's going to be a third map at minimum. And while KC have
Took them
shown
enough
they can
time.
fight back even on their opponent's map.
What was it?
Very
11-1?
well handled for the side of Carmine Corp, 13-7. One-upping their opponents of Heretics, finding their opponent's map pick.
11-2.
Icebox up next. Like you said, Tom, a lot of unknowns there. But it's time to quantify them. We've got an analyst desk to do that, and they'll be back after this.
Okay, Icebox next. Okay, I'm gonna go in Sideshow's chat and say, "Believe yet, you fraud." See what he says.
Reads like that on other maps as well, then maybe KC can really make a series of this. The thing is, I feel like when Carmine Corp are winning, it's based so heavily on anticipation of what Heretics are doing, and I think that's going to be difficult as we get deeper into unknown territory.
Divine, thanks for the 3 months.
Maybe Heretics just
What
don't
does
have
this do?
It gives
fleshed
me
out
money.
strats on all of these maps.
It
now.
helps
It's possible
pay
that they might have a
me.
smaller map pool than we might think. Don't know. Do you believe
Yeah, the
now you
Preds.
fraud? Nope. Nope. Still not taking the bet.
I go poo. Someone pay it out.
Did you check this out?
What the hell is this?
Guys, they just lost a map that should be unlosable for them. Right now, they're gonna get ready for hero plays and shit like that by them. All right, let's not. We play the bumps every day to get used to the bumps. Yeah,
I'm listening on this. That's pretty funny. What shall we do? We'll take an ad. I know that much. How's my progress with Partner Plus points? I don't know, to be honest. I could go and check, but I can't be bothered. You have to do it for 3 months consistently anyway, so this would only be month 1 even if it is. And then it changes in May to less, so I don't know how that's going to work if you like... I actually don't know how that does work. Let's do a random quiz. The fuck does that even mean? This but not that. Jack but not Jill. Jack but not Jill. Don't know. Prince but not princess. I mean, well, it's not a face card. Oh, a Jack is the face card, of course. Prince but not princess. Princess but not frog is a royal title. Frog but not turtle is... It's an amphibian. Is a turtle an amphibian? I don't think so, right? A but not B. This will be B but not C, which is blood type. A but not B. Types of matter. Drink sizes at Starbucks? Don't know. Yesterday but not today is Beatles songs. Today but not tomorrow. US morning TV talk shows? Don't know. Limbo but not Calypso. Don't know. Crash but not burn. Is Crash an Oscar winner? Yes. Tall but not dark.
You get shot, you lose the round,
Dunno.
you lose the game. It's an
Dark
FPS
but not
game.
handsome. Dark. Sounds like a band. Nirvana but not Pearl Jam. That has to be this, right? What? What the f... Oh, it's a fucking Buddhist term. Nirvana, of course. I got fucking baited. I got so baited so hard. I mean, I thought Pearl Jam would be. It makes sense that they would be. Right, but not wrong. Directions? Directional words. Ham, but not eggs. Ham. Dunno. Joey, but not Ross, is a young marsupial. Ross, but not Rachel. They are one of the main friends, both of them. Ross C? Surely not. Dunno. Rachel, but not Leah is this one. What's Ross, but not Rachel? What are Noah's sons called? Is one called Ross? No. Prince, but not princess. Oh, Prince, of course. A but not B. I have no idea. Drink sizes? Today but not tomorrow. What's an indefinite article? Limbo but not calypso. Tall but... Oh, tall is this. Dark but not handsome. The dark sea? Oh, dark matter. Ham. But not eggs. He's got a son called Ham? So this was Ross, the Ross Sea. I did say that. Difficult articles A but not B. Oh, ah. Yeah, this one I should have got. And today is the Today fucking show. And yeah, should have got that. That's an interesting one though. Colors in German. How hard can it be? Black. Come back to. Yellow. Fuck. Right, I'll get the one that I know. This is brown. Orange is orange, I would think. Blue is blau. White, I think is... This is black, isn't it? Schwarz. Yellow, I mean, let's get... Red has to be rot, surely. Purple, dunno. Grün is green, right? Yellow and purple. See, if I was German, I would say Lila sounds more yellow than Gelb. I know some of you know it because some of you be fucking German. I would say that Lila sounds more like yellow than Gelb does. Fuck off, man. What the fuck are you doing? Lilacs are purple? Oh, yeah. True. You know what I got baited by? The Teletubbies. Because Lala's yellow. So I kind of got baited by the Teletubbies. Are the Teletubbies German? They could be. They could be. You never know. Right, connections. Anyone any ideas? Parsley, garlic. Surely. Or it could be garlic vampire. Bread? Butter? Stake, risk, bet. It has to be those three. Gamble. Come on. If it's not them, then what is it? Baseball. What the... Baseball cricket? Is that what they want me to click? But what the fuck goes with that? Fantasy adventure. Vampire. Frontier. Oh, someone just... It's bats. It's type of bats. Vampire bat. Fruit bat. What are the other type of bats? Surely not baseball. Adventure? Oh, baseball bat, of course. Cricket bat. Fuck yes. Get in. Oh, we got a raise. We got a sage gecko. What the fuck is this, comical? Hold on. We can get this now. I mean, is it not just these? Let's fucking go. Disneyland lands. And garlic bread ingredients. Garlic bread.
Seeming normal enough. You know, I was super excited because we had a behind-the-scenes pump fake. We thought we'd see the deadlock here.
Yeah,
It was a
got
fake
baited
lock-in.
hard.
We got so hard baited. The comps though,
Hello,
I'm excited to
Boglin.
see. I think we've already
Hello,
seen
Nick.
great usage of Odin. We've seen great usage of Outlaw. Those are the only two things I care about. And on this map, I'm expecting a lot more Outlaw. Let's see what they got.
Yeah, I'm always looking forward to seeing a Raze on this map. That gives me
Okay, what we
flashbacks
got?
to the legend that is Yassine, but also just the amount you can do in terms of denial when you get onto that defensive side. But
Solo
Aldo
Gecko.
Magnum already coming in under pressure.
I'm sus. This is a little
Forced back off the
sussy for
angle,
me.
Of course, for the attack here.
But
they're
I
gonna have
guess
to
we'll
take
see.
a lot of control now. Having that double initiator means they can clear a lot of
Sage in the year
positions for free.
2024.
But getting into the
Sus.
plant, obviously they don't have a Sage, they don't have a harbor, so there's not going to be anything.
Jet
like
as
a
well?
hard blockade. In the
Jet
way.
in my
So they're gonna
EMEA?
want to take some of these firefights,
Couldn't
clear
be
out some
me.
of the players, and that's not gone great. A bit of spam straight through the screen.
Magnum solo
is enough
Sheriff.
for Magnum to start things off.
On a pistol round? Sus.
Shot down low by Narrate, but the numbers are already thinned out down to the 3v3 as the plant comes in. Is that a swing from Spawn? No. Magnum's playing this nice and slow. He's got Tamazi with him. And they'll try to open up some space for Shin to sneak his way through.
Magnum
Good
killed
shot
Benji,
onto
though.
Benji. Fishy. The damage most certainly done to start this, as Team Heretics are now on the back foot. Less angles, more angles to clear, rather, and they haven't got the players to cover it. But at least the information now. If he spotted Shin, he won't catch him by surprise, but the double swing after
Did
will.
pretty well,
That's
Patty, to be
Magnum's
honest.
third of the round, and it's all down to Boo. Nice shot, one more needed, but it's Magnum. He's been hitting shot after shot, the time against him. He's the one that has to tap that, and Boo is clearing it out bit by bit, playing with him as the time gets ever lower, stuck to half, and tagged down. Magnum's in the danger zone, and he's got to get that defused now.
And that's
The
how you
time
play
was
a post plant.
But Boo deals the damage to put 1-0 on the board for Heretics.
Yeah, good start in the Red Bull clutch, and both IGLs having to battle up against each other in that final fight. It was a great round from Magnum, even still with the Sheriff, managing to find 3, and ultimately one of the reasons that this round was competitive. I am liking what we're seeing, though, with this composition so far from Heretics. Sure, it's super, super early on, but you could see, like, they had the screen down, and then they were consistently pushing.
Heavy
They had
buy.
themselves
Very
the
heavy
initial
buy.
use of the dart to give them information, and then they also had pop flashes.
Now, I was going to say, this is why you buy an outlaw,
Alright,
but
then.
they haven't lost a gun from
Yeah,
that.
I guess Magnum really has been working on his Sheriff shots, because so far, crispy clean. He is going to get taken down, though, by Rians. Of course, a lot of rifles on the board right now for the side of Heretics, so any more casualties, and this becomes quite a costly round.
Keep an eye on Magnum as this map goes on. Martine shut down, and it's classics for the most part. They shouldn't do too much
That's
damage.
one gun
Narrate
lost,
Shin,
that's 2
though,
guns
they
lost.
made this a little
Losable.
closer than it should be. Wall goes up,
Ooh.
and Shin goes down. Narrate alone. Classic in hand. 2 players to take down. Both are heavily armed and lightly armored at this stage. They're being chipped away at, but the Sheriff won't help that much. Both can still sustain a shot to the body. It's got to be the headshots, and Boo's a little quicker on the trigger.
Okay. I mean, they do lose a couple
for Team
guns, though.
Heretics. Those losses will be felt, though. I think that damage from KC can't be undersold.
Yeah, no, it's actually going to mean that this is less of a bonus, and
That's filthy. I say he was ready for it. He must know that he does that. He must have had that in his head. Nasty.
yeah. In terms of this investment, as I said, it's less of a bonus, and either going to have a couple of players with basically nothing, or just pistols, and you're going to have some gaps where those rifles used to be. Still an opportunity, though. 3 guns, 1 in Mini Boo's hands, 1 in Boo's, and 1 in Benji's. There's definitely players that can do some damage. Martine now looking to try and get a little bit of an aggressive.
So KO9
push, and the ult
suppresses
being
2. Are they going
farmed
for
up by
Sage
Shin
ultobes?
in an attempt to get
On
that
defense
res
side?
a little bit closer. It's not close.
Why?
Oh, I like this aggression. I like the flash.
Oh
and I like
my
the follow-up.
goodness. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, right next to grabbing his res. It's not a bad start. Look, rifles in hand. Heretics played
Woof.
as a bonus. Sure, we can throw excuses out
Oh,
there.
that was
but
crazy. It is.
nasty. And you can
I
see
feel
that
like
they were
teams still not
completely
used
caught
to
off
this
guard
Gecko
on the
flash
attacking
and shooting
side
it.
by that kind of
Feels like
aggression.
that's still. Like, there's no way that Gecko flash should be going
I
off,
think that's
really.
the only problem as they get caught out by that piece of utility. Boo trying to find something with the spam. A little bit optimistic. Rian's now trying to do the rest.
Narrate
and Narrate,
ends them.
after his initial strong flash, will be there to get some kills as well. KC, a pretty clean start to the defensive side as they only lose a single player. And I think it was literally just a bullet missed, and then Shin just gets everything on the blind players.
Well, round 4 will have a lot of value to it. Rifles brought in across the board. Limited damage in the previous round means KC are feeling pretty healthy when it comes to credits. But for Team Heretics, they're not in that same boat, investing everything into this one. They come in with an ultimate to play with. It's Rians, and it's Miniboo to open. Tamazi out of the round right away. Viper Util no longer to play with. A retakes are harder, but most importantly, B itself is wide open. Was.
Did they miss the wall?
Can be problematic, so Magnum's going to try and
They
be a
missed
little bit
the
more
wall because
aggressive,
it's not coming across
try and
this
hold
either.
them back at least a little bit.
It's just an awful wall.
As said, with his composition, you're going to try
That
and
can't happen at pro
take a
level.
little bit more control for the attack.
That can't happen in
Going
fucking
for
my
the
ranked
standard plant
games.
is risky, especially just look at Shin. He's basically just waiting
If I did this wall, I'd be like,
around the back line. We try and attempt to go for some spam. Here comes the Util on the other side from Heretics, forcing them back as much as possible. Pop flash through and a little bit of damage from his own utility, but they think they've taken enough space. It doesn't look like it thus far, as Magnum already going to pounce.
An attempted
For the
return by
up?
Rian's, but it's found Rian. Nothing to be located for this squad.
what, to
As Team
allow an up to
Heretics
just
bunker
destroy you?
down with the man disadvantage. The time ticking away, but it's not that far gone that there's panic in the side of KC. They've got the utility with Thrash back online and immediately shut down. Spray through from Martin is good, leaving Boo on his own. As Magnum has picked up another big round. Hey, I'm really impressed with his individual performance. Not only taking on the leadership role, which has got to have its weight to it, and sure, having Narrate there to back him up is going to help.
What are you
But
talking about? A
individually,
common
I
up
think
spot?
This is the best form we've ever
Number
seen Magnum
one,
play on. And
like,
that's
like
impressive.
they don't even have enough fucking money to buy an up, I think.
And this is the thing. It's
Did either
never
team
gonna be
have enough
easy
money to buy an up? I don't think they did.
to sort of take that much space and
Oh,
plant
he's
at the
feeling
same
it.
time.
He's feeling it.
So why the fuck are we doing an anti-up wall?
I even cracked a smile for Eng. 2-2.
It's round 4.
Now the purchase, not a great one. A single Guardian. You've got yourself some pistols on the rest with the Sheriffs, and again, looking like an aggressive stance. They're caught by the dance. They're going to have to try and fall back off this one. It's again another 4-player stack up in the early round onto this A site. The expectation that they're eventually going to fall in this direction, and they do! Martin is able to correct, though.
Look, whether there's an angle that it cuts off or not, it's fucking shit.
Top. Maybe he would have
You know
been.
what's
I think
better
the fact
than
that
playing
KC
for a
players
little
deep
one
on it
random
was
angle that people barely
incredibly
play?
valuable. The timing
Fucking
on
having a
the
wall
top
that goes up there and covers it.
as well,
And
so
notice how he's
fine.
done it this fucking
timing
round.
is gonna be a
Don't
key
give
part
me
of this
it. He
round.
just missed a wall.
Is
It's okay,
trying to
guys.
match them off
They
guard,
miss
that
things
wall
sometimes.
down, and unfortunately for Boo, he is caught looking the wrong way. So Team Heretics have a wide open sight because it's retake play. But for KC, they can deny them with some utility. That plant, not easy to find. Although Miniboo will try to take this one a little bit deeper. Recoverable weapon as well. That's the Guardian back up. Reveal has not caught Tamazi, and he's content to just give it up. The retake attempt.
He has ult.
taken by KC. I think it's a wise choice.
I think that could be an
Winnable.
interesting wall. Now 2. A shot connected, a showstopper available for Miniboo. Already looking to try and deny any
Not
further
winnable.
pushing, but it's going to be an easy clean in the end for the side of KC. And I like the fact that they're consistently having these sort of proactive positions. It makes things fairly awkward for the side of Heretics.
Raids on Icebox?
I also think these early
I quite like
stacks
Raids
today
on
is because
Icebox,
they
to be
know
honest.
that realistically, getting the plants on B is not going to be easy. You don't have anything to just basically plant something
You know, you
down
still
and
get
pull back.
access
You
to the
have push.
verticality.
So they're just stacking up A because it is the more logical.
The
strategy
nade
to go
is
for.
good.
Where you normally see
The ult
teams
is good.
Just consistently
Good
put
in
the
post
pressure
plants.
on. And especially when you
Good for
consider
denying spike.
Heretics' actual comp. You've got a nade for one corner.
Is that not
You've
good?
got yourself the fragment for another corner. You've got yourself snake bites. You've got yourself nano swarms. Like, you've got yourself shock darts. They've got so much. They could just spam the hell out of the A site with the amount of utility. So KC are going, well, that has to come eventually. It feels like the reason they have this comp.
Go for a fast exec. Now Viper's on the other side, so they still will have the wall.
Well, 2 players suppressed, but 1 not spotted up top. Martin. Ulkaman's taken away his abilities, but he's still got his rifle to play with. Can't quite get past that wall, and eventually he will. Unfortunately, Miniboo fired a rocket just
Do you use
before
ult
he
here?
went
You
down.
do?
And that's taken Martin
3v2?
clean out of the round. Lockdown in play, but where are they going to go? They're just going straight up to heaven to deny this from afar. Lineups in play for Benji. Fishy as the nanos come through, and that tap on the spike. About to have problems.
Oh.
Nice shot for Patatek. Utility now should secure the round on time alone, and Tamazi has next to nothing to do about it. He needs kills, and he needs them now. The next couple of seconds, he'll be hightailing it out of here. An attempt with the wall up. I like it, but they've got to reveal. It's just the bombardment of utility that's making it difficult.
Oh, Icebox, how we missed you.
Win for Heretics.
Oh, what enjoyable gameplay.
It would be
what a map
not the
this
most
is.
exciting thing in the world to watch, but I wouldn't be surprised if they just continue to go towards this A side. Like, even if there's a stack up on this site, which there was, just the sheer amount of utility that they have to force players out of angles, create awkward scenarios.
Good job.
It seems like a comp that will just thrive in that direction, whereas on the B side, okay, you need a little bit more. The thing is, though, Mitch, in this round, they do have a little bit more with the Viper's Pit.
Okay, they get an ult this time.
That could be helping out a ton. Now,
with Martin.
Taking the space is something else, but so far it's been easy enough when they pop this utility through. Tamazi, as we can see on the mini-map, there's much more passive than he was before. He was trying to get up close
Okay, so
to
seeing the
boxes.
jet up here as well with that
Kinda where
Gecko
Mini
flash
Boo is
early
now,
probably tells
but
you like,
instead, he's now playing
yeah, this
back
guy
further,
is
having
pretty
been
aggressive.
punished a couple times by the blast pack up from Mini Boo and by the utility that followed. Heretics have their wall. That should get them close enough to pop the Viper's Pit. See if KC's spams can be enough to stop it, because really we're relying on Tamazi getting that damage done. Or else we're relying on the fight pack through the pit.
the fuck is this?
Still looking at Magnum. He really has been.
So they're gonna try and push in deep, I think.
They've had to deal with this early read from KC is sublime, but here comes the bombardment of utility. First in, first out. Patatek. God, what has just happened? They've been obliterated by an array.
It didn't
Just
work.
Watching the cross.
I don't know. You don't have the comp for this, my friends.
Yeah, I need to see.
You're playing solo Viper, my friends. You do not have the comp for this.
I'm not quite sure how he's just wiped out that many players in a second. One of them was with the Mosh.
Yes.
The rest was all him.
After, yeah. So Spray, he sees the first. He just lines it.
What?
And I guess did enough damage to Boo, combined with either a snake bite or a spam from Tamazi, or maybe even just a wall. Whatever it was, that made it easy for the mosh pit.
He's about as ecstatic as his tweets after all of the matches. Wow. Just 1-2-0. No, he's literally just tweeting the same thing every day.
It's not like Angel. Apparently he lost 2-1 yesterday. It was
yeah.
Enjoyed that one.
And he won a map in his mind. To be fair, one of them was quite long.
It was.
Maybe
yeah,
he felt like he won the first half and that counts.
He was like,
as a
we
map.
played 3 maps, definitely.
Okay.
That took too long.
Well, the early fight from Patatek.
I mean, there's not much you can do about this. This is unlucky, to be honest. Like, you get a sick kill on this and it just gets rezzed on the op. You fucking kill this guy with an op, boost up on a Sage wall.
Holding that res for about 3 or 4 rounds.
Martin's already died once, and look at how aggressive he's being. I mean, he has a Blade Storm to work with, so why not? Updraft attempt, and that's not gone well. Out of there. And the spray is chasing him, but Shin somehow connects. Magnum as well. And KC,
flank as well.
I don't know if that was through the wall or just in the open, but either way, it works. Because they're just winning every single fight.
Armycore do look the better team, I'd say, on this map thus far. Like,
round. I mean, they lost
Heretics
the
look a little
technically there was a flaw,
lost.
but I'll give
And
it
I
to you,
think this comp...
Well played.
Yeah, I think Martin might have taken
Probably.
about
I mean, will this be attack side? It'd be close.
Because not only does he take the initial death, but he also gets healed up again afterwards because of the amount of damage he took on the reaggress. Even still, though, Shin managed to protect the president. Well, the president's rewarded him with a round. Really clean stuff from KC. 5 of the last 6 on the board for them.
Everything is attack side.
Was this aggressive play into the
on Icebox, probably,
I wouldn't be
yes.
surprised if it's rinse and repeat. The problem is there's a lot of resistance here. And even after the last round, the man almost...
Why are you running?
He still catches them off guard again. Miniboo's gone.
They found Banshee as well. Oh! A
Oh!
little bit late on the reaction to that. And the swing out of Magnum didn't go according to plan. It's a messy round. And it's left it into a 2 versus 2. A winnable spot for the side of Team Heretics.
He has ult, though.
Viper's
If
pick
he ults him,
online for Tamazi.
he's screwed.
His teammate might be in trouble. The Thrash comes through. It's now in the open. Irretrievable, almost a mosh pit from Narrate. That is brave. Maybe foolish. Brienne's quickly deals with him, but the angle for Tamazi. Those players are hidden away.
Can you see
they're going to check it. They're going to check it together. There you go. Oh, no, not together. Patatek got the info. Rienz is left to close this out. He's already tagged a little bit. Unfortunate. Tamazi now sees the wall is there. He's got to go forward. He's caught with a snake bite. Not dealt with, though. That could be a mistake. The Rians lives to regret. He's running. Got the ult to work with. Rians is just going to shift it up close, already stuck halfway, and the head scene. Rians knows it's not being stuck. He'll play the time and eventually get in there for his third. Heretics finding another round, keeping it close. He looks unbothered.
Yeah, calm and collected as ever. Even still, though,
They do always
every
go up
single
top.
player.
It's a
Because of
common
how
rule.
clean a
They
lot of these
always go
rounds
up
have
top.
been For the side of KC.
I mean, it makes sense. But
Financially not in the best spot.
everyone
On the
always
other
goes
side
up
of
top.
things, They do have nearly all of their ultimates online, so a good
To be
chance
fair,
they'll
I
be
don't
able
think there's
to
much
just
time as he can do though.
find
He
their
has
way
to
out of
stick
this
it.
one. The fact is, though, it really has been the success of the A site. Again, I feel like that's what this comp is built for. They're looking to build into it once again. This aggression has to be expected. They've done it almost every single round.
Oh my
and
God.
Even still, the Martine mini-boo battle goes Martine's way.
His aggression has been so varied at the same time. Boo is miles away. He's leading from afar, huh? The armchair general of the round. But for Team Heretics, they're getting caught off guard. But again, it's Martine in different positions, different forms of aggression. Last
He's
round,
waiting
got
for
the
that flank, and
close
it's not
range
coming this
upfight.
time.
Now he dashes up to take a duel up top.
Now they do have Killjoy
There seems to be
lockdown.
almost
They
no
might
one
send in
to
the
predict.
Killjoy
In fact, he
lockdown, and
dashed out of
in
it.
that case,
Just
Boom
running
might
along
have
the
a
road.
chance.
They've got to be ready for it. But for Heretics, at least, there's something to fall back on. They've lost Mini Boo, but they've still got 4 ultimates in play. So there could be some way to pull this
But I
back.
think, yeah, you want to Viper's Pit this, yeah.
It's not
So it makes sense to come back. If you're going to try and win this round, it's going to be off the back of lockdown. They just wait for that wall to go down as
Throwing
well.
the knife through, but it doesn't actually connect. And I like the fact they've just walled this off. That's something that's going to waste some time for the side of Heretics, who are yet to really start peaking. They are going to bypass. This is going to be the Viper's Pit, and Boo already taking a hefty amount of damage. Straight over the top goes Martine. No fear, as there's not really been anything connected. Panitek already gone, and he's just continuing forward. Finally will be dealt with, but he's taken the space for his team. And now all that's left is Benji.
The wingman wins on the round.
But it isn't going to be enough.
I think just a shame for them. They put such a deep Viper's Pit, but this squad is quickly able to bypass it.
Yeah, they
using
were
the
already
top of the
through
site
by
just
the
to
time
create
the
those
Viper's
extra
Pit came
angles,
in.
and it's a tough one to fight from. I think a defensive Viper's Pit there.
Yeah, and they
we
used
could
3
see,
ults.
You know, it would have had more value, but then you're trying to win the round in a very different way.
Also, the Sage Wall blocked off that avenue. So I think they had about 3 seconds after they saw peek around the corner. Because the Sage is on the right side, he just put that Viper's Pit when he ran around the left.
Okay.
So it was more so, I think it was just a reaction to the utility that was denying him on the other side. So it's one of those spots where I agree, but also I think KC just played it really well.
Yeah, but like I say, if you bring that back, again, it changes
Martine was
the
a
whole
Fortnite
shape
pro
of how you're
too.
playing that site. You want to be
Ah,
having
I
your
see.
usual late round, having players further back,
100%.
someone inside.
So you're telling
much
me
has
as
to go
Fortnite
differently.
is the
I don't mind
future
their
of
responsive
gaming.
Play, but it was adapted to perfectly on the other side. 6-4 for KC. Heretics call a timeout. And remember, this map chosen by the side of Carmine Corp. It means Heretics wanted to start on the attack. I don't know if things are going exactly as they wanted them just
Always
now.
has
but
been. Kid,
they
did
can
you
tie
play
it up 6-6
Fortnite?
at
Were you a
the half.
Fortnite
Not the end
gamer?
of the world. The real problem is that coming into this round after the timeout, they're not going to have credits. It's going to be a very weak buy.
Compositionally, just because this map can be difficult to get those plants in at times, especially on the B site, I do
A
think there's
couple
good
of
opportunity
hours
for
in
Heretics
uni.
over on the
Oh,
defensive
what does a
side.
couple
They have
hours
so
mean?
much
100?
in terms of information and delay utility. Like even with a Sage Wall, if there's a nade, a fragment, a shock dart, snake bite, anything, it's going to be difficult to plant. So I don't mind their chances. The problem
2
is
hours? I don't believe you.
if they're too far behind, we've already seen what Casey can do when they get going on that attack. Just have a look at last map.
Still the pit to play with for Tamazi. KC don't need to be worried. It's a lot of pistols for Heretics. A much
So they
slower
run this
approach
little
to the
bait.
attack as they look to catch someone off guard. Immediately, yeah, like you say, Tamazi making some noise. It's the same setup that Team Heretics have seen. One Viper here, defending it, falling back, playing the retake. Tamazi's going to give them the idea that maybe they can catch him off guard. Maybe they can blitz in and take him by surprise.
So this is risky
The
against a
reveal,
Nico.
Don't think it's catching Martin either.
That
Good
helps
kill,
though.
fall back, and now Martin's got it for free. Surely, Tamazi has gone down. So Martin almost wants that little bit more. A second player now making around that corner. There we go, nice and easy. And the patience pays off. Beautiful stuff from Martin.
And he gets the info that they wanted to come back, which probably means there's someone on A.
That's an intelligent player right there. He knew that there was more to
Isn't
be
that new that they
had.
have two coaches?
Other than
They
just mini
flipped and flopped on that, I think,
can't
last
really
year.
blame Heretics for
There
not
was
checking
times
that.
when you
They
were allowed a
fell
second
for the
coach. At the start of the
exact
year, I don't
plan
think you
that
were, but
KC
by the end, I think you were, and then this year they just decided to have two.
Well, now, with just a couple of pistols, you can already see just waiting to try and deny them on that plant. It's more Heretics just looking to try and do a little bit of extra damage. An unorthodox plant spot, but it is still going to be cleared by the Mosh. We're going to have to go back for a little bit more. You could see Panatic just trying to cover every single angle under the sun. He almost... There was a world where he somehow
Stinger
gets a
gets
couple
two there.
Now it's on to Benji. Clean on the first, but there's no chance for the second. KC continue their resurgence as they are now 7-4 in the lead.
Powerful lead for this.
Yeah, I think Army Corps have looked like the better team in this map thus far. I mean, that was a nice little plan. As I said, risky on an eco, because obviously if they do check you, you
After a
could
13-7 on the previous map,
give them a
KC
gun.
Ball is certainly rolling, snowballing down the hill.
Look at this as well.
And Heretics will look to dodge that
Now,
avalanche.
can they use a res? Don't
This
know.
final
They
attacking
got
round
knives,
sees
which will
not
help the op.
1, 2, 3, but 4
And they have a Viper's
ultimates
Pit.
for the side of Carmine Corp. They have a res.
Tacho
a
still not
Viper's
willing
Pit,
for the
a
bet.
Blade
I don't think
Storm,
I'm
and a
willing for the bet at this
lockdown.
point,
I
because
mean,
now I'm
your
going to
choice
lose.
Of how you want to use these
I wanted to take the bet when I was
powerful
going to
retake,
win, but now I'm going to
powerful
lose, so now I don't
ability.
want to take the bet.
Heretics will have to play a perfect round with just a showstopper in their back pocket.
They're basically playing the retake already. Like, you can see the stack up this time is actually over on B. They've put the Sage Wall down early.
Why did the drone
They're
move so
putting pressure
slow?
onto mid.
Just going to get the
I feel
scary
like a
ult
lot
back
of this
here.
might just be Tomazi trying to hold onto the backside. The showstopper.
Oh.
Well, they're actually going hunting through it. It's almost been wasted. He's going to go back in. He's made it into the pit. With the lockdown, it's going to force them back completely. He gets to hold the site, doesn't get hit by the showstopper, and some of the players have even been detained.
Yeah, well, deterred from any further aggression, though, having seen that most of the other players haven't been detained. Just block it, duh.
Okay.
Brienne's blocks the mosh pit, and then takes down Martin with a straight spray through the pit. Okay, one big player dealt with. Bladestorm out of the round, lockdown used, and a Viper's Pit already placed on the map. What's Heretics'
Surely
plan?
not.
But look, they're waiting for it on the side of Heretics. They wanted
The
this.
flash.
Good, that saved the day. And
The
now
flash,
it's another
Carmine
kill.
Corps, allez le bleu!
Decimating this squad. 4 versus 3.
Allez,
It's
le
still
bleu!
low. They play forward. Tamazi falls. That's the pit down, but only Boo left to deal with, and Martin's got him.
Allez le bleu!
8-4. Double the score of their opponents on the other side. Carmine Corp are set to take this. A pistol could send them right back into that snowball that we've been experiencing. They look hot right now. Heretics need a way
Have you
back
got your
in.
thing yet, kid?
I like the fact that every time I'm watching KC doing something scary or ludicrous, there's another layer to it. Like that res, by all accounts, risky as hell. The dizzy over the top,
No.
and then the aggression. So while that res is happening, Narrate is
Well, I
taking
did send
the
it.
fight. He's making it so that, okay, my teammate's getting enough. If I can get a kill off that distraction,
Am I
it's
missing a
huge.
reference?
8-4 in the lead, and bear in mind, next up is Split. Sure, the last time around, Heretics won 13-4. We said the same about Lotus.
Oh, that's good.
But KC have since beat Fnatic.
That was a pretty fire transition we just got. The banana buff into the kitchen banana. Now, it's been looking pretty good for the side of KC, but the pistol doesn't get off to the best of starts. Rienz with some early aggression. His best cosplay of
Oh,
Martin.
Fnatic doing it in
And
scrims?
it's
Probably
on the
just
board.
rolling people doing the
One
same
man
thing they were
advantage.
last year.
Is
It's
that
interesting,
nice?
their manager said that it was kind of on him because they wanted
Some
to
of the aggression
pace
we saw on the
themselves
other side.
more
Not quite the
this
3
year,
kills of Shin, but
so that they would be good for the end of the year. And I guess they just
advantage
translated that
nonetheless.
into let's just not do
a
much
bit
at
of
the
a
start of the
sneaky push
year.
coming up from
I guess, and we'll
Tomazi,
just
hoping that he
thinking
can
they'd
maybe
coast
find
through.
an angle, find a gap, and he has done quite a bit of damage onto Boo. No heals available on their side, and I'm sure Shin's going to try
That is a funny
find something a
sounding
little bit
skin
more
though.
before that wall goes down. But in fact,
Cost too much,
Tomazi
but
has
it
managed
does-
to win
it
that
does
fight.
sound funny.
The spikes even coming through on the other side, just trying to bait them out. In the meantime, the players are walking up onto A. They have fake planted the spike, and then they are running all the way back
This
to
is
the
the-
A
this is
side.
the old
That is
Xerxes strat.
absolute filth. It's only just being realized by Heretics that this has all been a bait. But look at the control
30
that
seconds
KC have already taken.
textbook play.
Oh.
Absolutely beautiful from KC.
Do we have a drone? No, because I
Fake
saw bought a
works.
fucking
The
share.
players are on site.
Oh, and they faked it again.
Come through.
That wall is a ruse. Look, Rians runs through, goes, there's a wall there. There's no way there's a guy on the other side. The nade trying to deny. The push in doesn't get anything. Shin fighting strong, but
Actually,
Benji
you did
again.
kill Martin.
Left into a 1v2, so low on HP. Needs an immediate response.
Calling my bot.
Yeah, with 15 health,
Bot coming back.
quick headshots needed. That's the only way out of this one. He has got 1v1s on offer, but he's looking the wrong way on the way through. That might be the first time I've seen Narrate whiff that bad, but he gets there in the end. So all is well. 9 on the board for KC, and
Nice skin, but cost too much is Valorant in a nutshell.
for the Heretics fans.
What about the DFM skin?
Again, this is someone who is a brand new in-game leader with a brand new team of youngsters. The adaptations they make in this round, not only the initial rotation with the fake plant, but also
Magnum.
just the fact that they have that Sage Wall in the late stages of the round that they use to bait a kill.
How did Navi and
so that
Fnatic both get
Martin-
2-0'd? Because they
maybe
got
that's why he's telling them to calm
destroyed
down.
by
So
these teams.
it was risky, but it was clever.
It was.
Well, Navi's attack
absolutely.
side also
Yeah, just lulling them into
on
a
Sunset.
false sense of
Poo-poo.
security on a read that you've got to make pretty damn quick. 9 rounds on the board for KC. Attack side looking good. Some investment from Heretics. A couple of Sheriffs. Some utility, for sure. Still double snake bites on Boo. Nade on Mini Boo. A flash for Patatek. See how much value can be taken from that. As
What made you
KC
decide
clearly set up
DFM over
sights on B,
Zeta? The
but
chat
Heretics have
decided.
made the read. It's not like
I think they
this
picked
is
the right
a
one. I think the
completely
DFM
abandoned
bundle
site.
in years to
It's not
come
left wide open
will
like we've seen in
continue
the
to be
past.
funny and be a funny
They
story.
look to fight.
A Sentinels bundle or a Zeta
don't
bundle
quite
wouldn't
have
have
the
been that
brawn
funny.
that KC do.
The DFM one will
Catch 'em
live
off
long
guard.
in the memory. Though I think the weird comps will fade as time goes on. I mean, Gecko, I think, is just here to stay. I'm going to be
They
honest.
can try and use to get
I
them
think
into the
more and more
after
people are
plant
just
and
going to use
force some
Gecko.
awkward positions. A pop flash here could be devastating. They like investing into these extra pieces of utility for these sort of rounds. The orb actually ends up helping them out quite a bit. That will allow them to retreat back, and this is where
It'll be super valuable when they become crazy raccoons. I was thinking maybe you should get the EG bundle because there won't be one next year. You can say you got the only EG bundle
No.
when they don't
is-
exist.
I'm pretty sure the answer to that one. They're stacked up 3 players on that angle on his left. Well,
The thing is, right now,
if you
right?
could find even one, that would be
You
somewhat
call
of
them
a
like
miracle.
weird comps,
Now
but
as
I
he
assume
swings,
you're referring to
there's gonna
things
be
like
4.
Gecko,
Make it
things
a little
like
bit harder, and he does
Yoru,
find the
right?
one at
But the
least
thing
some
is,
damage,
Yoru is
but it's
good
negligible
against
in the
Cypher.
grand
Cypher
scheme
is
of
good.
things. The
So
bigger picture,
why not
10
just
to
play
4 for
Yoru?
KC, a 6-round lead, 3 to close it.
You get the flashes
On that
as well,
attack
which are
side,
good in a lot of
with
these
Narrate
comps. You can
having,
play
again,
Sover
a
instead or
lights-out
Fade instead,
performance. I mentioned
and
before
that's
in
good.
the last map, there was a stage towards the end where he was 25 kills, 10 deaths, and 10 assists. He's now 16 and 5,
He's playing
6
unreal.
assists. His impact is off the goddamn charts.
EG bundle is the
Each and
true
every round.
limited time
They win
bundle.
this,
Yeah, exactly.
He's tournament
You
MVP.
did.
I don't
That's the
think
only
it's much
downside
of
is you give money
On
to
the roles he's
EG.
playing as
But if
well, it's
EG
really
said that
hard.
all the money was going to the players in part,
Obviously, the value can't be
I'd do it.
understated as well.
give me the
3
EG bundle.
points, the equivalent of
Because I
3
want
wins
to. I
in the
want to
regular
kind of be an
season
EG
that's coming
fan
up.
because I kind of. I want to support their team.
The same as you
You know,
did
I
for
like
winning
Dogmo. I like
over in
Potter.
Masters.
The other players are all like, you know,
Such a
upcoming
huge
players.
step in what will be the road to champions, which of course for these teams after making their first Masters, it might feel like a long way away, but it will be a huge
Ooh.
boost for them. Nice flash.
Yeah, that was always
He's gonna
risky.
catch Narrate picking up his own. Rian's also.
Did they
his
realize that
swap might
Rian's is this
not be
deep?
Something they necessarily check for.
Oh my god.
At least at this stage, they're looking to try and clear Mini Boo, but he's still sat back waiting for them to try and retreat.
Oh no, you can't. You can't whiff. You can't whiff and die.
Oh,
You
no.
can't whiff and die.
You like to see a bit of a whiff, his position given away. The trigger discipline not quite matching up to what we saw earlier on from Martin. As KC now redirect themselves, it's the B site that's under threat.
Yeah, it's
Boo.
mainly because of Magnum.
And he's got some good, he's got a good position. Now they've relinked with him, and look at this. Just as they go to move, those players start to
GG.
relocate.
It's over.
They're worried about
It's
the A
Jova.
site. They think the hit's coming through there, and now they realize it's a big old retake they've got to go for.
If someone always plays this angle with this wall.
Bolster the plant. Players looking to try and rotate back. But there's so
Extra to
much
take in
still
the
to do.
bet.
They do have themselves snake bites. The knife.
I mean, what's next?
fragment,
Split? To be fair,
a blast pack,
Heretics
some
on
space
Split.
To be taken. Magnum, they're already getting rid of Boo.
I don't think they were amazing. I thought they were more impressive on
Lotus
Lotus than Split yesterday, but
alongside Timmy the Turret,
let's see. Will they clear this angle? With the wall,
playing behind something they might not even consider checking, and while they finally cleared him, but it's too little too late. The round again has fallen in KC's favor. Once more, they run away with the map. 6 rounds
have we
in
seen
a row
her?
now.
Heretics were good on Split, yeah.
It doesn't look like there's a response.
I did like this, the flash through. It seemed like Miniboo was kind of ready for that. Miniboo narrate more so.
Do I think
was
anti-struts
actually
will
ready
kill
for that.
these
He
guns like
turned from
Perfect
it,
Sure
but
on Vine?
couldn't
No.
react in time. About 11-4, yeah. Look,
No.
KC
This
haven't
is
been
just like,
really
welcome
making a
to the
step
meta.
wrong. We complimented Team
This just
Heretics'
will be
system,
the meta now.
certainly in that first map, and from what we've seen so far.
Like Gecko,
in this tournament,
Yoru.
running it through without losing a map. This squad has looked.
You know, maybe the
impressive with
Yoru
the
won't be
stand-in,
as meta
with,
as it is
you
in
know,
EMEA,
synergy
but it
problems
certainly
with the
will
player
still
at
be
home, and
good.
It's never going to be the same.
Right,
And
until they
Paratech
change-
slotting in as a stand-in has
And maybe the
done
new
remarkable,
controller will
but
change something.
for
I don't know,
KC,
depending on who
this
they
map,
synergize with.
Their
but-
post plans, their pre-plans, their takes, their
Should this have been a
aggression
best of
on defensive
3?
side,
No, I think
every
it should be a
single
best of
thing has
5.
got so many layers to it.
Because a
I
fast 2-0 is your only
absolutely
game
love
in
what
one
we're seeing
day
with
is
this
a bit
squad. And it is just
underwhelming, I
unbelievable to
suppose.
think when we started this season.
A grand final should
I
always
don't
be
think
a
there was
best
any
of 5.
reason. If somebody put them as a top 2 team, I think they're kind of insane. Like, on
They're
paper,
in the booth next to us.
you know, but yeah, they are, aren't they? But it would have been a very bold prediction to think they'd do that well. Even
Are these
Magnum
teams
saying
being
to
allowed
us
in
before the
NRG
season
though?
started,
Well, I
we're
don't
top
know.
4 easily. It's like,
Who
that's
the
a
fuck
big
said Loud would
statement.
qualify?
Making it to top 4 is an achievement for this squad, but they have shown that, honestly, they look like the best team in our region right now.
Yeah, the other thing is a lot of people would have put Gentlemates, the other French team, above them. Like that's the thing. They were coming in as a
Will we ever get a
roster
best of
around
7?
for a
I'd be
while,
very
another
surprised.
Very experienced coach. Like,
A best of 7
you
is a
can't really
bit long.
blame them for it. But no, KC have come out swinging. I think Eng his
New player
stocks have gone
impressed
even
me.
higher than they already were.
Tier 1,
Magnum
couple in this
making
game.
a name for himself
This dude.
once again. For the side of
This dude.
Heretics, it's a round with Sheriffs. Looking like they may have to try and fight back 8 in a row, but at least giving themselves the best possible setup to do it. On the other side of things is Patient. They are expecting some aggression. A spawn spot from Tomazi. He's gone from being the first man in his old
Here's a 4-stack.
Portuguese team to the man waiting in spawn. It's definitely been a change of roles, but one that I think he's thriving in. I think that's actually one of the most impressive things for me. To bring a player that young, switch their role to basically the polar opposite of what he was doing before. He's mostly been playing Viper. And to see him, well...
I do like
listen,
the way they use
yesterday went
Gecko is better than a lot of
26-13
others as well.
Versus Fnatic.
They're all right.
Right, like look at
Kinda
where he's
good.
picking this stuff up as well. It seems like they have
Flash
maybe
retreat
got either
for Narrate. I
lineups or
think
he's
that's
just
gonna
got a
cause
very
a bit
good
of a
sense of the agent.
Slow
Break
down
the
to
alarm
round
bell there,
while they
that's
wait
quite
for it to come
important.
back online. We'll see Dizzy go through and a push to back site, but that's Team
Now,
Heretics.
when if the wingman plans, he does have
pieces of utility come through. They know that the plan's being committed to, that the fight is being taken, and then the pistols can maybe blindside a few. Triple swing on backside. Shin, he might have looked out of position, but that's because you didn't see Martine right behind him. You only see the flash of his barrel as he takes kill after kill, 12 seconds, and the cover is there. The space is taken, the territory well and truly in the hands of Carmine Corp.
Okay, Carmine
See
Corp
Heretics
don't
and
have
Benji
another fake
and
comeback
Riaz
here.
attempting to bring
Whoa!
what? Well, I don't know about that shot, but it worked. It took him down, fair enough. It was echolocating him once he started knifing the wall. 12-4. Tom, you know, at the halftime, it looked like KC were going to take this. Now, it looks impossible for Heretics to get back through. They're already thinking about split.
Oh yeah, they've definitely got to be. As said, last time they played Split versus their opponents, they won 13-4. But they were probably feeling the same thing when they went into Lotus and got bullied for the entirety of the first half. And as said, since then, KC have beat Fnatic on Split. So every time they seem to be growing, getting better, improving. That has been the story of them throughout this tournament. Now Heretics need to show a little bit of Spanish flair.
And if
8 rounds in a
Heretics just
row.
go quietly into the night and don't really
That's not the
show
start
much
they were
here,
looking
that
for.
will
Boom.
worry me a
Going
bit. That like,
walkabouts.
how do they bounce back?
Nice shot from
You know, when
Miniboo,
things
though.
aren't going
At
their
least
way.
gonna turn things back
So obviously
into their
against like
favor.
better
Leave
competition,
things even for now. Benji also
you know, you would think like they are going to
actually
lose a
playing
map
for the
in
retake.
Madrid and
He
then have
has the
to try and
lockdown.
come
Him
back.
Going down would be rough. Not the spot you want to be in. And in fact, it's actually going to be a very early Hunter's Fury. Normally a great ult to have in a retake, but clearly hoping they could do some damage.
Especially a retake of A with such narrow laneways. I think that's a desperate attempt to try and pull an advantage out of thin air. And
a
maybe
lockdown that would have forced them back.
Exactly, right? Like, this could have been massive, but instead, look, they still have the lockdown to work with, but you're not punishing on the way. Quite the same. Nice shot from Martin, but he only gets the one. And with the lockdown in play, there's some trouble brewing.
Take the detain.
Crazy. Throwing in the Thrash here. It's actually caught one, but Magnum won't get round the corner in time, and Nare won't make it out. The pressure's now on. Shin's got a 1v3 for the next couple seconds while they tap that defuse. Here comes the swing. Good shot from Shin!
No way.
He's got them both! A chance to keep this alive! It's halfway, and the head was spotted. Nare knows the timing is his. He's dropped down, covered it with a shot, and the angle's now tough for Miniboo. 20 HP, but he'll hit the shot.
Not again. Don't go through this again.
It's not over
Just
yet
fucking stop choking on 12, Comic Core.
Oh, shit, nearly made that possible.
The Fnatic played badly yesterday.
You look back to
I think the
last year,
Fnatic
what he
played
had to
a
go
below
through.
average game.
And the man has come out the other side.
I don't think they were horrendous.
Called to diamonds, that's for sure.
They had some nice rounds,
That
I thought,
was
still,
so
but
ridiculously
obviously compared
close.
to like
The fact is, Nare
their
was
normal
passenger.
level.
Yeah, and he almost managed to do it all.
7 chances. There's no way. There's no way. Just end this. Just win this.
Saw the
They go for the
attempted
attacking
comeback
op
last time out.
on B.
Mitch called it a little early. I'm guessing you're not
It's
going to do
doable,
that
Tom.
again.
It's doable. This could be Heretics all the way.
That's a shame. 13-5.
It's only 7 in a row. So I'm feeling confident. Let's see. I mean, I'm limit testing. I don't believe how these last few weeks have gone. Restatement I make.
Dean, there's certain things again, like against this comp, we should be taking this ult up every round. Right? The only real threat to that is this guy
I think
updrafting.
Heretics have made the read. He's got an op, and they're going to hide and punish. Probably just headshot him right away.
Okay. So everybody get their clips ready.
Here comes Boo to start. It's going to be the first man. I like the angle he's on. Actually, now I'm believing. Oh, God. Okay, he gets there in the end. Nice and clean. First kill, just as we expected. Shut down right after. Shot from Benji's good.
What are we doing? What the fuck is this round? I mean, they got the KO ult out, so that's kind of a small win. Still have a bye next round as well.
This is real, Tom. KC going one more. Another triple for Miniboo.
Just fucking win, Comic Core. Come on. Close this game out.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing for him. Even if it does come down to going into split, he's going to be such a huge
How many
part
Sage
of it,
picks have
playing
there
that
been?
Solo
I
duelist on
think
the Raze.
overall
A
there's
lot of
been
the
like
setup will be
3 or
based around
4
him.
across. I mean, I don't know about China.
The fact is, though,
But Paper X play it on Sunset.
sometimes that last round can be the most difficult.
I think we've seen a couple teams play it on Icebox.
We've seen fight backs from ridiculous spots in this map before, but this would have to be one of the best.
One of these times it'll be a real comeback?
Rez and
No.
Viper's Pit, something to play with. Util is going to catch out a couple of players already. And this aggressive spot from Miniboo, still clearly feeling the confidence.
Yeah, well, it's not just Miniboo. They were waiting for the recon of Rian's, but he's not putting the recon because he's so close himself, already going in with the rocket launcher, and the show is over for Miniboo. He's out of the round. Rian's not able to trade up close, and so he's forced back. The A site now, not as heavily defended by Team Heretics. The advanced positions taken out of their hands. It might get a little bit awkward for this squad. They don't have any control on the side of KC elsewhere. It seems like they're going to fully commit to this A play. So the life on this map pretty much dependent on either Patatek or Rian's.
Did he miss the jump?
Getting
I think
a few
he
on the
did.
way through. Rian's has been consistent, and Patatek's got the first. Good signs for Heretics.
Yeah, and that's 3 players already. They can continue to stack up onto this site. Still plenty of time to play with. But Patatek in a re-aggressed position. Still fighting strong. Has a teammate alongside him, but the trades are good. A Viper's Pit possible. And the flash also catching onto Boo will let them know that he's here.
Player standing.
Instead, though, Nare goes fighting, goes facing that snake bite.
30
It's
seconds
going to do
left.
quite a bit of extra damage. Leave Tomazi low, and he's now being rounded on from behind from Benji. His positioning almost perfect, but just looking to try and get into that pit, catch him before he could do anything else. The second snake bite as well, just making things so much worse. 44 HP, the right spam could do everything, and Tomazi knows it. He's going to try and fight forward, looking for that player who's about to round the corner. Not quite ready for it. Might still win the duel, though. Somehow has turned this back into a 1v1, but Benji's there. He'll keep the hopes and dreams of Heretics alive. As again, they get to 7.
The only way to approach this is one at a time. 5 more rounds. It's a big task. But they can get
Come
there
on,
if they
Carmine
keep playing
Core.
like
I mean,
this.
you get
That
gifted
was
this
nasty
one.
from Martin. Didn't catch that the first time around, but
And that was my national Paratech though. But just, I'm sick of the fake comebacks. Like, they're not gonna win. I know Carmine Core are gonna win this game. You're just wasting my time.
Heretics building their confidence, building their rounds, and on the comeback arc, 5 in a row needed. Viper's Pit to play with. KC, if they lose a player early on, that res from Shin can always come back through now that it's online. There's something to
It's just a
think about
fucking
really
Go
for
A
Heretics.
simulator as well.
4 players spotted right away. I think they've got an iota that this is an A hit.
It seems
They
like the
leave
plan
Mini
over the
Boo
last
on
few
B
rounds
alone.
has been hit towards this A side. This time though, they're picking up the pace, looking to almost sprint their way in. That shock dart could do a nasty amount of damage. It's gonna tickle away at a few players as they continue this push forward. Panitek's gone,
Okay.
so is Rien's. Not the start they were looking for. Benji's at least managed to claw back one. We will see the plant in, and now the fallback. This is just gonna have to be that full retake now.
They got Gecko, they got
Still
Res.
some utility to work with, but the pin for Heretics needs to be dealt with. They could get that diffused right under their nose.
He got
Magnum's
2!
all the way around. It's only 1 player to worry about, and he's way up top. Magnum could have 3 kills down below. But instead, they were focused
Magnum
on finding
waited
that
until
third.
they
Boo and Benji
weren't
very
detained.
low. Boo, not too healthy either. And with the pit down, things are looking like it might just be over. 30 HP, one
About
shot
time.
needed for KC.
Right, let's ask this fraud to see what he says now. I'll say, should have taken the bet, fraud. It's off.
Could still be close,
But yeah, it's good. Like, in each of these maps on Lotus and Icebox, they've just owned Heretics on one side of the map. Yeah. I'm gonna go and get some food.
Oh, the fraud wouldn't even answer me. Gonna get some food. He was just eating pizza, the fucking... We'll take an ad too. I'll do a quiz or two and then I'll take my own little break as well. Spade, club, diamond, or heart? My heart will go on. David. Spade? Call a spade a spade. King of what? Derisive nickname given to Robert E. Lee. King of diamonds, I guess? No? Oh, King of Spade. Oh, fucking cool. I thought Lucy in the Sky with diamonds. Kate. Anyone know? Kate. Diamond. Spade. It's all spade. S Club 7. No, that one. Sam. Heart. It's always spade. A black diamond. Bucket and spade. Atom heart. Wear one's heart on one's sleeves. Fight club. Heart of gold. Bleeding. Heart, I guess. Culture club. Ace of spades. Country club. Eat one's heart out. Club dogs, diamond dogs. Something America. Club. Blank in the rough. Diamond in the rough. A diamond record. Heart of Dixie. Diamonds are forever. James. Clubber, Harter, Diamonder, Spader. It's always Spade. In that club. A vacation company. Spade Med. Club Med. Hungry Heart. The Telltale Club. Heart. American members only. Sam's Club. The AV Club. Sam. Spade. It's always Spade. Screech from Dustin Spade. Dustin Diamond. Diamonds are a girlfriend. Loving this. Heart. Oh, of course it is. Fucking hell, I listened to it during the Super Bowl. I wanna make love in this club. That was Usher, right? In Spades. Change of heart. Blood. Diamond. Neil Diamond. We beat the average, so fuck you. We beat the average. We'll do one more. Oh. No. No. Which empire? Oh. Syria. Was Syria British or French? I think it was French. Fuck. Guinea. Oh, are you French or Portuguese? I think you're French. Angola is Portuguese. Madagascar is French. Uruguay is Spanish. Cambodia, I think is French. Myanmar, I think is British. Guyana, I think is British. Mozambique is Portuguese. Niger is French. Papua New Guinea is French. British. Honduras is Spanish. Philippines, Spanish. Belize, Spanish. No, British. Brazil, Portuguese. Equatorial Guinea. Could be Portuguese. I'll go French though. It's Spanish. I didn't know that one. Timor-Leste is Portuguese. And Nigeria. Nigeria is British. Okay. Again, we beat the average. Not bad. Oh, look who it is.
Oh no, Alpha, don't troll me like that. But it's okay. I think everyone
I'll be
is
back
very
in a minute.
happy to see you here. I see some Fnatic jerseys here as well. Of course, you played against K-Core yesterday. So what do you make of their performance so far today? What do you make of the series?
I mean, they're playing well. They are unexpected team, actually. I didn't expect when we're playing, I didn't expect they're gonna play like this. Yeah, unexpected team.
Yeah, but also on the other side, Team Heretics. Rians is not here, but that's your ex-teammate. So talk me through what he's like and how happy are you to see him succeed?
I mean, I'm happy for Rians because he's my really close friend and he's also my ex-teammate. And he's a really good person, so I like...
Does this mean you're supporting Heretics today? You want them to win?
Yes.
Oh, what do you guys think about that? Okay, the Heretics fans are happy about the K-Core fans are booing. But last question, Split is coming up next. You played them on Split already on K-Core. What do Heretics need to do, you think, today to beat them on Split?
I think they need to pick them.
Pick them?
Because Karmine Corp is playing like really stress. And if they do, let them do what they're gonna do, they're gonna lose.
Can't be scared of them.
Yeah.
Okay, nice advice there. Thank you very much, Alpha. Yeah, one more time, guys. Alpha, and let's send this back over and see if Heretics can indeed beat them on Split.
Thank you very much, Yinsu. Thank you, Alpha. Well, Lothar, he's saying that they need to pick, but we're going back to the bananas. Okay, Casey's definitely feeling comfortable, and Tomas is going to be the one eating it now.
Well, hopefully they're gonna reverse the curse again. You know, that's gonna happen. But before we go into the agent select, I wanted to summarize what we have learned from the previous split that those teams had been learning from the previous time they played. So we will have a reverse when it comes to the roles. We're gonna see Team Heretics on attack first, which was not something that we have seen a lot of time in the previous match because they literally played 5 rounds and that was it. But on split, KC, when they were playing against Heretics on the defense, they were allowing them too much proactiveness. Like we have seen this already today on Sunset, the proactive mini-boo setups with the support from the Omen. That was something that we have seen on Sunset. It's going to be happening again on Split when Team Heretics is going to swap to defense.
Yeah, exactly. So I assume that we do not really expect many changes when it comes to the agent select. So taking those learnings, not only what we've seen today, but also what we saw the other day, I would say is over a week ago that we saw the split between these two teams. What do you think were Team Heretics' biggest weaknesses that KC need to exploit in order to, you know, take those 3 points home?
Well, there was one weakness that they found when they were attacking, and that was Team Heretics' ramp control on defense. The only rounds that K-Corp actually won on the attack was when they were doing A pinches. It was a 3 rounds. It was not really that successful, right? But it was the only success they found. So going through ramp, Team Heretics were not countering that position very well. And then when they were anchoring on A side, it wasn't very effective because of losing that ramp.
Thought the stream had frozen
which
because Boo was just so
being
still.
overrun by Heaven on A. That was the thing that KC, I think, was doing really well. But still, they were allowing Team Heretics too much on the B main control. The one-ways from Omen, combined that with the Raze nade, was typically pushing them away in that early part of the round.
Any preps? You mentioned the Raze. Let's talk a little bit about Mini-Boo and how he was performing on Icebox. We saw that actually Narrate had kind of the upper hand against him. We saw a lot of times that his utility was having a lot of effect on the Heretics duelist. We heard Alpha here that he is actually supporting Team Heretics. And if we want to see a map number 5, it has to start here on Split. Now, my question to you is, if Team Heretics wants to take this to a map 5, assuming that KC is going to be adapting onto all of that, what do you think is going to be the edge as you jump into Agent Select and we see no changes in the server?
Yeah, no surprises over here.
What is the next, the next answer to those?
I think Team Heretics need to play it exactly like Sunset. You know, this is something that they've shown today already being super effective. That the proactiveness of defense.
Don't worry, I'll do it myself.
Much, like game defining, and KC
Kid is a fraud. Yes, he is a fraud.
That. And here, the trio of.
Will I go to Madrid for 5 subs? No.
On attack, they start on attack. So pay close attention to that satchel towards
Comical big defense. That's a bit weird.
The paranoia and the stun. So many.
Look, here's what I'll promise you. Next year, it kind of caught. I think because it was the first event this year, it kind of caught me a bit off guard as well.
And we're going back to
next year,
on the Euro.
I assume there will be an event in EMEA.
Would you like him to be more conservative or to?
And as long as it's in.
Do you think it's predictable, maybe?
I think the
Western Europe
from Euro is good when it's also combined with
I
will
try to go.
For example, we have seen already them doing the ult on Alpha here. Actually,
Shanghai is a bit too far.
Smashed by the paranoia, then ulted by Euro. You have no response. You're literally just getting out.
I mean, I feel like where are places where they will hold an event?
Unless you're close to the Euro.
Do I really want to go to Paris? Probably not.
You're dead. That's something I would like to see from KC again, combining that Omen, combining that with Euro, with the TPs. And
if it's in London, I'll definitely go. If it's in London, my attendance percentage will be 100%. In fact, I might go to Worlds anyway, and I don't even like League. I might just go to go. Oh, Pletchak Curse is real. I'm kind of a part of that now.
So there was
probably, as a countermeasure when you see that composition on the other side.
So this is
if it's in Birmingham, I'll definitely go. Or not Eastern Europe, because I don't want to commit to Eastern Europe if it's like.
Love that you mentioned
like
the push and
does
pull.
Turkey count as Eastern
guys,
Europe?
It's time to get into the
like Turkey's quite far away.
They do want those 3 points. Heretics, they want to take this to a map 5. Mitch and Tom, I know that you love Split, and you definitely want this to go into overtime at least.
True. Thank you so much, Kukuka, and our analyst desk.
How much East is too Eastern?
That wasn't super doing the best impression of all time.
Oh, it could be. You might be right. She is extremely good at accent.
East
While
of
also interviewing Alfie at the same
You
Warsaw.
should hear her, your boy Lewis impression. But as we come
I think you
into
just hate
Sunday,
traveling. I mean, I do.
I'm
Yeah.
excited to see what K-Corp have got up their sleeve.
Did I miss much on
Personally,
Icebox? No.
I'd love to see this go all the
Not
way
really.
to 5. The way they're playing, back-to-back
It's Icebox.
13-7s, it doesn't look like they KC have any intention of letting it go that far. They want to end it here.
Does this match affect seeding? Yes, I think there will be seeding for Madrid, and I'm going to guess that in the first game at least, everyone who's a 1 seed will play a 2 seed team.
Fnatic, he was incredible, pulling them left, right, and center.
So we got quite a normal comp here.
For the side of
Obviously we got whatever the fuck Army Core are cooking up, but they've been
Solid stuff.
Pretty
to start
successful
this
with
off. Side of Team Heretics. They don't decide to back off, instead staying on the site. Up top, Narrate has not spotted the player below him, so Benji's good to go. Finding another on Tamazi before Magnum steps up, but he's got so much more to do and falls immediately.
Okay, Heretics with a big pistol round win. Bit of an awkward retake there from Calming Core. Just feel like Narrate was way ahead of the team.
Wow, a very messy retake from KC.
Winner probably placed by Bricks. I'm not quite sure that's how it works.
Yeah, one of the fastest rounds
But
that we've seen
possible.
so far. And I do think a lot of the information and delay that can be thrown in by KC, those pacey rounds could actually be quite valuable. Like when you're running those double controllers, if you can
They
get
got
the smokes
naded?
down
Oh.
in time, a lot
Well,
of
then
those
good play
fights
by-
become quite awkward. And that is
by
the
this.
thing. This composition
By
is
Heretics, but
pretty
again,
much made to make things scrappy. Get up close, get in your face.
I mean, they
and
have stacked A.
I don't think Heretics mind that too much.
No, we've seen it a bunch of times as well, even in their previous games. When you get aggressive and you try to take them pound for pound, that's where they find a lot of value. Now, that might not be
There's
true
a
this
stack
time
here.
with so many pistols in play. The paranoia hasn't hit, but the drop down from
Oh, that
Narrate
could
is
have been
good.
a gun as
Falls
well.
immediately, though. Two players on the site, one up top causing problems, drawing their eye and making sure those players on site have an element of surprise to
Oh,
it.
he
The
flushed his
flash was
teammate.
good. The follow-up, not so much. The damage is already massive with Magnum in
I
a
guess
1 versus
Heretics
2.
win.
But he's going to be blindsided by Boo. Heretics win the round, but at what cost?
The way they're playing solo breach.
Quite a bit of damage on the way in.
I mean, it's definitely going to have weaknesses. If it's going to have weaknesses, it's going to be on the attack side, you would have thought, though. Solo breach on defense,
within one side of the map, and if
I think it'll be pretty
Heretics are gonna
decent
continue to
against
play
Calming
this
Core's
direct,
comp. Because Calming Core are going to
it's
go
probably
pretty
gonna end up
fast
hurting
again
them
as well.
eventually. The fact is, though, a lot of what we expect from this composition from the side of KC is going to be on that attack. Like, you have a lot of opportunities to set up quite cool and interesting takes, two explosive duelists.
The Bucky
right now,
buy?
Boo has
Here
a
we go.
Bucky. That's what I want to be watching. What's he about to do? He has to try and take some space somewhere because
The
I
attacking
don't know how
Bucky.
he's going to apply a long-range Bucky on attack.
Oh, just hit the right clicks, mate. Don't worry. That extends the range by about a meter. He's going to have a tough time for sure, but a Ghost at least. Have to think he's going into the vents. Very common spot to make those kind of plays, and yeah, indeed. The Bucky's going to be used up here. Flash not going to catch him. Bucky, not that good, though. That's always going to be your problem. Luckily, they've taken Heaven. Patitech had just shift walked up with his wall. He's turned back to fight Shin, but lost his life. The numbers
Okay,
now
3v3.
back to even. It's not like Team Heretics want to blitz straight towards A. You even see that spike rotating back. They'll group up as 3 and look to take it B. The timing is pretty good.
It's mainly going to be if there's any utility. And there is. A C's available. Timed right.
Ooh.
Could be perfect. I think it's not going to catch anyone. In fact, they're going to fake the steps away and then start moving their way back. A little bit of a wide jump out from Magnum, but instead he's just going to have to surrender the site. Look to play
Benji
on the
has a
retake. Now,
trip
bear in mind,
and his
Brian's never
camera.
got to collect any of those guns. I think the only one in reach was a Bucky,
30 seconds
and he
left.
decided not to go for that.
Doesn't use either, though.
Spike
Nice
planted.
fight. Well done by Shin with Mini Boot down. The real danger is the rifle and Benji. Rianz has done the same, but he's a quantifiable factor. They knew
Nice from
that he
Magnum.
was at the back site. They still know it, and there's no way out for Rianz. He's going to fight his way through. The peek around the back. Oh, he's got the reload off on time, but the shots don't quite land. Not
Okay.
for him. It's Shin to do
Calming Core got
3
themselves
kills
out of a pretty
in a
rough
round.
situation there. I mean, the walk-up ramp, they've got to be a bit
Is,
careful about
KC
that.
recovered this really well. That was
And again,
a
obviously
start
playing
that was
with no...
basically a 2-for-1
I'm still
trade.
shocked
You
they
lose a
picked
Bucky
defense.
and
It
you
doesn't
get
make
2
any
kills
sense,
off the
really,
back
but...
of Patitech.
You know,
Mainly
no
just his
Sentinel, like,
redirection
that's
and
going to be a
Shin
problem
being
for
more
them.
than
The
prepared.
denial of
Just having a
info
great round overall.
is going to be a big win
KC
condition for
right back
Heretics.
fast. And on this
How does one
defensive
achieve
side,
peak British? Well, there's two
looking
types
strong.
of British.
Now, for the other side of things,
There's
I wanna
posh
note
Jacob
there was a 9-3 defensive
Rees-Mogg
half when they last played this
dickhead,
map. Now, as we've
and
already mentioned
there's
throughout the series, I feel like
scummy,
KC, even from the last time they played Heretics,
you know,
have gone
chav,
forward leaps and bounds. It's a different team, different roster
rough.
to who played previously. But it is worth noting that KC are going to want to at least put up a decent defensive side.
And then there's a
because of
big
what happened
middle
last
class of
KC's attempt at
self-depreciating
It's going to be similar to what we saw in the previous map, relying on Martin.
fools.
Now that he's got a gate crash to get out, he's much more confident to take those wide open
Well,
positions.
unfortunely, a decent
Quick kill
portion
on
will vote
Rianz,
Tory.
and he's bailed, leaving the rest of KC to pick up the pieces, and those pieces not too easily recovered. The decoy attempt alongside Boombot is nice.
So 3 guys?
The Heretics have no control.
Yeah, 3 guys, I guess.
Go through the smokes.
What are my thoughts on Rishi Sunak?
Still don't know the judges here. That's the main problem. They've been faking.
I
Again.
love
doing
Rishi
this, just
Sunak.
Giving away like, oh yeah.
I love
I'm
Rishi
here, I'm
Sunak
here.
because he's
Come for me, go for
guaranteeing
guy
that
with
the
rifle.
Tories will not
And
win the
instead
next
narrator's just
election.
sat there. Hasn't moved a muscle the
He's done a
entirety
great
of this
job
round.
for this country.
Into B they go. This battle of Tomazi, but he's just looking to try and delay them even further. 40 seconds left on this clock. Again,
Still just got this judge
they're going
sitting here.
back towards this position. A slow sneak in. They're going to end up walking straight into him. He's waiting on the other side.
By a judge.
Worked the entire time.
Oh shit, that's not
It
great.
might have taken a lot longer
The
than
spike's
they would have
down
hoped it
here.
would.
26 seconds
Boom,
left.
he's gotta
Should be no
sprint. He's gotta
time,
run.
really.
He's got to get this spike and try and move on
He
to
just
the
gotta
side.
save.
His teammate looking to try and wrap back around, but the timing is just not good enough. They need so much more. And KC, with their trap plays, have left Paditek out of the round.
Great ideas on how to retake
10
that
seconds
control.
left.
Initially taking the fight right down on middle, falling back, having their setups. As you said, baiting them into that false sense of security. They move in towards vent. They've seen nothing there the whole round. That's because there's a judge waiting. And in actual fact, Heretics almost had a way into the B site because we saw Tomazi shrouded step to the site and he just dodged the bullets as he stepped away. He ended up on 24 HP from a spam through the box. And if he was a little
What if Team
later,
Heretics are actually
at a
mid?
fraction of a second, he would have been in trouble.
What if a garbage man was actually smart?
Well, he's mastered all the elements of a top
Some of you
tier
might know
team
what song
before.
that's from.
It looks like he's doing it again.
1
One map away from locking in top spot in EMEA.
What if
And
they're
we're
just
now neck
mid?
and neck.
I think possible that they don't have a fully fleshed out map pool. I think that's
feels like he
possible.
has the experience of someone over 100 years old, but he's not quite looking like it. Already back to what looks like a slightly more direct attempt. Maybe just farming up the orbs, in fact. Miniboot 1 away. Rian's 2, so...
Got the spike!
Same for Panitek, in fact. If they can go get the other orb on the other side, it might be a little bit more difficult.
Right there.
Instead, though, they're going back to this mid position. Martin, well placed once again, but...
So they're still
in this
doing the
sort of
Viper
round,
stuff on
definitely
A.
not worth the risk.
Even
That's what you think,
with the
Tom.
Cypher.
Well,
So the
let me
Cypher's
tell
coming
you,
here
there's
and put a
different
trip,
school of
which is a
thinking out
nice
there.
trip.
Martin's pioneering it, and he's just about making it out with his life. They've got some lessons to learn, I suppose, after that one. The Team Heretics.
He's got a judge again.
4
He's
versus
full
4. They'll be
YZing
happy
me.
with that outcome.
God, the slow,
Oh, and I dig it.
tempered style.
Just
When you've got
sitting
this
here the
much
whole
utility.
time.
Narrate again. Like, he's still got the judge. Is in a different position, and it looks like they're going to be walking right into where he is. He's got a teammate as well in Shin, watching the heavens above.
Time's low.
Whichever way Heretics go, they're
Still got
walking
2
into what
stars.
seems like a nasty trap. Starting to use some utility in an attempt to clear some of the angles that could be a risk, but they don't know about this man down below. Shin up above, holding on. That's the spike. The spike has been dropped. There doesn't seem to be much hope here, and Shin just holding the line once again. Counter flash is being thrown out onto Paditek.
What
He's
is
at
he
least
doing?
managed to find one.
10 seconds left.
But there's
I mean,
nothing
they
he can
can't
do.
win
It's
because of the
just gonna have
spike,
to be
but
another save.
what's Shin doing? What's he looking at?
Maybe if the spike was down below, he could try to roll the
Oh!
dice. What was that shot? Lightning fast, but so too is the timer of the round. It's ticked all the way. And victory found from the side of KC. The advantage, 3-2. As they
Why
take
is
the
Alpha
lead
King still in the chat?
over on Heretics. They're going to be a little disgruntled.
Boo
after
Alpha
that one. They
King.
got
Everyone
very
boo
close.
Alpha King.
But they can also fall back mentally to the fact that this was a round where they did not have a lot. It was mostly pistols. They 1-to-1 traded to start. They found a lot of weaknesses on that A push. They're going to learn from that coming into round number 6.
This is a round where a lot of the ultimates are starting to build up as well. Showstopper, Rolling Thunder, Nightfall.
I'm not Elon, bro. What can I do? Well, like Elon, though, you overpromise and underdeliver.
Impact so far, 8-1 on the scoreboard, but a lot of the rounds has been too little too late. Shin going for some of these early peaks, but at least for now, isn't going to find anything. And they're executing straight off this. They're just looking to try and take out one of these controllers. In fact, they catch Shin.
They've just popped every ult they had to try
What the
and get
hell
this
is
one,
going on?
And it looks like it's worked.
What
So many
on
kills
earth is going on?
Double nade kill. Not even off the first blast either. It was the paint shells falling out after Paditek has managed to slice a little bit of control for himself.
What a
towards
bizarre
this
round.
one. And as we're seeing on our screens, AC are in a bit of trouble because they've lost their screens.
That literally
I don't know where
just, we
Martinez
got
planning
what?
to take this one, but it's got to be right into Padtek's
Raise,
face.
was
He
it a
wants
raise
full
ult?
control, and
Breach
he's
ult?
done that pretty flawlessly.
Double raise nade fade ult, but the team that fade ulted were the ones that died to the nade. You might think it would be the other way around, but it
It's
wasn't.
because Shin and Narrator low on cash. That's why we've seen the judge a couple of times. Is even
2
though
raise
Panatek,
ults.
as said, like in terms of him actually finding.
And like everyone was here. I mean, look at where these
really
X's
doing
are. They're
damage to
literally
their
like,
economy
I'm
out
pretty
of
sure
it.
they had 4 players here.
This change of pace, the Rolling Thunder pretty much used just to isolate Shin. Showstopper thrown in alongside it. It's a lot of spam put into the round.
Heretics play Jet at all? I don't
Same
think
time as the
so.
Rolling Thunder.
They also ban Ascent,
Committed
so.
both.
But it did pay his dividends. That's the thing. Heretics have managed to break their way back, get themselves.
What, Nate? You don't like the boo emote? The
3-3
boo
onto that
emote is
board.
the
And
best
as mentioned,
emote.
They had a fantastic defensive
After, of
display
course,
last time
Yuppie
out.
Yedge.
I do like the. I think on one hand, I very much like the fact that they burst their ults into heaven. They have the nades and so on to follow up on it. But I think they're so very lucky that so many players from KC were in that spot. Normally, you maybe get one guy and you're going to rack his day.
Why do I say
a second,
Yuppie
sure,
Yedge
but I think
weird?
there were
How would
3
you say it,
players
Zoe?
haven't. So it just completely, they pulled out the rock to KC's paper. And I think,
Yuppie
you know,
Jedge?
those things are going to happen. They've set themselves up for
Yuppie
success.
J?
And early on in the map, it's exactly when you want that to occur. Now get out of there. Blast pack out. Easy. Stun, though, is good. And they're chasing him down.
Oh,
No
dearie
chance for
me.
Nari.
No.
They just
Shin's
walk
been
up and
tagged
find
as
him.
well. This is an instant response. A pace change from Heretics as they'll make their way into the site. The judge this time isn't going to have any impact. Shin.
Thinking man's
in that
thinking
position
man.
To try and do at least a little bit of extra damage, but they need
Like
to
bigger
isolate
trans are
Benji,
faster is funny.
who's now sat in the back lines, chilling behind them, dodges the
Ooh,
flash,
did they not
is
see
able to
it?
escape back through the smoke.
They
They
must
don't think
have.
he took any damage from that spray. That's going to be someone they have to clear. The final ult that was on the board is going to be that Viper's Pit, but Miniboo's gone down. Martin
What?
somehow,
That's the pit.
while pushing into that utility, has got rid of Panatek. Somehow this has come back to being competitive.
Shouldn't have even been close. The KC and
Wow.
Boo in the wind and found themselves
How
a
come we
fourth
got a
round.
4v5 against a Viper's
I don't know
Pit?
what Martin saw that gave away those positions, that gave him the confidence to step into the pit and take the duels, but hell, I'm glad he saw it. Absolutely beautiful play
Can I say yeah? Yeah.
from this defensive squad. Tom, I always feel like at least once I see
Good
that
joke,
Viper's Pit
kid.
go down, the
I
round
particularly like
is very
shampoo.
much swung in your favor. We'll see this replay. The first I understand.
Wow.
Get out. Get out of here. Get out. How? You gotta think he's low and whatever. Oh, he saw a barrel. Yeah, but the other player saw a massive red highlight on a low HP player that he knew was in that position and couldn't even get a shot off with how quick he was fired on. That's outrageous.
I've heard of 2020 vision. I think this man might be a few years ahead. That's absurd.
He's in 2024 with the vision. Gorgeous stuff.
Looking like Heretics aren't afraid to go for the same sort of play. This is where they've had the majority of their success, is making a move.
Can I say
in towards
Sova
heaven.
ult?
Narrate forced off the angle by the same nade, and now the pressure comes in. Shin left completely blind, but he hasn't been checked on. He hasn't been cleared.
What?
Because of that, he gets away with so much. The round's over in a matter of seconds, and Andaluthia flawless. That's ridiculous.
Why is Scream not playing?
Yeah, once he finds those two as
God,
well.
it's like
even
a
the
fucking
first, you see
rooster
players
is in
start to
there, isn't
turn
it,
to
with his
address
out-
him, and then the rest of the squad comes out of the woodwork to take him. I'm loving this from KC because we'll see players in that position who don't get the support that they need. But this guy's always got someone else to swing. Benji was just about to take shit
Did you know
down,
Sova
deal
means
with that
sleep in
problem.
Swedish? I didn't.
Oh, it's amazing to see
Comic Core is
Magnum
this year's
activated
EG
like
right
that.
now?
An Andaluthia flawless round.
Maybe a
KC
bit.
are feeling on
I'm a
top
bit
of the
worried for
world,
Heretics
certainly on
here
top of
because this is
game.
what I kind of
One
feared.
map
Maybe
needed.
it'll be good
This
for
is
them
the
for
pick
Madrid.
of Heretics. So again,
But like,
we'll go back
this
and
is
say
the first
KC
time they've
have
actually
chosen
been losing
defense.
and
They
they
wanted to
haven't
start
responded
here.
very
They're
well.
building up the rounds. We're seeing they're comfortable. I don't know about the next half.
But this is the thing, when you go back to those sort of storylines, Papa Boo, Mama Boo in the audience.
Should have taken the wager.
It's going to be, hopefully, celebrating their son's success. They've been fantastic already, making it to Madrid under the Heretics organization. The fact is, though, they're going to need a few cheers here, because right now, KC might be about to do genuinely one of the greatest turnarounds we've seen.
Grammar?
Bear in mind, they've had to go the longest way through this entire bracket. Last year, we don't
I
even
have
talk
no
about it. We
idea
don't
what
wanna
you're
bring it up.
talking about.
But the
Grammar.
two maps that they got destroyed on last time they played, Lotus, they've already won it and split.
Yep.
To go
Grammar
and get
boo.
banged out 13-4 twice and then turn around and beat that team on those 2 maps a couple of days later, it would truly be an absurd way to win this grand final. And all that stands in their way is the team that beat them out. Heretics behind.
They found that win before, but
I
struggling.
mean,
to search
they're
for it
just
again.
it feels like they're very rarely on A.
Martin already doing damage.
Like these last couple rounds.
Corner, desperately trying to cling the life.
They're playing like heavy rounds, and they're fucking just winning these fights.
The board in favor of this defensive side. Carmine Corp.
Lord Longbuck.
Absolutely untouchable in the last couple of rounds.
Thanks for the prime.
This is a full.
That is a very weird name. Long
KC
back.
can sit down, run the clock. They've got control over the attack.
Right, literally fucking chilling.
With the spike down.
Did they hear that?
Boo can pop the ultimate, but, well, he'd have to be alive to do that, and he might not be for too much longer because they found out where he is. And it's not just one player. It's not just Magnum alone. He's heard running away,
Bro,
but
how would he
Tamazi's there to
be
back him up.
behind this?
There's nowhere to go.
There is no open space.
There's literally nowhere. They're watching 2 different angles from the spawn. One player's pushed up sewers, the other is on B. Like, there is literally nowhere to go. And sure, they're even spreading out because they know he can risk it and retrieve the spike. But at this stage, even though it may not be the most impactful ever,
We conquered
there's
all
no value in
China.
it. There's
We're
absolutely
never
nowhere
gonna stop. From
the book can
Beijing
go. So
down
it is
to
just gonna have to be
Shanghai,
that
we
safe.
won the
Hold on
fucking
to the
lot.
rifle, bring something into the next round, but it is another massive success for the side of KC. They are weathering any storm that comes.
Ale, ale, ale! Ale, ale, ale!
Crossfires have been
Ale,
devastating.
ale,
The
ale!
utility's been superb, and Narrate, he is on 14 HP.
We can't get
He
all
wants to
of
try and
China!
take this gun away, clearing one of the
We're never gonna stop! From Beijing down to Shanghai! We won the fucking lot! Ale, ale, ale!
For KC,
Like that?
utter dominance. Martin going down in the trade was the only downside, and somehow Narate's just picking up kill after kill. You don't swing that angle. You don't take fights like that unless you're incredibly confident. And the player knew he was coming. He threw the nade. He gave it away.
He
At the
might as well
element of
shot off a
surprise.
flare.
Typed in all. I'm gonna peek spawn in a sec, just so you know.
Left side, left side.
Coming from your left.
Was I bullied in school?
Really,
No,
'cause Martin
surprisingly.
certainly is. Mini Boo doesn't get a chance to even throw out a piece of utility in this round. He is dropped on the jump peak.
For the smoke. Martin hoping for a little bit of more magic. He's met with a bullet. Will be forced back.
Bit ambitious.
But again, these opening fights just
Surprisingly.
going the way of Carmine Corp every single
You don't
time.
act like most of you were. Like the fucking people watching a thinking man's
the first
Valorant
maps-
Twitch stream of a
first
pro
map, at least he
Valorant
was
game.
lights out,
Like you guys
unstoppable.
weren't the bullied kids in
Throughout the
school.
tournament, but he's been the #1 player in ADR, ACS, opening kills, clutches, you name it. He's there at the top. But in this map, he has been shut down. In the last map, he was shut down. The map before that as well. KC have
I'm
proven
cool.
the mini boom might not be as devastating.
and I was
under
homeschooled.
pressure though on the side.
All that pressure's
Oh,
alleviated.
oh,
by
heretics!
Narate.
It's
Goes
Jova.
Straight in with a showstopper
It's
and a good
Jova.
hit onto Rian's. The utility out of the round. Spike on back B, and 2 players spread out.
It's okay. Don't let your
A
past.
very tough
Hold on.
fight presents itself for Team Heretics. They do well to win the first, but with Patatek down,
Don't let your
Benji
past
Fishy, and no
define you.
quantity, there was no way that that was going to work in their favor. Team Heretics down 7-3.
I actually was
KC
not. I was an
running away
athlete
with
and
this
a musician,
defensive
so I was like
side.
by the cool
Only
kids
2
and
rounds
the
left to
bullied
play
kids.
for. You have to hope that Heretics have got something
I
left
haven't
in the
played
tank,
bully
but I'll tell
kid.
you what,
It doesn't
whether
surprise
they
me that
do
you have.
mentally or any other aspect, they do not when it comes to credits. It's going to be a tough follow-up round.
Yeah, and the thing is, they won the pistol second round and then 1 round since. It has been 7 of the last 8. This has been dominant for KC. They are flipping the script on everything that Heretics showed last time. The prep, the individual play has been
I mean, yeah, Carmine Core just looking a bit, hitting a bit
Okay,
different
there's a
today.
showstopper. That's about
I mean,
all
Miniboo's gonna ult
that
here,
is on the
probably, you
table
would've
in this
thought.
round. The only thing that could potentially change the way things are going. Nice work from Miniboo though. He didn't even need to use it. Magnum is there alongside him, but he will go down
Magnum.
as well.
I actually think could've, should've got that kill.
It's an awkward couple of fights.
Okay, they go for B exact. This one actually was pretty nice. I'm surprised it didn't ult off the rip. That was a bit weird.
Take that side control.
But it kind of worked.
Conserve the ult as well until it was needed. I don't know how Minibu got away with it.
What do you
Just
think
the
made
blast from the
made
rocket helped him out.
Fnatic and Navi
This swing
lose?
from Martin, and whoa, he won't even get to swing.
I do think, I mean, Doombros also said it was on him in a way, and I do think
the
that
lower economy in the hands of Team Heretics, but they
the
have
map
certainly
veto
made it work anyways.
and also the
This was
lack
the
of
guys I
adaptation
wanted
on
to see.
Sunset
As said, I felt
wasn't
like I've
great.
awakened
But I
the
also
beast a
feel
little
like
bit,
the
but
map
you've gone
veto was
missing.
maybe a bit predictable.
And then just
Picking Breeze
like
again,
little bit of
I
extra
think allowed
confidence, moves
Heretics.
his
I
way
think
to
they
the
had a
top of the
very good
board.
anti-strat. They had a very good idea.
And a 7-5 half, not a death sentence. I do think that this KC attack side, if
Because it was pretty
implemented
obvious they were
correctly,
going to
could
pick Breeze,
be
right?
devastating to play against.
And Heretics proved to have a pretty good anti-strat in
But
general.
what looked like a bleak to impossible scenario, this is now somehow looking workable. Even still,
He's
though,
just
it's
running
not gonna be
around.
easy.
Narrate does get one back.
Not with
You
the
have a
Mario.
Yoru ult, bro.
Flash from Martin! He's gone absolutely ham! It's
I
crazy.
mean, he got 2
'cause
kills, so
Pablo and
it's
KC,
fine.
Oh, they sit back, they play together. They're always a second element to it. Except for Martin. Sometimes he can just come swinging out of the
Thomasy,
smoke
yeah, is doing
and
a
take
good
2
job
kills.
here, just
And
holding.
he kind of whiffed the first couple shots. That could have been 3. Devastating stuff.
Waiting for this
Heretics,
fade horn.
with Patatek extremely low and Boo on the elbow.
Nice flash.
He's the real point of contact.
Maybe could have flashed
Oh,
with
that's gonna
the.
force Patatek to the elbow too. Both of these players on the same angle, and here comes the swing very soon. We've got 2 players inside the smoke. It's their choice of where they want to go, and 3 together. Good spray to start. Magnum down, but not able to follow up.
Flamenco, nice
KC
retake.
quickly put a close to that, and a cap on the half at 8-4.
Yeah, Heretics were unreal on Breeze. And what I mean from Navi's
organization.
perspective,
One map
Heretics had
away,
already
and the
shown in
lead
their
is theirs
previous
by
games
double.
kind of a good anti-strat level, even with very few VODs. Like they'd shown that already in their first
Martin, Narate,
couple games. In fact, in their first game
play
against
the
Karmiko, I thought they
baits.
were good.
Shin with the setup.
I kind of showcased that.
Well,
So for Navi,
trash
it's
talk.
you need to give Heretics the respect of, okay, this team's a decent anti-strat, but then they pick into a map that they've already shown twice.
We're never gonna stop. From Beijing down to Shanghai, we won the fucking lot. TMV and Ryan Central, the fields of Molyneux, we are the supporters and we all hate Liverpool.
Wonderful to see him reach these heights. And to have found some talent like Narrate, like Martin, like everyone
Okay,
else on this
8-4,
roster.
and I was surprised
Such
that they
a
picked
wonderful
defense
display
with
of
this comp.
top-tier
I don't think it
Valorant.
made sense. I don't think we
Two
saw them
teams
lurk
that
enough, to be honest.
We're not pinned as being
Certainly
the
not
top
find
tier when we
value
started
from it.
this
We're
out.
going to get a little trap play here, though.
They're going for the combo straight off the bat. That's already
Martin
gonna be
actually
Martin
died.
out. They were just setting up off the back of that cam to try and do as much damage as they could. Still, though, Casey kind of recovered it. Like, that was almost perfect. 3 players right in the right place at the right time.
No, they
A
should
stun
know that
thrown
this cam
through,
is here, to be honest.
and somehow, it's a 1-for-1 trade.
They should
Cam's
know.
not gone, though.
They'll see it now. There you go, eventually realizing they've been caught on CCTV. It's time to move, and it's straight up towards Heaven, meeting with Tamazi for the A hit. Rian's already tagged up from the earlier fight, puts pressure on Patatek, who's catching players, not even
Bro, if
looking.
they haven't seen
They were so
anyone, you
focused
can't
on
just walk
Rian's,
in here.
who's done a little bit more damage, bought time
The
for
understanding in the
rotate. Look
round
where
is
Benji
just,
Fishy
what
is.
is that?
This is a nasty position, not one you expect. And no, he wasn't expecting the
traded
jump
it.
peek.
But now
Trade,
Magnum
decent
dies to
considering
boot.
that player was low. Mid
Left.
hold from Boo. Paranoia is good, but the players in the... Oh, no, it's not good. Magnum didn't get blinded. He sidestepped it.
Now
And
they know.
we're neck
I
and
think they
neck,
know
2
one guy
versus
is on
2.
A.
What a recovery.
I don't think they know the other one is, but
It looked like it was going to be spot on,
they
but
might
not this time.
think he will be.
I'm looking at Shin. His positioning always seems to be paramount in
coming
these
through
rounds.
Heaven.
He's able to clear some of the backlines. It leaves him in a
Timing
position
here for Shin
where
is
if he gets
very
this
important.
right, he could be catching the players in the back as they look to push into the site.
The slower he goes,
Information
honestly, the better
should
it
be
is.
had. I think he will have heard them already. Oh, that's perfect. Now he definitely knows. They're looking to try and clear the site, and instead, he's just slowly making his way up behind them. Magnum just trying to bait down that clock a little bit more, and already he's found one. Then
Magnum actually gets it, yeah.
He didn't even need the help of Shin. That man in the back, the
Calming
knife,
core.
looking to be slipped, and instead, Magnum.
Who do you think will win
proud.
champs? Does Wolves have a chance?
He's doing an
They have more than a
absolutely
chance.
incredible job. 9 kills on the board.
Again,
it's
Boo
not
here.
a stellar lead. It's not
a tough
anything
one.
that we're going to write home about as, oh, he's the top fragger of the server. He's lights out. But he's had good games,
was that?
consistently putting up numbers when he needs to across every map in this series. And that was a big blow to Team Heretics. Remember,
I feel like
half the rounds
Heretics
they
now
got
probably
came off the back of
just
winning the pistol
mentally
and
a
the
bit
follow-up.
boomed.
Now they're 9-4 down with no money.
But I think that they might be slightly better off for this game in a way to learn from like losing with this team.
Absolutely dominate every duel that they take.
Spike planted.
It's going to have to be a lot of things going right for Heretics. I don't imagine this
The
round
Heck was right about the scoreline. Yeah, but as if he had no
They
belief.
need a near
I could be
flawless
buying a
comeback
calming
into
goal
things. It would
bundle
help
right now.
if they could manage to upset the KC squad here and now. We've seen it before with weaker pistols.
I'd be impressed. I think this might just be a 10th. Time ticking away. Narrate already good for one. The cleanup. Wow, ever so clean. Leaving just one man standing, hopeful for a single kill, and it will be nothing.
And it's a flawless.
And Andaluthia flawless. The conversion of that round versus pistols, and now with a bonus, it's scary as well, because we've seen KC, similarly to what we saw from Heretics, just being able to pull out these explosive rounds off the back of SMGs. Narrate likely will be leading the charge in the next round, and that's not something you want to be seeing. Interestingly, it seems like this might be a KC timeout. Clearly, and maybe wanting to weather the storm, try and save some
What's
of his
this
players.
little mannequin on the
Head
left?
back in the game. It's not one yet.
KC Champions of Europe, you'll never sing that.
Well, Heretics haven't breached 7 rounds on the last 2 maps, and well, the deja vu's got to be kicking in yet again. The pistol lost, the follow-up clean for
Aside for
KC.
the Americans
money
games, have you got
riding high
tonight?
on that French organization.
There,
They can
I've
play a
got
bonus round,
horrible
but they have
news for you,
rifles to
I'm
work
Nietzsche.
with. You have 2
I've
bulldogs
got
in
awful
offensive.
news.
And on the attack side, that death ball can make use of those weaker weapons just for the bodies, just for the extra barrels pointed at the opposition. Heretics.
I'm Canadian. It's
need
tonight
to be
for me.
near perfect from this point. And again, it's their pick. KC chose the defense.
No,
to
I've got
start with.
horrible news for you,
Heretics,
I'm
they
Nietzsche.
better hope that they've got one of the best defenses we've witnessed on Split to stop this.
I've got horrible news.
time, but the
I've
fact
still
is,
got horrible news
That
for
was
you.
a team that had never lost a map.
Yep.
That's also not how that would work either, I don't think.
At least as a unit.
If you were in,
That was a
if you
team
were
that
in
believed in
Pacific,
everything
then
they
you
were
could
doing
say
wholeheartedly.
it's tonight for me.
And while the fact that your opponent's just taking a pause when they're 10-4 up, that's got to be sitting on your mind. What have they got planned? What are the ideas that have been set forth? Early space taken. A fast-paced move, but the spike going up through middle could be a problem. Panitek, prime position, but he's only going to get the one. The one drop, though, is the spike. But the rest of the team are coming
Fast
back round
mid
with
play?
it. Looking to head through A, back up to B. Boo, well placed to maybe put a spanner in the works. But again, it's an
I
instant
don't know
trade.
which way they're going.
Both of those kills, Boo and Patatek, dropped by Shin. Another player who's been so impressive, and I think I could go through the KC roster and just name them all at this point. Blowing our minds game after game. And for Shin, those 2 kills valuable because they've sent the rest of the squad right into the waiting hands of Narrate, into the waiting hands of Tamazi, neither of which
Okay,
win
looks
their
like
fight,
Heretics
so it's
will
all
get
up to him.
around.
An ace needed by Shin, his 3rd already secured.
Benji's low.
HP on Benji Fishy. It's doable for this young gun. He's swinging.
What?
A beautiful headshot. Just 10 HP between him and an 11th round for KC. Another nail in
Hello?
Heretics' coffin. I'd love to see the game anytime now. Just in case you didn't catch it, he did get that. He aced it. He found the kill on the 10 HP. And as we can see, Mini Boo's not happy. That makes 2 of us.
People are going to remember this ace for all the wrong reasons.
One of the most memorable aces of all time. What a shot, man. Not bad on the last one either.
All right, guys, reset. Everyone calm down, okay? We have after long, we don't give up.
I'll try to take that advice. 11-4. KC 2 away from winning, and as well we can see and or imagine, it's been a tough
There's
one
no
for Team
way.
Heretics. Now they're again left to weaker weapons.
There's no
Judges in
way.
hand, and it's Mini Boo with a guardian
Somehow
to try
I
and make
blame
this work.
Magnum.
It's a tough one. It's going to be a real battle, and one that they can't really afford to lose.
Not a lot to play with.
Which Magnum? Oh, not the guy playing. The guy who's a VIP in this chat.
Panitek in position, but he shot the fake out. They know he's here. and knows what gun he's got as well. Looks like they're going to go back and challenge, and Patatech trying to reclaim some of that ground, and he's going to be caught for it. Another judge on the other side for Boot.
Does he have a Prowler? No.
Maybe it won't be expected.
Could die to this one.
The weaker weapons in this round. Expectation should be that he's here. Does manage one, a second as well.
There's a spike as well. You got to go in.
That's the spike drop, but he doesn't have much support. He's going to try and get a little bit aggressive, maybe knowing that there's a wraparound coming in. Miniboot trying to communicate it, and Martin will find the trade. Even still, though, clearing this man is not going to be easy. Martin actually going aggressive. He's going to find Rians, looking for a little bit more. He spots the man close. That's Benji. As they both go barreling their way towards this A site.
Right read from Benji. Immediately just ignores Martin, goes for the rifle. Goes for a recovery around middle. And they'll set themselves up to try to fight back through. The information just to clear out if there's any lurks, make it quicker on the rotation back. They're splitting as well, Tom. 2 different angles for these players to work with. I love this from Martin. They think they know where he is, but the sound cue might have been caught by Boo. He's ready on the swing. A 3rd kill for the leader of Heretics.
Not again.
4th. It's Shin again, hot off his ace to try to recover. Benji Fishy didn't find the rifle. He's left with a sheriff in hand as Shin swings through, looking for him yet again. A rematch in the 1v1, and the same result.
Shin's quite good, it turns out.
4, 8 chances to close out the grand final of EMEA. A 3-1 scoreline, and a hell of a difference on the last time they faced Heretics.
They're looking to basically do the role reversal. They lost 13-4 the last time they played this map. The team that 2-0'd them faces them in the final. And after losing that first map, they're looking to clean sweep them right out. 3-0. A team, as we've spoken to Eng, spoken to Zation, it was built, they just wanted to play as many matches. They wanted to learn what they could throughout this tournament. But they might just end up champions while doing just that.
Portal was broken, so no TP. But no Martin at all. In fact, good kill
gets
for
the first
Miniboot.
kill.
That's a
Again, this
very
is where we know
valuable
Karming Core like to delay a couple rounds. They like to savor the 12 rounds. They like to chill and wait for, you know, a bit of time and then eventually decide to win.
But there's plenty other players to recover it. Hell, if Shin's alive, it's doable.
Nightfall available. Flash, Sublime, but not managing to capitalize off of it. Oh, again, opportunities for Miniboot. He's just not quite landing the shots.
Yep, so let's get to 13. So let's get to 12-7 already, so you can win it.
Time, but at least onto the ball.
Come on.
Benji holding strong on the other side as Shin's lurk is definitely being watched for. One of the better scenarios we've seen from Heretics, but that's been the major thing, is when they seem to be out is when they finally start waking up. And for Rians, that does mean taking down another. The spike retrieved, but a 2 versus 4, not a lot of time to play with. They need to go.
Yeah, and they're putting a lot of stock in that catwalk position. There's no one from Heretics there, so the utility doesn't fall
split compared
on
to
anyone.
Sen.
Doesn't set them up, and they certainly didn't know that Miniboo was in that off angle. Just sat in the spawn and wait. Good night. Not good night just yet. In fact, they don't know he's there. Oh my!
As if he just TP'd to a random spot and got 2 kills. Imagine if he won that round.
Did the other team, so it's all good. I was certain he was dead. He's TPing in front of a player, but the box just about.
None of the league winners last year won an
that could've been a
international.
disaster.
Thanks for that, kid. Fun fact.
That seems to be the thing. With Heretics, when they're down,
That Team Liquid versus Fnatic game really carrying that stat of yours.
They always end up being close. And you can see on the other side, they believe at every single moment.
This game boring? I mean, it's just over, is the thing. Like, it's just... Karming Core, ever since the first map, have kind of just been in control of the game. Like, they've just been way better. Like, even in the early stages, you could kind of tell straight away.
But he carries on going. Showstopper popped. And he's hoping to try and find something, and he goes peeking back in and gets shot in the head.
But then Martin TP's here and just dies. So he gets the kill, and then just
He took the kill and TP'd. Yep. He'd put his gate crash early in towards back.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, bless him. You know, not many players would have the audacity to try to make that play. It hasn't worked out. Cosmic Divide and Nightfall in play.
No, they often do Cosmic Divide fake. Oh, I mean, they know.
The damage, good kill. Easy spams. Rien's is low.
What is Magnum doing?
And now it looks like the dominoes have started to fall. Team Heretics, they took down the kings of EMEA. But now they found that throne, it wasn't theirs. Not automatically. Carmine Corp, just a few kills away. Narrate might just have them in the bag. He's walked up, the smoke fades, and so too
GG.
is all hope for Heretics. Carmine Corp go all the way, and it's Magnum from 0 to hero. Literally, he debuted with no kills, and he walks out with the trophy. What an unbelievable display. The French scene.
So the chances of Carmine Corp champs just went up by at least a little bit. Now it's called Sideshow. Okay, yeah, here's what I think I'll do. We're gonna raid Sideshow. And let's what can we say? Let's say you look tired, you bold fraud. Okay, you all ready? You all ready? Let's do it. Where is he? Sideshow. Okay, let's go. You look tired, you bold fraud. That's what I want you to say. You look tired, you bold fraud.
Line it is. From Melons to Madrid. God damn. Oh, they've got a trophy. I didn't realize there was a trophy. Yippee!
Like the guy who came in and he like gave it to them and he's just like, all right, I'll get out of here. You guys
I love that as well from Eng. You see that from Eng? Refuses to hoist the